I think you liked it more than us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was expecting Sea Evil, the movie.
Hell yeah, so I knew nothing about Lighthouse initially. I didn't see a trailer. I didn't know who was in it. I didn't know what it was about, except presumably a lighthouse.
Did you know it was Robert Eggers?
Did not know it was Robert Eggers. Did not know it was related to The Witch. And your wife, Kate, said, we're going to see The Lighthouse tonight or tomorrow or like in a couple days. Who wants to go? And Haley and I have a gift card, so I said, sure, let's go. Mm-hmm. And we did. And I don't know. It looked great. More movies should be 4x3.
I thought the 4x3 was a fantastic choice. I don't know if you heard, but I thought it really increased the feeling of claustrophobia or like being confined.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I've been saying to Daryl that because we've been trying to make a horror movie for years, and I was always pushing like we should make something that would fit a 4x3 aspect ratio because it's a cool aspect ratio. Like you said, claustrophobic.
Yeah, it makes everything feel real compressed.
Yeah.
Are we streaming 4:3?
Oh hell yeah. All right, let's reset all this up. Let's cut everything. Mike, can we put these all to a 4x3 ratio?
Yeah, let's just start it over.
Are you not taking your art is dumb into movies now?
Okay, here we get some black gaff tape and just gaff off the lenses in the right area. Anyway, hello everybody for joining us here for the 4x3 Player Podcast. I am your host, Scott, and sitting around me are four of us. And I was winging that one. I was hoping I would find a three, something that would fit. Anyway, I am Scott. That much is true. And 3 makes 4. 3 what?
3
Yeah.
makes 4 plus you makes 4.
I guess.
4-3.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Okay. I'm on. I'm with you.
Right.
4 makes 3.
3-4, the record of the Chicago Bears.
I'm here. So last time.
No sports, please.
Last time it was me and my buddy Mike, and my buddy Mike isn't here. He's over there.
Hey, what's up?
It's Mike on the
I'm on the I'm running the stream this time, so if there's any problems,
Mixmaster Mike.
I do apologize.
It's Mike's fault.
It is my
And
fault.
the person whose fault it will not be is this person to my left, Brett.
Hey.
He is a fellow whaler. My other whaler here is James.
What's up?
And the person sitting to my farthest right is going to be Mr. Evil. That's a cue, Mike.
Wow.
Shane. Shane's going to be the evil in the Sea Evil game we're playing, which makes us the sea. I'm pretty sure that's how the sides work. One side is the sea, one side is the evil. But I think maybe instead we could be abstracted sea and we'll be whalers. Sound good? Sound all right? So we are playing Sea Evil. It's from Emperors of Eternal Evil is the company that puts it out.
Scott, real quick, can
Yes.
you intro your cats too? They're right behind, right over your shoulder.
Can you see
there.
them over there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have my cats back in the. I can't just focus from where I'm at, but I've got Oliver, who's the lower of the two cats, trying to find his way up onto the windowsill next to my cat Lucy. They're enjoying the nice fall air blowing in here, cooling this place down a little bit.
I hope we get some good cat action
Some cat
sometime
action.
during
Some
the
cat
game.
evil.
Cat battles.
As we're talking, my
some
cat,
cat
especially
evil.
my cat Oliver, has a tendency to get very chatty, and so it is possible he will get a little rambunctious. But probably not as rambunctious as the evil monsters in this game we're playing, Sea Evil. Okay? Before we start playing, we have played this before, and I'm not going to do a full-on rules breakdown, a full explanation, but I'll give a broad overview. Realistically, this game isn't that difficult. It doesn't have that many rules. It's got some weird parts to it. The way the ship turns, the way the ship moves is a little odd. It took us a bit to wrap our head around. But for the most part, the game is a pretty straightforward game. So why don't we go right into explaining it, how it works, kind of what the whole thing is, and then we can start. We've already done the setup for the game, so we won't do that on camera. But yeah, Mike, why don't we switch down to the table cam here, and we'll start over there.
Table cam.
Nice table.
Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful.
I love the green.
Well, Scott, table cam seems to be off, so let me take a look at that.
That might be battery.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you say that, I did forget to swap the battery beforehand.
I'll do it
It's
real
cool.
quick while you explain.
You don't have a battery on him, though. Anyway, so we're on me right now?
Yeah, you're
Okay,
on
great. Hey, guys. Just technical problems. It's totally part of the show.
As usual.
Anyway, so Sea Evil, let me just lift the
Part of
map
our
up.
charm.
Right.
Sea Evil's a game where we've got several players, up to 10, that are playing as whalers. We are trying to go essentially to a lighthouse. There's a whole comic book that explains how the game works.
Comic.
There is a comic, and I'm not going to show the comic on screen. If you want it, you got to buy the game. But essentially, there was a desert, and some bad business happened, and the desert got flooded by magic, and now, instead of a desert, it's an ocean. But guess what? The ocean is still evil. It is a sea witch that is tormenting the citizens and the denizens of the region, and we are playing as a few of those, a few whalers, that are trying to get to a lighthouse.
Didn't they release her from her?
I think it was that, yeah. I read it when I first got the magazine. While I've brushed up on the rules, I have not brushed up on the lore. And so as whalers, we are going to be doing whaler stuff. We will be fighting whales potentially. I guess whalers don't fight whales normally, but there could be potential
Match
whales.
of the century.
The match of the century, whalers
kind of
versus
a
a whale.
Yeah.
So we will be whaling, we'll be sailing, and the thing that will be preventing us from getting to our lighthouse is going to be evil, the evil sea witch. So this is a one versus many kind of game, and the kind of weird, the sort of hook of this is that it is powerfully unbalanced. It's not unbalanced for the whalers, but rather the sea witch, the evil. The evil's going to be throwing monsters at us, hurricanes, tidal waves, all sorts of stuff that will very likely end up with us dying in some terrible way. But maybe not. Maybe we'll win. Yeah, you're the captain, so you're the one that's going to have to
Captain
morally...
Burke says, we've got this.
Thanks, Captain Burke. So I would show you the table and the ship that we're on right now.
Can you send
We've
me
got
battery?
this.
All right, you need a battery. There should be batteries
Channel your world
in...
info.
Give me 1 second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, keep it interesting.
We're not very interesting though.
Yeah.
People on the chat said they liked Lighthouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Lighthouse was okay.
No, I thought it was great.
I'll give it like a 6. 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
I have not watched Lighthouse, but if we get 40 likes, I'll go watch Lighthouse and comment my
nice.
review.
Yeah, we need 40 likes, guys, and then Brett's gonna go check out.
Brett will go
Lighthouse.
to the movies instead of going to work tomorrow.
Go to the movies. Yes,
Brett will call in sick.
Oh, that can.
So I'm really excited to murder all of you.
Yeah, that checks out.
It's one of my favorite hobbies.
I mean, I've never been around myself, but I imagine it's insufferable.
So an unmentioned factor of this game is there are 10 whalers on the ship, so the game can support up to 11 potentially. We're each taking the role of many or the whalers are each many whalers. Scott is 3 whalers, Brett is 3, and I am 4.
There's your
it looks
4-3 pun that you really
Oh,
wanted.
okay.
Yeah,
All right, let's start it over.
yeah. 4-3
Let's run it back.
How many times have you restart this?
As many times as we need, Mike.
until we nail the aspect ratio.
It's Sunday night. You know, tomorrow's Monday. We have no obligations on Monday morning.
That's right.
Anyway, I apologize for that. Our camera should be up now, Mike, if you want to switch to the ship.
Camera is up.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So, this is our ship. This is the ship Ashara. And we are going to be moving this, actually not at all. Instead, the game has the ship more or less static the whole time, and the ocean around it is where stuff will be moving. There will be monsters that'll show up all around the ship, and they'll presumably make their way to the ship to try to kill us. Our sailors are all here. Some of them are stacked. There can be a couple of guys per stack, so I apologize that some of them will be hard to see. Honestly, they're a little hard to see for us too, because we can't see through cardboard chits. But you'll be able to remember what's where. There are 4 boats on the back that are lifeboats, just in case something bad happens to the ship and we need to go overboard. We can jump in these lifeboats and continue our journey. Our characters, all while they're represented by these little chits down here, they also have character cards that will show a little bit more information. If you want to go ahead and slide this down over there. So Mike, if you want to switch to our other camera.
Which other camera?
It's a kill cam.
Oh, kill cam.
Yes. So over here, we've got Conrad Berg, one of the 10 whalers in the game. Regardless of player count, there will always be 10 whalers. All characters have a few stats, and they're all the same. They've got speed, strength, and will to live. Or some of the evil characters have will to kill, which is mechanically the same, it's just different flavor text. Speed is how far they can move. The game is hex-based, and so this character can move 5 hexes at a time. Strength is going to factor into combat, which is essentially just opposing dice rolls. It won't always factor in, it depends on the weapon you're using, but usually it does. You'll simply add it to your combat. And then will to live is a little more, it's a little harder to say how it comes up. It doesn't do anything by itself, but as you take damage, you can lower it to sort of absorb hits. You can also, however, use it to increase your speed or your strength by lowering the will to live. So I could lower will to live from 6 to 5 to boost strength from 6 to 7. There's also a few more icons around here. The drowning boxes are if your character is drowning, and there's an area up here to show if you're holding a harpoon or not. Harpoons are very common, they're the most common weapon in the game, and so if you have it, you'll check it off. If you don't have it, you will erase that. And the rest of it is kind of just setup text, the stuff on the right and the stuff below. Characters also have items they can get. Some of them will start with items, actually I believe all of them start with items that are unique to that character. Conrad here has a spear hook and a musket rifle. The numbers on the bottom indicate how much damage or how much additional combat roll, or what they'll add to a combat roll, potential damage, depending on the distance that they're attacking from. So this thing with 2 little squares on it in that hex with a 3, that is if they're in close combat, which is they're sharing a hex. The one to the right of it is attacking from 1 hex away. So the musket has much longer range than the spear hook. That makes a lot of sense, right? And that is pretty much it for characters. There are 10 of them, and they all look like this. Evil will have characters as well, and those have often special abilities or special kind of rules they have to follow, but we'll talk about those as they come up in the game. Essentially, that's it. You want to take those back?
I think every time you say evil, I'm gonna go evil.
Sure, yeah. Just add to the mood. Add
Is
to
that
the
okay?
atmosphere.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm back. So, those are essentially the things we have in front of us. Characters with items. Additionally, there are going to be characters that'll come into the game, and they'll come with their own items, and we can pick up stuff like harpoons or man the harpoon cannon, which also have cards, but those are more for reference than things we need to hold on to. Have a sip of this beer. All right, so those are the main pieces of the game, but how do you play? Basically, you can move and you can take an action. And when I say you, I mean a character. And that's pretty much it. Moving is moving. Like I said, it's hex-based, so if I have a move of 5, I can move 5 hexes in most cases. If I'm in the water, I'm slower. And an action is, many times, it's combat-based. It'll be doing a close combat or ranged combat attack, or it'll be manning the ship in some capacity, getting on a mast, getting on a wheel, stuff like that. There are some other little things you can do, but for the most part, it's going to be doing something on the ship that aids movement or fighting an enemy. And I think that's pretty much it. That's like kind of the broad view of the game. The whalers are going to move around, try to get their ship to the lighthouse, and evil is going to get monsters and try to kill us. You get monsters at random. As your turns go on, you will put new monsters into the map and draw new ones out of a cup. It's actually a lens bag that we're using, lens pouch, and see evil. What?
Let's see it.
Oh, yeah. So you
see that
can see
lens
there.
bag.
You see a nice little
No,
pouch.
lift it up. Oh, are you on the kill cam?
He's on the kill cam, yeah.
Oh, I gotta keep an eye on this.
You gotta keep an eye, man.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Nice kill
yeah.
cam.
He's got a
Lens
bunch of
pouch POV.
little counters in there, and he'll be drawing new ones out of the game, out of the bag as the game goes on. Yeah, that is basically the game. There's wind that will affect how easy our boat can move. There is weather that can come up. There's an events table that we'll be rolling on occasion, but we'll touch on those as the game goes on. Why don't we go ahead and start playing? We've set everything up.
Fantastic.
We had one question.
Do I select
Yes.
the first?
Are you
evil?
guys
It's random.
Are you guys planning to play any other magazine games? Do you have other magazine games
Yeah,
from
so
this company?
Thank you very much for asking that. I have Psycho Raiders from this company, which I believe was their first magazine game. I think Psycho Raiders was the first. Freak Face was the second, and Sea Evil was the most recent. I think last year. I don't have Freak Face. Brett, you do, right? You got.
Yes, and if anyone's interested, I think they just reprinted all of them and have them for sale on their website.
Yeah,
They're-
that's true.
They have been out
They've
of
got a
print.
bundle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
they're-
it's like $75 for all 3 of them.
they had previously been out of print for quite a while.
Yeah, they're. I've only played Sea Evil of these. From what I understand mechanically, and I've looked at the Sea Raiders manual, they are pretty similar mechanically. Sea Evil, yes. I have also looked at the Sea Evil rulebook, but Psycho Raiders is pretty similar in some ways. It doesn't have a boat. Obviously, it's about kind of not serial killers, slasher villains. But it's. I have not played it, but I do intend to, and probably if it's a good time, we'll do a stream of it at some
Yeah.
point.
And not magazine games, but we also own Cave Evil and Cave Evil Workholes.
Yeah, it's true. Yes, just got those.
We basically have their entire catalog minus
Mushroom Eaters.
Which I'm doing a print and play of.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a print and play out there for that.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to make the map work right.
It's
is
a
kinda
little
hard.
nuts, but I think I've got it. I think we've got it figured out.
Yeah, you and I talked about it
Yeah.
for a little bit. Kind of
Yeah.
looked at like pictures of it in different states,
Right.
figuring out how it folds.
Yeah, Nate's rules or Nate's instructions on how to put it together
Creator
are
of the game.
good. Yeah, the creator of the game, they're good, but it starts with, all right, so these directions are really hard to follow. So,
Yeah, but yes, I would like to do more magazine game stuff. Honestly, I'm pretty new to magazine games as a concept. I know a lot of wargaming magazines include full products.
Yeah.
And it's always been something I've been like sort of tangentially aware of, but never really looked into because it sounded hard. It sounded like cheap components, low quality, and some of this stuff was a pain to kind of put together. Namely, the ship Ashara itself. Cutting that out because it has a lot of weird little angles on it. It's not. You'll probably notice it's not a very smooth cutout.
I could do better.
Shane, well, when it comes to cutting out other magazine games, I'll turn to you.
God, I keep looking at this like.
I know. This other ship, the Sea People's ship, is rough.
One last thing I wanted to mention is I'm going to be using this overlay. I'm going to put it up right now with the
Thank you.
with the boat. So you can't see on the map. There are these. There's this horizontal and vertical marker that shows where the ship is, and I'm going to move the little ship. So when you are when you're moving, when the ship gets to move, you move this little marker up and down. Mm-hmm. And then when the ship moves side to side, we move this little marker side to side. Since you can't see them, Scott made some cool little cutouts.
Yeah. So the ship never leaves the center. The ship Ashara never leaves the center of the map. It is, like I said before, everything moves around it. The map would have to be massive for this thing to be able to physically move all over the place. So it will almost always be in the center. The reason I say almost is because there is a situation where the main boat can become one of the rowboats, in which case that is what will be tracked on the movement trackers, and then the ship will slowly drift off the back of the board. I'm going to say it's unlikely, but it is possible. But yeah, so you use like a north, south, east, west track. There's 2 of them, as Mike mentioned, and you track where the ship is in relation to the lighthouse based on that.
And is this correct? I've got the ship blowing forward.
That's correct.
And the wind's right behind it. Yeah.
Yes. So at the start of the game, you roll
So
to
that's
see which
this
way the wind is blowing. And us whalers, we got very lucky. The wind is right at our back.
Yep.
And so we will get a nice hefty bonus to movement that way. Now the wind can move, and that will impede our progress, slow us down, or in some cases push us backwards. Hopefully that won't be the case. And,
we're making it to that lighthouse.
I think the last thing to do, Mike.
And I'm only going to bring that overlay up when
Yes.
when we need it. So don't.
Yes, it will not always be
gonna
there.
yep. And last thing, we need some.
We need some ambience. We need some ambience.
Yeah.
If only somebody had come up with some kind of a radio
Some sort of
station.
Sea Evil radio?
Some sort of.
That seems very unlikely.
You're right, James.
Yeah.
No way did anyone
Yeah.
do that. Not hold on, what's is that on drums?
It might be. Sorry, it's too loud.
We can
The
barely
Sea
hear
Evil
it.
radio is
We
too
can
much.
barely hear it right now.
Too intense.
I'm
So
turning it way down. I think that was very loud for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
so I apologize.
If you're watching at home, you've
I'll
been
apologize
deafened
for
by
my-
Sea Evil radio.
I'm going to turn it real low, and then you give me in the comments if you want it a little bit higher or if it's too loud. It's real low
So
right
the
now.
first one goes out, right?
Face down.
Before you guys
In the
start.
case
face
that
down,
Mike just,
outside of 6 spots away from us.
Right.
in the case that Mike just deafened our entire audience, does anyone know ASO?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Haley, you know, oh, she's on her headphones.
Guys,
Haley
it's
might.
fine. It wasn't that loud. All right.
Okay, great.
All right.
Good.
Man,
We are not liable for
Talking to my lovely wife in the background. All right. So yes, I don't know if it's all of their like big releases. I know it is for the magazine games. I know it is for Cave Evil and Cave Evil War Cults. That there is a curated radio station for these games that'll loop indefinitely. And we put it on when we were playing Sea Evil the first time, and it's great.
Yeah.
So we're piping it on through, and like Mike said, if there's any issues, if it's too loud, too quiet, if you want to hear it over us, go ahead and.
There was a
I would
request.
choose that option.
There was a request to put it higher, and I bumped it up. So just keep telling
Great.
me, and I'll keep bumping it.
All right. So at the start of the game, Evil gets this
Can
one.
we start with an event?
We will,
do,
yes. We will
yeah.
start in the event. But Evil has one piece outside of the board right now. It's face down. We don't know what it is. When Evil gets stuff into the game, it comes in face down. So Evil will know what creatures are out there, but we won't, unless we get up into the mast, the lookout, and use a spyglass to see it. Or if it gets close enough, we will also see it then. But the game begins with an event. There's an event table that we will roll on at the start of the game, and then we will see if we potentially roll on it as the game goes on. So why don't we take one of those dice units, roll on the plexiglass, there's not a lot on here. Roll one die at a time. So the first one is number 2,
Number 2.
In the 20s.
and then number 6.
6.
26. I got it.
That is
The
moon.
moon darkens.
The moon darkens.
The sky becomes black. Evil characters increase 2 speed this turn, including Sea People's ship.
Okay,
It's a good thing to have on the first turn because I don't have anything out.
that's true. Cool. So then, going forward now, normally this is where water would rise up. If we had holes in our ship, we would start to flood, but we don't have any holes. So we now go into whaler actions.
Great. All right.
Well, it's sort of free flowing. Who goes first? It's not. There's not like this character goes and this character goes. It's sort of do what you want. But why don't we listen to our brave, powerful, intrepid captain?
Aye, Captain Burke here. Captain Burke
Show
will.
that captain card to the camera, just so when you introduce your first. your
Captain
first-
Burke.
Captain
Look at that
Burke.
boy.
Yeah, there we go. Got it.
Will man the wheel.
Okay. So something we can do, like I said, you can man parts of the ship, you can man the wheel, you can man masts. You need 2 people per mast, though, for it to do anything. And it will add speed to the ship. So Captain Burke's gonna stay on course. Just push forward on the wheel.
Yep.
Look, weather's clear, wind is favorable.
We're gonna make it to this lighthouse, boys.
No problem getting to this lighthouse.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Evil Sea with the evil boys. We're gonna make it to the
Although
lighthouse.
there's something right ahead.
Yeah.
It's probably nothing.
We'll run into it with our boat.
Yeah,
Well, you can scout it from the mast as well.
pick us out from the mess. It's true.
That's true.
You have
Yep.
Hamish.
Yeah, Hamish.
Hamish.
All right, Mr. Chandu
Is our boy Mr. Chandu?
Oh, yeah.
will man
Mr. Chandu sure can do.
will man
And
mast
what is
B.
he gonna do?
He's gonna man mast B.
Okay.
And I think one thing.
Jebediah.
One thing we messed up on the last time is you don't have to be on the mast to man it. You just have
You
to
can be
adjacent.
adjacent. You can be
Yeah.
adjacent to it.
Jebediah will man mast A.
Can you point those masts out?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they are underneath. I'll move the pieces right now, but there are markers A, B, and C underneath these. And those are the masts. They're all the same except for mast B, where you can go up into the lookout. And there is a section of the board for the lookout. I don't have it in frame right now, so you'll just have to trust me that there's someone there. I apologize for that. These dark kind of gradient squares, those also go down to the galley, which is also not on camera at the moment. And you can get rum at these exits. You can use that to increase your composure and boost your will to live.
Finally, Wong the cook with his
I believe starts in the galley.
fish. Yeah,
Yes,
he's,
yes.
he's off screen here. He's in the
Wong's down in
galley.
the galley.
This man is very skinny.
Yeah, he should eat that fish instead of just holding it.
Right.
Or hit someone with it.
Hit someone
hit
with it,
some
yeah.
sort of seaweed ban with it.
It might be the worst weapon in the game. I think it is It is, but
Though it is a weapon.
it is a weapon. You can hit someone with the fish. That's all you can do with the fish. Wong the cook will do nothing. He's just gonna hang out in the galley.
Okay. Yeah, he's got to cook, right?
Yeah.
Turn my phone off.
There's no evil yet.
What evil? Come
Evil,
on, get
right?
out of here with evil. All right.
Those are all of my actions.
So those are all yours, and now we don't always have to go one player at a time. You can, again, it's kind of free flowing, but it's typically pretty easy to do it that way.
And the first turn's pretty easy.
Yeah,
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward because the evil's kind of hanging out. He has not approached the ship. He's not attacked us. And again, the wind is favorable. We don't really need to move the ship or steer the ship in any sort of.
I mean, of course, our courageous captain is steering us straight to the monster. He did not steer.
We're gonna
to
run over
side.
the mountain. We're just gonna run it over.
Yeah, run over the monster. Just crush it. All right. Well, why don't you go? You got the first mate over here. Why don't you take the
All right,
second
I
mate?
have. Do we call him Hamish?
Hamish.
Yes, Hamish the first mate.
He is equipped with the spyglass, which normally the monsters exist in a fog of war until they are 5 hexes away. But I'm gonna use that because my guy is off camera. He's already at the spy place, so
Yep,
we're gonna
crow's
we're gonna
nest.
force him to reveal that monster.
And it is.
It is
It's possible to decipher from that shit.
the Winds of Satanus.
Oh my gosh.
It's not sounding good.
What do the winds of Satanus do, Shane?
I can place the wind wherever I want it.
Oh,
That
great.
does not sound good.
That is awful.
So now the wind is moving to directly in your face.
Well, great.
yeah.
I may have influenced you to reveal that.
Oh, you tricked us.
So wait, I gotta move the wind.
So now you
You
gotta.
have to
You
move
gotta
the
yeah.
wind. Now it is going into their face.
Put
So-
the one position.
That is going to give
Yes.
us -3 to our speed.
So the wind goes right on top of the wheel.
Yep. Right
Yeah,
at the
put it right
top.
up there.
Yes.
All right.
And now the Winds of Satanus shit goes back into the cup.
Okay, cool. So when these evil monsters, or they're not always monsters, sometimes they're magic or evil weather. The chits are often discarded unless the card says it goes back into the bag.
So
Most of them do not.
I will also be playing the character Benny the Steward, who starts in the galley. He's gonna do nothing this turn. He's also, in our opinion, the worst character in the game, and I hope he dies very soon.
Oh,
That
come
being
on.
said,
Yeah.
Benny last time I think did the most damage to any
It
of
just
the.
didn't matter.
Yes, it
Yeah.
ultimately didn't matter, but I believe he was the most effective. in
No,
combat.
that was Big D Jeb
Old Big Jeb, huh?
with his double revolver.
That's true.
Benny the Steward does have a single revolver, which is nice, but
Yes.
he's gonna
Yeah.
do nothing on his turn.
Benny shot that seaweed man last game.
And Conrad Berg,
Conrad Berg.
he's gonna pay homage to Richard Berg tonight,
Yes, rest
and
in
he's
peace.
just gonna arm the mast that he starts in, which I think is B.
Real Blackbeard going
Yeah.
on here.
Next turn. So
See.
that will resolve
Yes.
all my actions if you'll toss that card back.
Okay, so a lot of your guys just kind of held the course, stayed.
Yeah, we
stayed
got
the course,
no
that's
bad guys to worry about really. So
No.
we're just
bad.
Nothing other than wind is moved. Right?
Nothing other than wind has moved, though at the end of this turn the ship will. Alright, so we need to have, I guess, Big Jeb and Little Jeb. Actually, Shane, if you want to go ahead and.
there are 3 Jebs in this game.
You can just put all my characters over there for right now, just to kind of show them all off. They got to be a little lower, I think. But I got Big Jeb, Little Jeb, and Fiery Path.
Who's the most questionable designed character?
Most questionable designed character. I'm gonna go with Lil Jeb. No, I'm gonna actually say.
You don't like Fire
Benny.
Path with his tomahawk?
No, I'll say Benny. I think Benny is the most questionable because he looks like a child. I'm not positive if he is, and so I'm not really sure what to think of Benny. But I'm gonna have Big Jeb, Lil Jeb, who are hanging out right now on masts to just man that mast. And I think Fiery Path is gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, why don't we pass those characters back over to me? So, all I'm doing is manning the masts. That adds speed to the ship. You need 2 people per mast, and you add +1 to your speed. So, we've all manned the masts. We're manning the wheel. The wind was at our back, but it is not anymore. So, we're doing the best with what we've got. It is now time for Evil, I believe, to take
Doesn't
that
the
turn.
ship move?
Oh, you're right. Ship moves first. You're right. Ship moves first. So for ship to move now, we need to do a little bit of math. Simple math. We get +1 to our movement for each mast that has 2 people on it. So that's going to be all 3 masts. So that is +3 movement. We've also got our very straight and narrow, very mission-oriented captain captaining the ship from that wheel, and that's going to give us an additional +1 to movement. Now, when the wind was at our back, we would have gotten +3 to our movement on top of that for a total of +7, but some sort of evil wind witch turned the wind against us, and that's going to give us a -3. Cats are getting into it. I don't know if that's coming up in audio at all, but
I get it.
just leave him, Shane. He's fine. So she asks for it. Trust me. She gets his goat all the time. So anyway, the wind is going to give us -3 to that movement. So that +4 is going to turn into a +1, which is still better than 0.
It is.
And it's even
Marginally.
Yeah.
significantly better than negative. So
Well,
Not
at this
really.
point now. At this point, we're as far away from the lighthouse as we can be.
I guess that's true. You're right. Anyway, so we're going to move up the ship, the north-south, one little spot.
Just one up. Huh?
Just
one.
one up. That's
You
something.
guys are-
Don't
Evil
Mike,
wind. Evil
Mike,
wind.
don't say just one.
Yeah.
All right, we moved one.
I'm the captain here, and I'm very proud
Guys
of
are a
it.
little bit
Our
closer.
ability to move.
I believe that puts us, 1/23 of the way to.
I think it is 26 maybe total, or 20. Maybe it is 24. I don't know. Anyway, we are roughly 1/20th towards victory. Hopefully, the future rounds
Yeah.
will be a little more beneficial. Now, after that ship movement is over, it is now Evil's turn.
There he is.
Ball,
Okay.
ball, ball.
Drinking his
So-
cheer wine.
It's cheer
The
wine.
evilest drink you can.
Did you kill the music, Mike?
No, I think it's just low.
The first thing that I can do
Definitely right.
is I have this. I don't know if you can see right now, but I have two. Don't look. You're not supposed to know.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
put it on the
You're
kill
talking.
cam.
What's the
I
YouTube
have
I'll still
two.
protest. What he has.
Well, I'm not gonna put them on the kill cam yet.
Why not?
I will when I reveal them. When I put them out. But I always have two evils kind of in my hand
Two
that I
evils.
Two
can
evils.
First Evil.
that I can decide which one I want to summon. I can summon one at a time, and I replenish them as I go.
Yes, you will always have two.
So I'm going to put out my first one, which I will put out. I will show you once I reveal it.
Yes, so Evil puts stuff out face down. There are 6 green hexes around the map, and Evil puts them down, I believe, at random on one of those.
Yes, I
You
roll.
will roll 1d6, and that is where they will go, based on that roll.
Do you want to do the kill cam?
Yeah.
You roll on the table. You're rolling it.
Yeah, roll it around the ship. It's a 2, and 2 is going to be
Right
this one.
here.
Yep.
Okay.
It is based on the wheel where you dictate wind. There's numbers on them, and those correspond to where the evil markers come out. So you
Remember,
roll
you
2.
have extra movement this turn.
Yes. Yes, and you have extra movement, and you get to move this right away.
Yes. What is the max that I can use it? It's the max of.
Yeah, it just
That.
has the stats of the thing you're putting out. We just don't know what it is, but you do.
So.
So what you move it could also give us a little
Right,
hint, maybe,
sure.
as to what it is. And once you're within 6 hexes of the ship, you reveal it.
But I also don't have to move it my full movement.
No, you can move it
course,
however
so.
much you want.
You cannot move it at all, and that's what I would advise that you do.
Brett, that is a very smart thing to say.
I agree.
And I think Shane choosing to move it in any capacity shows that he's making a very
Yeah.
poor
What a
strategic
foolish decision.
I know.
decision. Yeah.
So
Okay.
says Captain Burke.
So it is 1, 2, 3,
it's- and
4,
so it is
5,
written.
6. So it is. Is it 6 including the hex that I'm on?
It's within 6 of the ship, so you're counting from the ship. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're good right there.
I'm good right there. Yes.
Terrible.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't know what that is. Once again,
And now I'm going to draw.
it's probably nothing. I assume it's nothing.
I'm going to draw a
If
new
it was something,
evil.
you would have moved closer to the ship.
I
agree.
Very astute. Hamish. What did you say it was?
Hamish.
Hamish. I keep giving it a different A.
I keep saying Hamish because I just think of it's the next big ABC show. It's Hamish.
Yeah. It's like ham.
It's like it's like the story of the pig from Toy Story.
All right, so you got your second one.
Okay.
Now,
So,
Shane, I could get you a DM screen if you wanna. You're not really the DM, but I could get something to block that if you like.
I don't like the way it makes me feel claustrophobic because I don't have a whole lot of space here.
Okay, that's fair.
But
that's
as
fair.
long as Jimmy isn't cheating.
I will say, actually, I will say something. It
Guys,
is.
no screen looking.
Yeah, it is a little hard to not like my eyes, not intentionally, but they wander a little. I haven't seen anything you've gotten.
Well, I'm keeping them covered.
No
Okay.
It's just-
screen looking.
I wouldn't
If you
even
guys
know-
don't look while I
Okay.
minute while I put them
that's
out.
fair.
then
you're
that's
That's
fine.
fair. That's fair.
Goldeneye rules, everyone.
Golden Eye rules. Shane is odd job in this case, I guess.
Yeah.
So, all right. So after evil is
Aztec
gone,
evil.
we now will kind of reset. Go back from the top.
All right.
That is the end of a turn,
All right.
and we go ahead
See if there's an
and
event.
begin again. See, so now every turn after the first, we're gonna roll to see if there's an event. We roll one die, and on a result of 5 or 6, we will then roll on the event table once more. You can optionally roll events every single turn,
Or not at all.
or you can choose to not do it at all. But we're gonna
going
roll.
by the book.
And we got a 1. The default rule is you roll. We got a 1. Therefore, there will be no events this turn, which is typically good for whalers. Events are usually bad.
That does not mean we have to roll, because typically in this game, 1s are bad and you have to roll for crappy things
That's
to
true.
happen.
That's true. In like combat or checking for things, 1s are often bad, and 6s are very good.
But in this roll, nothing bad happens.
Completely separate.
Cool.
Great. Well, Captain.
There are
if you
other
wanna-
there are other instances like if you've been poisoned by the fungus, 1s are good and
Sure.
6s are bad.
That's
so
true. Because that dictates how much damage you
yeah,
take.
they're kind of it's all kind of just dependent on.
There's
the
no
roll
there's
that
no
you're doing.
consistent
There is no-
situation
there
where
is
1
no-
is always
yes.
bad. But
I think that Brett should start us off this turn. I see evil on the horizon.
Yeah, but he tricked us last time. Do we
Yeah.
want to?
see evil.
Yeah. The tagline on the magazine this came in is "The evil sees you," which is
Yeah.
That's ingenious.
it's very
Nate
command
Haven
and
is
colors.
genius.
So if I understood my captain's command, we want to peek at the evil. Is that what I
lift up the
understand?
covers a little bit.
Yeah, I would love to see what this evil in the sea is.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So it is the Sea People's ship.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
So
So as a heads up, a lot of this is very new to us. We have looked at all of these, but many of them did not come up in our first game.
Can you turn that towards your? Thank
yes.
you.
So
Here, well,
it is a ship that experiences no
Yeah, you're
wind,
good.
hurricane, or tidal wave
you.
effects. It can always turn. It maintains matching hex arrangements of the map, and characters can move across 2 adjacent ships.
Oh, so it's a bad guy ship that can board us.
It is a bad guy ship that can board you. So it is. I get to put it out however I want. The bow of the stern. What is the front?
I'm
stern?
going to say
It's
the
the
headlights.
stern.
The ship headlights.
I should just call it the front of the ship.
The front of the ship goes.
People in the chat, what's the front of the ship?
I believe it is the stern.
Vote now.
I'm gonna say it's the bow, not because I think that's right, but just because I think you're wrong.
Yeah. Thank you.
So it also comes out with 4 characters that are riding said ship.
Oh
Fuck
god.
these guys.
You kidding me right now?
You guys are dead.
Oh, wait, what's the speed of the ship?
It goes as fast as the characters on it.
How fast are the characters on the ship?
So there are 4 ships. No, it goes the
4
speed of
characters.
the number of the characters.
So there are 4 characters, so it'll move 4 spaces.
Yes.
Are they like rowing?
I guess so.
I did not
I'm
know
actually
you would put
gonna
that
do this.
ship down, and I just cut to it, and I was like, oh my god, it's huge.
So yeah, I don't know, Mike. Is this on camera right now?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Great.
I don't remember how I set this up.
Right.
So the Sea People's
Camera.
ship gets us the camera. Yeah, that's the next one. After Train Evil.
Yeah.
18 Evil.
Yeah, 18 evil.
So the characters that Shane just put out, they have their own little paper ship that is of similar size to Ship Ashara, and I think like we can board it. We can basically the way this works is very similar to the way this
Yeah,
works.
these guys do not appear to be that strong compared to some of the other evils.
Sure. And they
but
are-
they do have weapons.
They're also just people, which means we can drown them. We can do stuff. We can.
Yeah,
the
my first thing when
key
I think
feature of people.
drownable.
Need oxygen.
Right.
Interesting.
Oh, is that a person?
Okay,
well,
well,
why
maybe-
don't you just drown this problem away?
Yeah, and some people said a giant wall is the answer to problems, but
Front-
drowning is actually the answer to many problems.
Front of the ship is the bow.
The bow, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Crystal Channel.
Thank you,
tell
Crystal
us.
Channel.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that thing is down and it's not great. I'm not into it.
It's not as evil as it could be.
That's true.
Is your evil ship affected by the wind?
No. specifically is not affected by the wind.
Yes, it is specifically not affected by the wind.
So if we took over your ship, we would be unaffected by the wind.
That is true.
No, that is not true.
What?
Unless does it say it's not?
I mean, it just says the Sea People's ship experiences no wind, hurricane, or tidal wave effects.
It doesn't have masts or anything though. Like we can't
That's
do anything
true.
with it.
Yeah,
We
I don't
can't
know if
man
you
it.
guys can man it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what does it say for movement? Does it say that we get?
It's the number of characters.
Can always turn, maintain matching hex arrangement of map. Characters can move across to adjacent ships.
Okay,
Nate?
and it says its movement is equal to the number of.
One
does it say?
speed, one per character. So
Interesting.
that tells me that
So
if
in
the character's
theory,
on it,
in theory, if we abandoned the ship Ashara and took the Sea People's ship, killing all on
We
board,
could move a 10 a turn.
we could move 10 a turn, unaffected by the wind.
I feel like Nate said that you can have a maximum of 7 movement per turn.
But is that just can the Ashara have a max
don't
of
know.
7 movement per turn?
I
I think that
so
would
there
be
is
quite
no
the task.
there is
that might
no
be a suicide mission. Anyway.
there is no mass and there is no wheel. So I feel like you guys can't control it.
I guess we can't
It is a
turn it.
ghastly ship that you cannot control.
I guess we couldn't turn it then.
Yeah.
Because you need a wheel to turn the ship. So if we get off course, then we're off course forever.
Right.
But is that a risk we're willing to take? Okay, well, we're going to have to figure that out as we go forward. Why don't you
Yeah.
continue your turn,
Find out next
Brett?
time on Sleeve.
Let's see.
Hamish has done a great deed for us, however.
Let's see. It is. He's gonna move at a speed of 4, which is too far away to really do anything. And I don't believe any of our weapons are in range.
The harpoon cannon might be.
I mean,
We
we're-
got some help from the people about the ship.
Okay, yeah, please.
It says you can definitely take that ship,
Hell yeah.
but the captain can't leave the original ship unless
Yeah.
unless it goes down. So
Captain cannot
okay,
leave ship
look.
on own unless sunk or pulled away.
Look, Captain Burke,
just leave. Just
What is
he
this, a
was
mutiny?
great. No.
Man the harpoon
Mutiny,
cannons!
Just
mutiny.
ditch 'em.
Come on.
Let's
Ditch
kill
'em.
these sea people and their sea evil.
We have to. Okay, look. This captain is out of control. Okay.
So yeah, you can take that ship. Everybody.
Belligerent.
Do it.
Now Wong the cook.
do we have-
definitely want
Now, that's a captain.
All right.
Is there a card? Is there a card for the harpoon gun? Or
There is, yes.
what's the range on it? Right, we're 8
God,
hexes
it's
away.
like 7.
Throw that over the kill cam.
A billion.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6.
So we can't really hit it. So I know,
Kill hasn't come up yet. It will be the kill
Yeah,
cam.
no, show it on the camera.
Benny is going to continue to do nothing.
Yeah, you wanna take a look at the harpoon
because
cannon?
He's Benny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Benny the
And-
steward.
So the harpoon cannon has a very long range, and it is affixed to the front of our ship. It is sort of the only offensive weapon the ship inherently has. It is very strong, but it can run out of ammo. All ranged weapons can run out of ammo. It's a die roll. If you roll a 1, you then roll another die, and it could be empty.
Can you point it out on the ship too?
Yeah, it's right in the front of the ship.
Perfect.
The bow,
the
as
very
we learned.
Yeah.
The bow of
Yeah.
the ship
Yeah.
has the harpoon cannon on it. We can pass that card back over.
Conrad Berg is going to man mast B,
Okay.
and Benny is going to accompany the chef and pass the seasonings.
Pass the seasonings. Great. Chinese 5 spice. So, let's see. Captain, what's your orders here?
I'm still thinking we man the mast. The frontmost sea person is still 9 spaces away from the harpoon cannon, which is quite a bit. So even if we want to just start shooting at them as they get closer,
You can shoot the ship itself.
Does it-
Each exposed hex has a strength of 15.
Okay.
Always want to play a heck word game.
interesting.
Why don't we...
Interesting.
Well, okay, so, Captain, I don't want to tell you how to do your job. Okay.
I kind of do.
Yeah, no, that's fine. This is a
Hamish,
democracy.
good point.
All right.
We are going headlong into the wind right now. I don't know a lot about manning ships and sailing. I'm just big and or little and or fiery.
Right. That's why
But
I hired the 3 of you.
We may want to turn the ship to get out of this wind.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because as we turn, I'm going to take a look here at the hex. So if you want to actually put this in front over there on the kill cam. So depending on the way the wind is blowing in relation to our ship, we will get certain bonuses or penalties to our movement. Right now, we're getting -3 because it's blowing straight at us. However, if we were to turn, we could turn that into a -1, and that is going to move us east and west, which is not ideal. Right now, we're aimed right at the lighthouse, and as far as east-west, or I guess x-axis goes. We're directly at the lighthouse, but we can always kind of loop around. We can come around on
It
it.
also gets further away from this evil ship.
And it gets us
Yep.
further away from this
All right.
evil ship.
So,
Go ahead and pass me that back.
AKA
That's a good
How,
point.
how does
Our-
how does moving diagonally work?
So what we're gonna do is we'll take our net movement and you will split it between the north, south, east, west movement tracks. So if we were to get a total of 6, we would move 3 north and then 3 east or west.
Right. So based on
And,
your
and, and you
last
can
turn
never
being
face
1,
due east.
so
west.
then you would have 3.
I think the cats are by the camera
Based,
equipment.
yeah. Alright, let me move them. As I mentioned, my cats get a little rambunctious when I'm talking a lot, so I'm just gonna slip under this table here.
We have a cat cam or what?
We unfortunately do not have a cat.
yeah, next time we're gonna have a GoPro on both the
my
cats.
bad.
Oliver at full chomp.
Yeah.
So if you take away
This is my cat Oliver. He's a big cat. He's a bit of a goon. I know, buddy.
I would love to pet him
Hold on,
someday.
show him
Yeah.
again.
Hey, he is
I unfortunately can't go do that again. He's a little.
he is very soft.
Sorry, I missed it.
The greatest tragedy of all is that he's very soft.
Ollie may make a
Uh,
cameo later.
All right,
He's scary.
Captain Burke is gonna steer the ship
Okay. Captain Burke is going to steer the ship. In what direction are you going to attempt to turn?
away.
Because you attempt to turn.
Is that right?
You roll a d6 and you add modifiers based on manning masts. And
So
you then
wait
check this chart.
until the other masts.
No, you would it doesn't have to necessarily let me start over. It doesn't necessarily have to be done in that order, though we could say these characters are going to man the masts, then the captain
Sure.
takes his turn.
Well, let's do that.
Okay.
Captain Burke will hold off a minute. Jebediah is going to man mast A. Mr. Chandu is going to man mast B.
here's the thing though. If you man all of the masts and turn, you will turn 3 directions.
you up to.
Up to.
Yeah,
Okay.
that checks out. Yeah, all right. Lost control of the wheel.
Right.
And then,
So I need to change the overlay, yeah? Are we turning?
Not yet.
Oh,
That is only going to
yeah,
be in the
it'll-
ship
it'll happen
movement
later.
phase.
and then Wong the cook is going to move a little bit in the galley.
Okay. So again, we don't
But
have
he's
the
not gonna-
we
right.
don't have the galley on camera, but it is a small like 3x5 hex space that has paths up to the top of the ship, as well as rum you can drink to recover will to live.
Wong the cook is going to position himself to come up if we need to fight some sea peoples next turn. But right now he's fine.
Sure.
Dinner is almost served.
Yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
Wong.
He's already made dinner.
Well, stop eating all of it yourself then. Bring it up to the
That's
top.
right. All right, the Jebs and Fiery Path.
Okay, well, knowing that the captain is intending to turn the ship, wanting to give you the greatest chance of making that turn, because again, when we go to turn the ship, we're going to roll a die and check this table for steering, and that will dictate how many kind of rotations we can make. Realistically, we only want to make one shift, right? We're only making a slight
Will
turn.
probably be successful.
So we need to get a 3 to 4 total for our roll. So it's going to be our roll, and it's going to add 1 per complete manned mast. Again, 2 people to man a mast, as well as 1 for the wheel. However, it is also going to give us penalties based on wind direction. Not having too much else to do right now, the brothers Jeb and Fiery Path are gonna we're just gonna hang out. Again, there's this ship on the horizon, guys. It could just be a merchant ship.
Are Big Jeb and Little Jeb brothers, or are they? Is the father-son duo?
Maybe they are father son. I did say brothers Jeb.
Is
but maybe-
Jebediah related to them? These are the
So-
questions that keep me up at night.
So there are 3.
These are what the viewers want to
Yeah.
know.
There are 3 Jebs in this game. There's Big Jeb and Little Jeb, who share a similar hat, which tells me they're related.
Yeah,
And like a
that's most-
mouth thing.
They're both smoking. Why don't we put the Jebs on
I think you
camera
already
real quick?
did, but
we
yeah,
did,
I
but
mean,
put
they're-
them on there together.
They're basically look exactly the same.
They-
They're just big and little.
One of them is big and one of them is small. And I guess father son maybe.
Yeah.
Keeping the business.
But what's the
kinda family business
Jebediah
going.
connection?
And then there's Jebediah.
What's that about?
Look, Jebediah is not that uncommon of a name. It could just
I
be
agree, right.
coincidence. Anyway, Big Jeb, Little Jeb, and Fiery Path, their boy Fiery Path, we're just gonna man the masts.
Great.
We're just gonna keep the ship going. Because
Alright.
you know what? We win the game by getting to the lighthouse, so let's get to the lighthouse.
I agree. All right, and I will steer as Captain Burke.
Okay,
Bring it
and
back
so for steering, you are going to have to make that roll then to see how much we can steer by. You got a 3. So it is 3 plus 3 for the 3-man masts, and you're using the wheel, so that's 4 total before the roll. And then plus 3 for the roll, 7.
Right.
Minus 3 because of our wind knocks us down to a nice, cool 4.
Great.
And you needed a total of 3 to 4 for a directional
I
shift.
did it.
Okay, so you can then rotate the ship. If you take a look at the ship camera, Mike, you'll see that they're a little hard to see even in person, but there are these sort of like ghost sort of images or like waves of the ship. If we actually take this off entirely, you can see one ship is laid out here, one is laid out here, one is laid out here, and that's in these 6 directions. You can never go due east or west. You will always be going either at a diagonal direction or an orthogonal direction. And we start the game like this. And Captain Burke, which way do you want to turn? Going east or going west? Okay, so that would get lined up like there.
Great.
Oh, you're not going to drive right into the ship?
Pretty sure it's right there.
The butt goes right here.
yeah.
Right?
So it's right there.
Yeah.
Because there's the point.
Okay, cool. So that is where we're now lined up. That means when we calculate movement speed, we are going to be going both north and west. Just trying to get it dead on, huh?
Just trying to get it. The hex don't particularly line up
The
right.
whalers all just put on their cloggers and
That looks pretty. That looks
start
pretty
dancing
good.
around the ship.
We can figure it out from there. Just leave it. So,
Flying
all right.
volley collaboration.
Now all the whalers have taken their turn.
There we go. I
It is
think it's
now
over there.
time for ship movement. It's fine. Just leave it. So ship movement is then going to be recalculated at the wheel here based on where we're sitting. So we are.
Goes-
Nah, yeah, that got turned upside down at one point. Or actually, no,
No,
it's
the
always
wind
that
is
way.
right.
That's right.
So we turned over to here.
Yep.
So now
So on the overlay,
it is going. The ship is going 1 tick to the left,
yeah.
and so now
Wind's
we'll
still
put it
going
back over.
straight ahead, yeah?
Wind is still blowing from north to south.
Got it.
All right. So we are going to now calculate movement. Again, we have 3 people manning the mast, 1 manning the wheel. That is plus 4, and we're getting minus 1 from the ship now, or from the wind. So that is a total of 3, and that is going to give us a 3 total movement that we split between the 2, and we round up on that. So we round up on the north-south track.
Okay.
So it will be 2 on this one and 2 on the other one.
Got it.
So we go 2 ticks to the west and 2 ticks north.
Boom. That was double. in the
Double last turn's progression.
Or exponentially. Like
Yeah.
next turn we're gonna go 4 and then we're gonna win again.
Yeah.
And then it's over, yep. Give me 1 penny every day and double it. 2 pennies, 4 pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually you'll be rich.
I'll be rich. In this case, I'll be at a lighthouse. Same principle. All right, Evil. It is now your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
While evil goes, I have an explanation for the Jeb theory.
Okay, you've thought about the
So
Jeb. the Jeb shot.
Jebediah is the physical human being on the ship.
Oh my gosh, okay.
But they are a raging alcoholic who has anger issues. So
Uh-oh.
Big Jeb represents his anger and fury in combat. But outside of that, when he's not drunk, he feels very little and cowardly and has low self-esteem, represented by Little Jeb.
I like it.
I'm sorry, you haven't seen Lighthouse?
I think
Very much the description.
I think that it's like a Dragon
No,
Ball Z
to
thing.
be clear, that is not a Lighthouse spoiler.
I think it's like a Dragon Ball Z thing, and Lil Jeb and Big Jeb do the fusion dance, or perhaps use fusion earrings
Okay.
to become Jebediah.
Or maybe one of them is Piccolo and one of them is Kami.
Yeah.
And they've done a Namekian.
And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not Piccolo anymore.
But
Call
they-
me Piccolo.
But they keep calling him Piccolo. Okay, I'm into this. Okay, so canonically, I'm going to say this is fact. Canonically, Big Jeb and Little Jeb don't exist. Jebediah, however, is very productive
Yes.
and does the work of 3 men.
Right, He-Man's
1 mast,
2
seed.
masks at once.
He massed Mass C and Mass A,
Yeah.
So-
which he couldn't even get adjacent to both of them, but he does it.
He's got stretchy arms, like Piccolo.
Like Piccolo.
So a thing just happened.
Okay,
All right.
So I-
sit down. Just can't. I'm not like.
You're
a
right, Cameron.
Sit down.
down.
Sit your butt down.
Sit down, evil.
So I put out my evil,
Yes.
and I drew another evil,
Okay.
which was the Sea Witch,
Oh my god.
shit.
which must be put out when drawn.
When you draw.
Kill
Yes.
Camera, please.
Boom,
Okay.
Sea Witch.
So,
Wow, that's what she
the
looks like?
Sea
That's
Witch.
awesome.
The Sea Witch is essentially the main antagonist of the game. In terms of the lore that the comic tells you, the Sea Witch is like the main villain of the game. I said before we could win the game by getting to the lighthouse. We can also win the game by killing the Sea Witch.
At that point, does the game revert back to the desert? Does it
That's a good
explain?
question. I guess if the Sea Witch
I don't
dies,
think the
does
Sea
water
Witch
go away?
flooded it. I think that
okay.
the desert was flooded.
Yeah.
Do you know where the staff card is?
The staff.
Oh, it's right
card.
here.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, I thought that was a guitar she was holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just like rips.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is like black metal themed, so.
Like at least just visually, yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of these Emperors of Eternal Evil games have like a sort of black metal aesthetic to them. Maybe not as hard as like Cave Evil.
All
Incidentally,
like skeletons doing cool skeleton
yeah,
shit.
skeletons doing skeleton stuff. Very cult, very grim.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's certainly like a sort of
So this is
like black
revealed,
metal
right?
aesthetic. No, that is not. That's the Sea Witch. But
Whoops. I don't know what that is.
yeah, fortunately, if you flip one of these tokens over, you might not know what it is anyway. Cool. So the Sea Witch is hanging out over there.
Okay.
To I guess that would be the southwest.
Yes. So now it is.
I hate that.
What's the health on that?
Yeah. Give me some Sea Witch stats.
So again, she has a speed of 6, a strength of 6, and a will to live of 6.
That's not very
Six,
strong.
6. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's not very strong. However, she does have a range 5 murder staff, apparently.
That is 9, no matter
Yeah.
what range.
Yeah. So yeah,
So-
so her weapon, she can reach up to her hex or 4 hexes away from that, and it will add 9 to her attack roll essentially.
And she can float on the water. She
And
can fly
yes.
above the water.
Evil's
so-
characters, while our whalers, their movement is 3 movement points per hex. So essentially, you're going to divide their movement by 3 in water. Evil's characters ignore that; they can fly or swim, all of them.
Okay, so now that has
not
been
see
revealed,
these,
I can activate all of my characters that are out.
Right, because each character gets a movement and an action, and so if Evil has multiple characters out, they each get to do that, just like our whalers.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal this chit, which is
what
the
is
hurricane.
that? Hurricane. Okay.
I actually did remember that icon.
So Evil, while we only can see the character if we use our spyglass or they get close to us, Evil can also choose to reveal their upside down markers anytime they want.
Alright, so Shane, what does the hurricane do?
The hurricane.
Only terrible shit.
Do not look.
Alright.
Alrighty. So the hurricane is on the kill cam now.
A lot of evil weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an evil meteorologist.
Right.
So every turn,
Top
the hurricane
killing.
goes through 3 phases.
Okay.
We roll a d6 to change the wind. The second phase, we roll a d6 for a hurricane effect, and one of 6 things will happen on the hurricane effect. I will move 1 on a result of 1. Move all characters 1 hex west, and can move off the ship or boat.
Move all characters. Okay, so we're gonna just get blown off the
Yeah.
ship.
Yes.
Great.
On a
Kiss
roll
those
of
light
2,
points goodbye.
move all characters 1 hex east. My thinking is the ship is rocking, so people
Sure.
are sliding.
Yeah, it's very strong. We're just kind of sliding around the.
3, the galley
ship.
takes 2 flood.
Okay.
If the 7th flood token, if it reaches the 7th flood token, the ship sinks. 4, 1 mast takes a combat against 15 strength wind. 5, all masts take combat against a 10 strength wind. And
Still
6, there is a wave, and we roll a d6, and on the result, the ship capsizes.
Okay. Great.
And then, so that is the second phase, and the third phase is we roll a d6 for the length of the hurricane.
Okay.
On a roll of 6, you enter the eye of the hurricane, which means
no wind.
there's no wind, but you also cannot move.
Okay.
Right.
So we're stuck there.
And then on the second, And then after that turn, back to the hurricane is normal.
Cool.
And then
Well,
on
not
the,
cool,
and then
but I
on the
understand.
second D6, the hurricane is over.
Okay.
Right.
Great.
All right, roll them
Great.
hurricanes.
So last time we played this, the hurricane messed
you.
us up.
It froze you.
It froze us, and then it blew half of our crew into the water, and
Yeah.
then a turtle man dragged us out further to sea.
Yes.
So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to roll for the hurricane.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
For the
over here.
wind.
Roll over
Yeah,
here.
roll
We'll
over
take-
here.
Yeah.
But this camera's more zoomed
This is
in.
wider. If your roll goes away, it's gonna go off cam.
So 2. So the wind moves to 2. So that is actually beneficial for you.
That gets it further towards our back.
We did it.
You can summon a hurricane evil, but you can't lead it to.
Oh, you
can't make it
the
so-
wind
yeah, you can't
also
make it
the wind is
Sorry, what's
also
the
sea?
stronger by the
Sea
wind is
evil.
also stronger by 2
Sure.
in
Right.
whatever
In
direction.
So
any
if it's
direction.
facing us in any sort of forward fashion, it's as if it was heading face on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had,
so
a,
now
you had a question over there, Mike. I see you kind of peering over at the table.
Yeah, where do I put the wind?
The wind is one tick to the right,
it is on the number 2
It's
position.
on the
which you might not be able to see over there, but it's one. If you're at clockwise, it's like 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock if you remember an analog clock face.
Yeah.
I remember
Gen Z
that.
kids over here. with
I
their
remember
digital
that.
clocks.
Okay, hold on. I'm
I-
pulling out.
I do
pulling
recall
out my
once
new
in middle
evil.
school we paused our history class for basically the whole class to teach one individual how to read an analog clock.
That was
gosh.
something that I dealt with a lot when I was working in a 4th, 5th grade classroom. It's like, hold on, you need to learn this.
My students, the kids on my soccer team, were super confused because my watch is on 24-hour time.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
And
you're gonna blow their minds.
their little 11-year-old minds can't comprehend that.
What is
Go to
14
Europe,
o'clock?
you little shits.
Okay. So
All right. So now
So-
what happens with the hurricane?
Yeah.
now
that
what happens
it's windy.
with the hurricane? 4. The 4 is one mast takes a 15 strength combat.
Yeah.
I guess I
Do you
decide the
choose,
mast,
or do we do
it
a
just
random
says
roll?
one mast.
Why don't we roll for it? If it doesn't say, why don't we roll for it? Let's
Okay,
say
so A
from
is 1 and
A to
2?
C. Yeah, 2, 4, 6.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, roll it on the table. We got a 6. So that's mass C.
Okay.
All right. So with all of these, all of the characters and all of the ship cards are all things you'll print out, or I guess actually if you go by the magazine rules, you'll Xerox it. And I went off the beaten path. I printed them and I laminated them as well as to save paper. So we're just going to use a wet erase marker. Any stat adjustments you make on characters, also you will be using a pencil or a wet erase marker, or whatever you set up. The mast strength is all on the ship Ashara sheet. Say that several times in a row.
Ship Ashara sheet.
Why don't you hand me? Actually, I have one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead. We said mass C took 15 damage.
No, it is a combat roll.
Oh, okay, great. So why don't we?
Hope is not lost.
It has a strength of 10, so I guess it fights against that.
It is fighting, yes, strength of 15.
Right.
Got it. All right.
So
So I roll a 3
and I
a
roll
3.
a 3.
we
So
take
it's
5.
5
So
damage.
you take 5 damage.
So the mast strength of each mast in the ship Ashara is 10. So I'll go from 10 to 5. If you want to go ahead and
Yes.
show that. On
And
kill cam.
the important part here is if the mast is destroyed, we can't man it.
Correct. So once we lose that
want that,
mast,
Mike?
effectively we lose a max of 1 speed.
We can rebuild it.
We can repair. Yes, there is a repair ability, and
Can it be repaired once it's
can
completely
rebuild.
destroyed?
Yes, it
Yes.
can.
Okay.
You can repair the masts, and you can also plug up holes on the ship if you were to bust holes in our hull.
Okay.
Yeah, we're a squirrely crew. We can
Figure it out.
overcome,
Yeah,
we can
we're
overcome
fine.
all obstacles.
This is just regular.
Just get Jeb to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
not
And
doing
then,
enough as 3 people.
roll for the duration over the hurricane.
I really wish Nate was on the
That is
stream.
a 1, so the
Beautiful.
hurricane continues.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So now that is the hurricane's turn.
Correct.
Now,
Now the Sea Witch takes her turn.
Or the sea people.
or the sea people.
I forgot the Sea Peoples as well.
I am
You
going
forget
to
it.
move
It's
the 3
ominous.
people's ship. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, because they can move up to 4.
Yes.
In this case.
They
Yes.
have guns.
None of them have ranged weapons.
Rapists.
One of them, I
That
guess,
guy has a fucking terrible spear.
one can throw a
This guy
spear.
has a spear.
Yeah.
too.
Why don't you put the
Yeah.
spear on camera?
You know
So-
what? 3 of these guys have spears. 3 of the 4 have spears.
Mike, if you want to switch over to our kill cam. Which,
on it.
So I understand also, we keep saying kill cam, and that sounds like a misnomer because there's been no killing yet. but we have purpose for that. We'll get to it. Don't show it. We'll get to it.
All will make sense.
So the spear, even though it is a melee weapon, ostensibly, it has several range. As you can see, it has 4 range. But next to each one is an asterisk. Outside of range 2 is an asterisk. That means you have to throw it in order to use it at that range, and when you throw it, it goes away. So they can huck a spear, and then it will be gone.
Through the hurricane with no effect. These deadly.
Give me that spear.
They're sea. You can take that back. Shane, there are sea people. Okay, they understand how all this weather
Yeah,
stuff
they don't
works.
care.
They
I think they're ghastly. I mean, they look pretty ghastly.
Do you think sea people care about hurricanes?
Nope.
They love
don't.
hurricanes.
Right.
They love hurricanes.
So each of these guys can move independently as well as the ship. So
Correct.
they're all gonna just kind of
Move closer to our
bully
guns.
up to the front.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, right now, ostensibly, you have 1, 5. You have like basically 6 characters because your ship
Yeah.
can move as well as each character
Yeah.
and the Sea Witch. I'm glad we found the Sea Witch
Yeah.
because that I'm sort of thinking killing the Sea Witch might be easier than
Yeah.
otherwise.
I was going to suggest that to our noble captain.
Oh,
I
yeah.
d- yeah.
To just abandon course and hunt down the sea
Yeah.
witch.
One.
The captain has a revolver. He'll shoot the sea witch.
Also, actually, hold on. Can we backstep a second? We did forget one thing.
What?
Uh-oh.
When our ship moved, this also should have moved.
I was going to mention this. The ship didn't move.
The ship hasn't
yet.
moved.
It did. The ship movement happens before
Ship-
Evil's turn.
yeah, it happens before.
Oh, you just skipped the ship move.
No, we did
we
move the
pivoted
markers,
and
Right.
we moved the markers.
but we forgot to move the ship. So
That ship's supposed to go backwards.
yeah, if we
I
can
was
do that
gonna
real
mention
fast, it should have gone because
3.
we moved.
Two spaces.
We
2.
moved 2 north and 2 west, so
Okay.
it should have gone 2
1,
south
2.
and then 2 east.
Okay.
Okay.
2 east.
Yes. Then so
Okay.
as I mentioned before, whenever the ship
Maybe
moves,
better for you.
everything
Just-
around it
Yeah.
moves in
Hit us
the
in the butt.
opposite direction. That sort of represents that the ship is moving without having to actually move the physical piece that
1,
represents the ship.
2.
So we forgot to do that. It happens between the whaler's turn and the evil's turn.
And then I'm going to turn. So I am moving.
I also believe if we were able to get the ship completely off the map, it just disappears.
That is correct. If a piece drifts off the map entirely, it is considered lost at sea. So, with the Sea People's ship specifically, because it is so big, you can have all but 1 hex off of the map.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
can
it's
hang
still
off.
there. But once that last hex goes away, the ship is lost.
Would,
Anyway.
would a hurricane have... No, it would not have.
It says it's not affected by wind, or other stuff like that. So,
The hurricane, once it's revealed. I mean, if you can get the hurricane off before I reveal it, yes, it would go
sure,
away.
but it wouldn't have.
But it
in
would
this
have
case.
been like here or here.
You also placed it this turn, right?
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of a situation where I would not reveal the hurricane.
Right.
Yeah, I guess if we got 7 I don't know, that's speculation.
Yeah.
So, anyway, continuing your turn, the Sea Witch
Okay.
now gets a
Now
chance
the
to
Sea
move.
Witch gets a chance to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes, move right to our Jeb army.
Yeah.
I think I'm just
All the
gonna. I think
jabs
I'm
are
just gonna
just
kind of float around out of range and taunt
Well, you don't want to die, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna taunt you.
That's
with
like
my
your
Sea
king.
Witch.
So, great. So Evil's done moving. Did you draw a second marker after you spent that? Because you should always have 2 on hand.
Yes, I have 2 on hand.
Perfect. All right, moving on to the next turn then. Why don't we roll to see if we hit this event table?
Scott,
Brett?
I wanted
Yes.
to update you. Tom Russell has said killing the Sea Witch is not easy.
Tom, come on. All right, hold on 1 second. Tom, you know a lot about railroads. You know about like the history of slavery in America.
Right.
I think
You
it
know
would
all
only
that
be
stuff.
easy.
You don't know about sea witches.
Whoa,
when
that's a
Hollenspiel, when Hollenspiel releases a
Michigan
sea witch
have-
game,
Yeah.
we'll talk.
How many
Scott
sea
is,
witches
Scott is
are in
WWFing
Michigan?
him right now.
None.
None. You know what's in Michigan? Well, actually, there are a lot of shipwrecks in Michigan.
That's
There are
right.
lots of ships in Michigan.
I'm just saying.
Are those
sail
hold
across?
on, did sea witches sink all those?
Sail across Lake Michigan to talk this shit about sea witches.
I
Lake
think. I
witches?
think.
Yes.
I think
That's
killing
true,
the
it's a
sea witch
lake.
would.
The lake
only-
witches.
lake.
Yeah.
I think
Alright.
killing the sea witch would only be easy if the person controlling the sea witch is stupid or arrogant.
Well, I'm gonna shoot the sea witch.
So, yeah,
and-
we're gonna try to
Yeah,
kill
we're
the
gonna
sea
do
witch.
it. So
Turn the ship around.
what I know about you is that you're arrogant. So
All right,
We'll see what happens.
turn this ship around. let's drive into that sea witch.
We'll do it. All right.
I would love to see you
I rolled a
guys try
4
to
for the
see
event, so
which-
no event.
No event, you roll a 4?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, we need a 5 or a 6 in order to make an event roll occur. We rolled a 4, no event, we continue on just as the crow flies. Why don't you take your turn? I'm going to hit the restroom real fast.
Great.
Captain, I will leave it up to you.
All right. Let's see how far this.
Can you, Michael, you turn on the bathroom cam?
1, 2,
Yeah.
3,
Bathroom cam's on.
8. You're 8 away. What's this harpoon cam? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
All right, do we want to actually try to get to the lighthouse, or do we want to switch to militant?
The Sea Witch is 8 hexes away from the harpoon cannon, which is our best bet. So I feel like.
Which has a range of 7.
Yeah. So I want to shoot the Sea Witch, but she's too far away.
Right.
So
You could turn into her, but then that points you in the completely wrong direction.
right, that is not that helpful. I feel like we should keep moving forward, or as forward as we can. How is the wind affecting us right now? We're at a minus.
The wind is stronger now.
It's a
than the
hurricane. Yeah, that's right.
You get a +3.
Wait, +3?
Yes, because it is at your back. Even
But I'm
though
going
it
to
is
be
at an angle.
moving the other way still.
It is still at your back. You are in this direction.
Yeah,
it's
so
at
like
your
you'll
back.
go forward
Okay.
and you'll go to the side, basically.
Right.
So is that
But-
it's normally a +1, but the hurricane adds 2 to it.
Right.
Okay. It's not strictly a -2. It's a.
It is plus or minus pending the direction.
Got it.
So it is currently in the +1 position. So +2 makes it +3.
All right. I'm gonna have the captain man the mast, Mr. Chandu the captain man the wheel, Mr. Chandu man mast B, Jebediah man mast A, and Wong the cook is gonna come up from the galley and hop onto the harpoon cannon in case someone gets closer.
Ooh, our first vision of Wong the cook.
Wong the cook,
Yeah.
right there.
Is now harpooning it.
Fresh air.
Yeah.
Okay. Wong, get up here.
Hey Wong, get on this harpoon cannon. Mr. Brett.
All right. Mr. Conrad Berg is going to man mast B. But I believe before he does that, he's going to move away from the Sea Witch.
Not a bad call.
Benny the Steward is just going to cower in the galley. That's often what he does.
That's called role playing.
And let's see.
Brett, I missed it before, but Aaron says you've become famous. You're on YouTube now.
I'm YouTube famous. When
Friend ears.
I start getting paid, then I'll.
If you like Brett, hit a like.
know, my
Hit the
wallet on
like
me.
button if you like Brett on the YouTube channel.
Hamish,
Smash that
we
like
don't
button.
have
Smash that
anything-
like button, please.
We don't have anything to reveal. I can't I can't get blown off the
Right. You,
Right.
you can't get blown off the
Yeah.
off the crow's nest.
It's
There's
considered
like,
a cup.
there's a
So staying in there is very
Fence.
habitation.
Right.
I feel like.
I believe the nautical term is the safety bucket.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I do have a
All right,
harpoon.
My grandfather was a sailor, so he told me all
okay.
these terms when I was young.
I will trust everything you say about
Yes.
sailing.
He
I'm
said-
glad you're the
He
captain.
said many nice terms about the safety bucket and sea evil.
Yeah,
Yeah, did he ever talk about an
Just gonna
evil
hang
city
out.
by chance?
Yes.
So
Frequently.
Scott, that will go to you.
All right, great. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We've got a witch to our left. We've got another ship below us. We could start throwing harpoons at the ship behind us. Do you think it's worth it to try to turn and fight against this stuff coming at us?
Yeah, for sure.
Because Shane,
Oh, okay.
would you be so kind as to tell me
How about
the
this?
stats on these sea peoples?
How about this?
Just
Hamish,
roughly. Are they high, low,
They're all roughly around 20
total? Okay. So I didn't really mention it before, but the way you can kill any of our whalers or any of the evils creatures, monsters, whatever they are, you have to lower all of the stats to 0. So if they have 6 strength and 5 speed and 7 will to live.
Throw one on the kill.
Sure, why don't you put one of the sea peoples over there? You would have to be able to lower all of them to 0. And we'll get into the details of combat when combat occurs. Like I said, they're sort of opposed roles, but you have to be able to get every stat to 0. And that can, depending on what you're fighting, that can be either very easy in the case of like, I don't know, a sea serpent attacking us.
Right.
It will kill a whaler in like one swing, but man-to-man combat can take a little bit longer. So anyway, so if they have roughly 20 strength, let's see, if I have...
Let me propose this to you, Scott.
Yeah, please, by all means.
Rather than Hamish do nothing, he could come down and man mast B, freeing up someone to move closer to throw a harpoon.
So Big Jeb is a strong man, or a strong figment of one man's imagination.
For sure. I mean,
So maybe if imaginary Big Jeb goes and throws a harpoon at someone, now admittedly they have done nothing to us to hurt us. It is sort of us taking the first strike, but I'm okay with that.
they're foreigners. I mean, this is 2019. We have to.
That's true. You gotta stop
gotta-
foreign invaders.
Yeah, we gotta put
Number one threat.
Yikes.
Yeah, let's not make those jokes on the stream.
Let's do that. Let's
keep the stream
retroactively.
apolitical.
Let's have Hamish come down from the mast. We don't have anything to spot right now. Does that sound you proposed that? That sound fair?
So yeah, he has a movement of
So
5. I believe going from the mast is 2.
correct. So off on the little side section of the board, on the side section of the map where it shows the galley and the mast,
3, 4.
there are 2 hexes because going down from the mast takes an extra step. So if you look over at the ship right now, you'll see Hamish here has walked off of the top of the mast and he's gone down to the bottom. That only leaves one person here, but there are 3 people adjacent to this one now. That means I'm gonna have Big Jeb, who is underneath. I apologize for knocking everything around. Big Jeb here is going to walk. He's going to stand where this boat is. He's not in the boat, but he's by it. And that's our setup here. Get those all straight. And Big Jeb he's got a harpoon in one hand, and he's going to huck it. And a harpoon has a range, let's see, of 4, but it's most effective at 2. We can't get 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can throw it 4. 2, 3, 4. It is not ideal, but he's gonna do it. Big Jeb, look, okay. If you're driving, you think someone is following you, you think someone is trying to get up in your business, you gotta deal with it. So Big Jeb is gonna deal with it. Big Jeb is gonna deal with it. So in order for this combat to go off, what we're gonna do is this. I'm getting the one. Actually, I'm gonna get the one at the kind of the side. So this one right here. I'm gonna roll 1d6 as well.
Which
Shane.
one is that?
It is
the one.
Let's see. It is this guy. What has a helmet and he's looking to the right and he's horns. That
I
is.
think
They all have
Okay,
ones.
look, they all have horns and helmets. I
believe
understand.
I do think
It's
it's
this
that
one?
one.
Okay, yeah, that looks
Yeah.
like him. So I'm gonna roll 1d6, and harpoons have the note. Shane, if you want to put this in the camera, harpoons on the bottom have the note add strength, which means I'm going to roll a d6, add in this case Big Jeb's strength score of 8 to the harpoon strength of at range 4 is 1. So I'm going to roll a d6 and add 9 to it, and that is going to be my combat score. Shane is going to, if he has a ranged weapon that can hit me, he is going to make a roll as well, adding those things to it.
He could also throw a spear.
He will actually make a roll regardless, but he might add extra if he has a weapon that can reach me.
Don't think I want to do that.
So I'm throwing a harpoon. Whalers can pick up harpoons anywhere on the ship. There are presumed to be harpoons within arm's reach anywhere you go. Same with rope.
The rulebook says hundreds of harpoons.
Hundreds of harpoons. This is a
Yeah.
ship made of harpoons.
You know, in the Mad Max, the Fury Road movie, there's like the little beetles that are covered in swords. It's like that.
I believe before we went on stream, you said most whaler ships were equipped with roughly 200
Yeah.
harpoons.
Yeah,
in the
right.
rules.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
not
talks about that in the rules. So why don't we roll here by the ship of Shara? I rolled a 2, you rolled a 5. So I'm going to add 9 to this 2 for a total of 11. You are adding...
5 to 7 for a total of 12.
Okay, so Shane rolled a 12 total. I got an 11 total. That is a difference of 1 to his favor, which means the way you deal damage in this game is you take the difference of the roll, and whoever had the lower total takes that difference in damage.
Except I did not fight back.
Yeah, he's not. He can't. He's not.
Oh, you're not-
I did
well,
not
no.
use my ranged weapon.
In that case, you wouldn't add that to it. So you didn't add that to it.
No, I did not add that to it.
Oh,
that
you
is
didn't
my
use
that
the
is my
spear.
base
I apologize.
strength.
I thought you were using the spear.
That is my base strength.
Okay, so because he's not attacking back, he's just using his base strength against the roll, which means I won't take damage for this because he's not throwing anything. He's just sort of enduring what I'm putting at him. So
I really don't want to lose my spear.
typically, I would have taken damage there if he had a weapon to hit me with, but in this case, I threw the spear and either he shrugged it off or I missed. We can say. So no
I
damage
like to
is
think
taken.
I parried it.
You could have taken your spear and knocked it away. That's totally fine. That actually is intimidating. That a sea people in the ship behind me is as dexterous and quick with a weapon to deflect my harpoon.
In the middle of a hurricane.
In the middle of a hurricane on a different ship, and they're both moving. So I will not take damage. He will not take damage. I, however, don't have a harpoon handy anymore.
Yeah.
I can pick one up at any time, but it takes an action to do so. So on my sheet, I marked off over here that I have a harpoon. I'm just going to wipe it away. I don't have a harpoon marked anymore. All right. That is going to be Big Jeb, and then Lil Jeb and Fiery Path are going to continue manning masts because we got to keep moving. Hey, look, we have an appointment to make.
That's right.
Sure.
All right.
See which to get away from.
It is your turn, Shane, by the way.
We have to move the
Or
ship.
it's about once we move, it's your turn. So,
Right.
all right, now it is time to move the ship. So we are still continuing on in this direction. The hurricane doesn't do anything anymore. Is that right? Not yet. Or do we have to roll for the hurricane?
No, that's not until my turn.
It's your
Right
turn.
now, you get a +3 wind.
Yes. So we have 4 total again, manning 3 masts, manning the wheel, and a -1. The hurricane makes it stronger. It is
Yes.
-3.
It is +3 because the wind is at your back.
Oh, the wind is at our back. Right. So the wind
Yes.
is at the wind has
Because-
moved, so it's at a +1 now. The hurricane increases it by how much?
2.
2. So it's at a +3. So that is a total of 7.
Right.
So we are going to move 7 cut in half, but again rounding up for the north side. So it is 4 in each direction. We will go 4 steps north and 4 steps to the east, or sorry, west. 4 steps to the west. Great.
You guys are getting
So
a
then
little
this
off
also
course.
moves.
We're getting off
Yeah.
course. We're going north, but we're also going too far from the light.
Just to
4
update, you have to. So not only does the side one have to go to the lighthouse, but the top one has to be on the middle as well. So you guys are gonna have to redirect later.
Right.
So an
Yeah.
interesting thing is you start. So on the north-south track, it's just an up-down track. You start at the very bottom of that track. For the east-west track, you actually start in the final position you have to be in. You need to get both those tracks to their destination. You start halfway there, essentially, and because the lighthouse is over here, and you are aimed at it, but you have to get there. But as now we're losing direction, we're not aimed at it anymore. It's a little bit to our east. So at some point, we're gonna have to turn over and start going towards it.
Just to confirm, we're at what space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're at space 8 on the north
That's
south.
correct.
Yeah.
Counting the bottom one.
Yes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the top.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
6 from the left.
Yep. Got it.
All right, so we have, based on our movement, we have moved the Sea People's ship and the Sea Witch in the opposite direction. So 4 spaces to the south and 4 spaces to the east to compensate for our movement. Shane Dykstra, it is your turn, and then you can use the bathroom afterwards.
Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to summon an evil.
All right,
And I'm trying to decide.
which Eva can do once per turn.
Yes. I'm thinking I'm going to summon this one.
And you roll for it.
That is correct. Sorry.
6, which
Is that spot I was going to
the
place
exact
it.
one you were going to. Serendipitous.
Alrighty. So now I can move it.
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
And you
7,
This
8.
can't be good.
Hold on, 8 spaces.
Sure.
And you got to reveal it when you're there.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
Jesus.
It is.
That's the
It
one.
is. Bum bum bum. The old pissed off whale.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
What a name! By the way,
Probably my favorite character in this game.
yeah,
The old pissed off
That
whale.
might
Look
be
at
the-
how old and pissed off.
that
this
might be the
whale
greatest
looks.
character in any game. To be honest,
Top tier character.
yeah.
So, as you can see, the old pissed
Okay,
off whale
bog puppy.
token, or chit,
Yes.
is a
Shit
tail.
token.
So it also has a head.
Correct.
If you look right here, the old pissed off whale is 6 total spaces long. So the head and the tail have 4 total spaces in between.
They ran out of power.
They can also bend, so it can be wrapped around, it can be straight on. It is however we wish it to be.
As long as it is, you can
Yes.
count 6.
Between.
Yeah,
Yes.
in some fashion between it.
So when it is
Four,
revealed, it
whatever
can
it's
be
for.
placed adjacent to a ship or boat. So I'm going to place it right here.
Yeah, that's
Man, you
just
think
not
these
good.
guys are whalers. You would think that this would be no problem for them.
Okay, I know that we all reacted like it was a big deal. Our omniscient
kept
overlord
alive.
is right. Our omnipotent overlord is correct. He is just a whale. We're whalers.
This is no
Hold
problem for
on.
you guys.
Is this an evil whale?
Well, he's old.
All right.
He's pissed
He's
off.
pissed off.
He doesn't say he's evil. Doesn't say he's evil, you guys. It might not be that big of a deal.
Yeah, we're probably fine.
Okay.
Just a regular whale. I've been to aquariums. Whales are cool. I've never seen a whale at an aquarium. Well, I've seen blue whales.
All right.
So
Sounds like
now
two
this
cats
whale
fighting.
is going
This
to
whale sounds like.
headbutt your ship.
Yeah, that's good. Good. Do it.
Yeah, this is totally normal, totally
Right.
cool
This is
behavior.
what whales do, right?
Regular,
I've seen blackfish. This is normal.
standard issue whale behavior.
Shane likes to stand when he plays, and it does not.
I know.
We are
I
not
know, I'm trying to
accounting.
remember that.
We are not accounting for that.
I mean, I'm very much the same.
I'm also a stander.
because it gives me better view of the board.
All we need are
just need a
4
stand.
camera operators.
we need a standing cam. That's
In
all
a
we
couple
need.
weeks, when when Western Empires comes, we're gonna do a stream of that, and we'll have to stay
14
seated
14
for
hours.
14
we will
hours.
have to plan for it to be standing.
Yes. Yes, frame it for standing. All right. Anyway, so the whale is headbutting our ship.
The whale is headbutting the
The
ship.
whale has what, 786 strength? Is that right?
Yes, the whale's head has a strength of 40.
All right. What does our ship have?
I believe it's 15.
15.
So the whale is
That's not whale
the whale's attacking
strong.
our ship, and we're making again opposed strength rolls. So we got
That's not gonna do
twos.
it.
So they each rolled a 2,
2 plus 15.
and
isn't
so we're gonna take 2,
47.
add it to the ship Ashara's strength of 15 for each side hex, for a total of 17. And we're gonna take this 2 that Shane rolled and add it to the whale's head strength, which is
42.
40, adding the 2 for a 42.
Yes.
42 minus 17, where's Graham Carlson when we need him?
Right.
Is going to be 30,
25.
25. Yes. So 25 damage to that hex of the ship Ashara, which again, it has a strength of 15. And so it will take damage. And in doing so, we will add 1, if you want to take a look here, this hex of this chit of water is going to be put into the galley. And that, you have to trust me that it's there, means the ship will start taking on water as the turns go on. The turn we've been skipping is water rising. That's because we haven't been taking on water. But now that we are taking on water, we will have to start the ship sinking. And if we get to a certain number of water chits in this galley, the ship will sink. However, we can repair the ship. So we probably should start doing that.
Do we repair the ship where it is attacked or where the water is?
We have to be in the galley. You can be anywhere in the galley.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yep. Now on Board Game Geek, there has been a note that you can, if you want, specify sort of like figure out where it's hid and put the chit there, and you have to be on it to do it. Rules is written though, you can be anywhere.
Well,
you just
that's
have to be in the galley.
That's a neat thing about some of the fan community of this game is there's been a lot of like, what about this for an optional rule?
Sure.
Nate, the designer,
Yeah,
has
Nate
been
Hayden
like,
has been.
oh hell yeah, sounds great. So,
Sure, yeah. You mentioned, James, when we first jumped into this game, that there's almost like a Dungeons and Dragons aspect to it.
Yes.
It's almost a role-playing game, and part of Dungeons and Dragons, as you've been in my AD&D game for a bit, and I do wing a lot of rules, is you kind of like make a call on the table that feels right at
Right.
the time, and you can kind of go with it. And I think that works in a game like Sea Evil. It is a game. There is strategy. There is, you can plot things you want to do and cooperate with each other to make things happen. But in many ways, it's an experience game. It's like a story-driven game. And so because of that, tweaking some of the rules doesn't really hurt if it supports that sort of simulation.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Now, even since I moved before I revealed, can I still move the character?
You cannot. You don't get an extra maneuver once you reveal. When you place it, you can move it, and then kind of that's it.
Yeah, you're about to feel the
So
wrath
what I
of
should have
Tim
done
Whalers.
is, since you can place it adjacent when you reveal it, I should have revealed it and then moved later.
On a different turn. Yeah.
No, it would be on the same turn because I wouldn't have used my movement.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
But you do still have the witch and
Yes.
the
Sea peoples.
sea peoples and the hurricane.
Yes. So,
And the hurricane. Yeah. Great. That's right. How did I forget we're in a hurricane?
oh, you know what? The witch did not move when the ship moved. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. And when it comes to moving east-west, you sort of zigzag.
Yeah.
Does this help? That make you feel like you're in a hurricane?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
water. Definitely.
Yeah, when I think of a hurricane, I think of calming beach.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Soundtrack.
Just sitting. Yeah. Well, it's your life flashing before your eyes.
Yeah,
You know.
that's why coastal properties go for so much. The soothing hurricanes.
The soothing hurricanes.
So the sea witch is going to move here, just out of
You're
range.
just talking about your brother with his
Oh, yeah,
hurricanes.
he loves hurricanes.
Yeah.
She's just out of range, so she's going to just continue to sit there and taunt you.
Can you point out that sea witch again, just so I can see it?
There.
Oh my god! Quite the point.
Hyper aware of sequence.
Oh,
Amazing.
we are all aware of where the sea witch is. It's there.
Alrighty, so now these guys are going to move 1, 2,
I do
3.
wish that particular
4.
token had like red trim or something.
Red trim, yeah. You know, there is a charm about this, like, it is, we've sort of indicated, it is hard to figure out which token is which at times. It's all very much like black and white line art. There's no name tag or anything on it, so it's a little bit of trial and error.
But the art is super cool.
Oh, the art is amazing.
Yeah, I think it really supports
The-
the like general metal aesthetic of
Yeah.
like
DIY,
what the
yeah.
fuck does this say?
Yeah. I mean, black metal is like punk metal,
Right.
like in some,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, and
Right.
so
We haven't really shown any of the cool art yet.
All right, so I'm going
Yeah,
to roll. I'm going to
We'll
roll
get
for the
some-
hurricane.
Very
So
soon.
Yeah.
first phase of the hurricane is roll for wind direction,
it's got a
which is
4.
4.
Yep, 4 on the kill cam.
Hey, that's great. Thank you.
still good for
Thanks,
you.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, yeah, fist bump.
Mike,
Evil, right here.
Okay,
Evil,
now I'm
don't
going to
be
roll
angry.
for the
Wind is
hurricane
going
for the
north now.
hurricane effect.
That's a 5.
That is a 5. All masts make combat tests against 10 strength.
All right.
So again, that's going to be
let's roll
our
here.
10 mass strength plus our roll.
So we're gonna roll for
versus
A.
Evil's roll plus 10.
Ugh.
That's a
That's bad.
6, so
So
that's
it's
double
5.
damage.
You're correct. So in combat, when
You
you,
add 6 to
roll,
it.
and we roll
Yes.
a 1, but when in combat, when you roll a 6, you add 6 to that roll. So effectively, a roll of 6 in combat is 12.
Yeah.
And when you roll 1, that is considered basically a critical failure. And that is not going to really apply to this roll, I guess, because we don't have weapons,
Yeah.
we don't have harpoons. But in many instances in combat, you can drop your weapon, you can run out of ammo when you roll a 1. 1s are bad for combat,
So
and 6s
for,
are
so
great.
for mast A, it is taking 11 damage.
That should.
That is after our what we did.
Yes.
Well,
Because it was a combat 10 check, so and you have 10, so 10 washes.
that's going to destroy that mask,
Yes.
my friend. All right,
Alrighty.
so
All right. Mast A destroyed.
so mast A is
B.
destroyed. Mast A now cannot be manned
Mm-hmm.
until we repair it,
Mast B.
which will
Ooh,
inhibit our
but
speed.
now-
All right. Take
Okay.
that, you lousy hurricane.
So we rolled a 6, which is again going to double to 12 in this case, and Eva rolled a 2, so it's 2 plus what is it?
10.
Oh, okay. So we both have 10 strength. Effectively, we can just cross those out against B right now. So we're fine.
Yes.
We're good to go. No damage, and you don't have any HP to lose.
I don't have anything to lose.
So-
So,
Can we
Can't
update
hurt the
the
wind.
update the wind? I think I'm
Yes, it
behind
should-
on
When
the
is
wind.
that 4,
It should
which is
be-
coming directly behind?
It is. Yeah, it is on the 6 o'clock.
Got it. Thank you. Wind is updated, baby.
12 o'clock
Okay.
on a 24-hour analog clock.
Thank you. Yes. So you rolled the 2. You rolled the 1. Is that
no,
right?
24-hour clocks still use.
All right. So for
Yeah,
this
still circle around.
third and final
This
massed
number.
damage roll is a 2 for evil and a 1 for whalers. I hesitate to call us good. I don't know if we're good, but we're whalers, I guess. That is going to be,
We're
again...
employed, unlike the sea.
So we have a 5 strength on our C right now, so it's 5 plus 1 is 6, versus your 10 plus 2 is 12, so that it's 6 damage to us. That is enough to destroy our sea mast.
I forgot your strength was
We
5.
were hurt. You
yeah.
had damaged us already.
Alright,
So
we're down
we are down to
Oh,
1 mast.
Fucked everything.
I apologize. So if you want to go ahead and put the Ship Ashara on the kill cam when you get a sec, Shane.
Yes.
We are down to a single healthy mast, and it is mast B. B for best.
We're also taking on water down below.
And we're taking...
Wait, what happened?
The hurricane.
The hurricane
happened.
just busted 2
Well,
masts.
and the whale smashed into our hull.
I think you guys got to take over that boat.
We are in... All right, everyone drop the lifeboats. Sail over to the sea people. We're still like 2 X's away. No problem.
The captain can't leave, so
We
he
need
has to
rope.
stay.
Yeah, Captain... again,
We only need 9 characters to win.
Hamish is clearly an excellent captain. He's a first mate. He can fill in.
You only need 1 character to win, right?
Yeah, as
Only
long
one
as
needs
any
to-
of us make it, everything's cool. The only way that evil can win is by killing every whaler. So if one lives, if my boy Lil Jab wins, we're all good.
We're gonna get in the water soon. I know it.
Yeah, water's bad. You move
All right.
slow and bad.
And then
stuff
finally, the duration of the hurricane. Will
The
be your
duration
last
of the
roll.
hurricane.
happens. Yeah, so
I've
go
got
ahead
my
and roll
water
one more
wings.
d6. Roll it over here by the
Uh,
ship.
Yes.
That's a 1.
That is a 1, so the hurricane continues on.
Hurricane continues as is. And what do we need to get to the eye of the hurricane? A 6?
A 6.
Wait, we need a 6 and then another 6 on a succeeding turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, why don't we, now that the evil is finished, move on to the potential event roll.
use the restroom.
Brett, why don't you go ahead and roll by the ship? That's a 5. That's an event. As
Alright.
if we get a
Roll
5,
another one.
a 5 or a 6 means we roll on this event table. We got a 3, which is
Three?
the tens column, and a 5, which is the ones column. That's event 35.
Alright. Maniacal. Yeah. Maniacal after all crew on deck. Which I believe means the.
Not these people.
Not Benny the steward.
So there's the deck and the galley.
begin having a laughing fit and cannot move or conduct actions this turn.
That's devastating.
Oh yeah! All
Okay,
right.
great.
Alright.
We did it. We did it, boys.
What is Benny the Steward going to do to save the day?
Man, I don't even know what we're laughing about
good.
anymore. It's just so funny.
This is very funny turn.
Do we need to do the water actual rises?
Yes.
Yes,
thing?
after our turn.
After.
I think
No,
right. It's
before.
you're
It's
right.
right
It's,
after
you're right. It's after
events.
event. You're right.
So.
So water rises, which I believe we add another token. It just goes next to it.
We can't see these tokens, and I apologize.
Yeah,
the
we are
galley is
adding-
just out of frame. There.
Right. The galley's out of frame. We are adding more water tokens. I believe when there are 7, the ship
Yep.
sinks.
How many you got now?
We have
Two.
Two.
All right,
And
we're all right.
we will
All right.
crew one a turn, I assume.
If you want to improvise, Mike, you could add some kind of a marker to that
would be what
overlay.
we did.
That's not happening.
Oh yeah. We will get one per.
So Benny the Steward has 3 speed, and we could get more speed by sacrificing our will to live. So he could stay down here and
Might just fix the ship next turn.
yeah.
fix the ship, or he could run up the stairs and try to shoot something with his revolver. There's no shortage of things to shoot.
There's a ship full of bad guys creeping up on us.
I don't-
There's an old pissed off whale on the boat.
No aiming needed.
Yeah.
I don't know what is the table. What do we think?
I don't quite know how fixing the ship works, but he could try to start
Yeah, I'll try to fix
bailing
the ship.
out some water.
I will
Looks
try
like
to
he
fix the ship.
rolls.
He rolls on a d6, and if he gets an 8 through a.
Don't forget we also have these once a turn actions if we need to do stuff.
Once a game.
Once a
Yeah.
game actions. We could pray to Neptune and change the wind.
So
The wind's great
The
the
way
way it
the way
is.
the fixing the ship works is on it. You'll roll a d6 and add your strength. So if your d6 plus your strength equals 8 through 19.
It doesn't.
Okay, well let me explain
Right.
this anyways. 8 through 19, you will remove 1 flood. If it's 20 through 20 or above,
Can I, on this die roll, can I reduce a will to live to re-roll? Or is
I
that,
don't know
is
if
that
it's
reserved for combat?
to re-roll.
That's something you can do on combat rolls.
Just to update everybody, Brett rolled a 1.
The worst roll.
The worst roll.
Can I
in the
finish
game.
explaining
Yes.
the...
Yeah, finish
course.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so you roll a d6 and add your strength. If that number equals 8 through 19, you will remove 1 flood. If it's a 20 or higher, you will remove 2 flood. And then if it's 16 to 19, you will also fix 1 hull. Or I guess if it's 16 through 29, you will fix 1 hull. And then if it's 30 or higher, you will fix 2 hull. So, yes, you may reduce, I believe you can.
So we'll clarify that. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna reduce Beneath the Steward's will to live by 4 to get a sweet reroll.
We have clarity.
Scott, do
we
you-
have clarity
do you
from
know
the
that
crowd.
for definitive?
No, we know it.
We got it.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Yes.
sorry, can you repeat that?
you can use will to live to re-roll that roll.
All right. So now I rolled a 4, and my strength of 4 takes us to 8.
Okay.
So you will remove 1 flood.
One flood.
So
take it
you've
away.
at least undone the damage that.
If we can just maintain the status quo of flooding, we'll make it.
Great.
What are we?
Everyone
down
else-
To, what are we down to now?
We have 1 flood remaining.
One flood.
Nice guys, good job.
Everyone else cannot do anything.
Because we're laughing so.
Look,
Because
it's
we-
not my fault Captain
Yeah.
Burke told an amazing joke.
Captain Burke was like, "Arr, did you hear the one about the old pissed off whale? He put a hole in our boat." And everyone said, "Oh."
Could you imagine if
Captain
Benny
Burke.
went up on the deck and everyone was laughing maniacally?
There-
I shouldn't have
terrible.
moved. I shouldn't have moved Wong the cook up there. What's he doing? He's
was hitting the
cooks.
harpoon.
He
He's
cooks
sitting
down in the galley. What would he be
What
doing on
Wong-
the harpoon?
Also, Hamish was safe on the mast.
Yeah.
But he came down.
He came down because Big Jeb wanted to throw a harpoon at this other ship.
We're
So
laughing
this is
at
an
his
incredibly
crap
quick
roll.
whaler actions turn.
Yeah, ship movement.
Yeah, ship movement.
Which it is now still the same as it was before, effectively. So -1 for the wind. We are not, however,
Minus.
manning anything.
Plus 3 for the wind.
Sorry, it's a base +1, +2 for +3. I apologize, I said -1. We are not manning anything because we're laughing. Instead of
Right.
working, we're laughing. So that is a 3 total movement. Cut in half is going to again round up to 4.
2. Yeah.
So 2 each, 2 further to the west and 2 further to the north. So go ahead and update that, Mike.
We're getting
2 and 2.
So 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
So we're on 2 up.
2 up and 2 to the left, to the
Oh.
west.
We are set.
And the
And the
whale
whale.
moves too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get that whale out of here.
1, 2, 1, 2.
The tail.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's just easier to move. I don't have to count it
That
out.
is true. That's true. Okie dokie. Evil.
Fantastic. Evil.
All right, Shane,
Okay.
Are you gonna
Let's
kill
be-
us?
So,
Yeah.
the first thing that's going to happen is the evil whale is now going to move one
Pissed off
space.
whale.
The pissed off whale.
It's not evil. He's very kind. Donates a lot of charity.
Just this
No.
particular day.
The whale is really trying
Maybe we're the
to
bad guys.
realign our ship to put us back on track.
Yeah. He's going to ram this section on
Hit the
boat.
ship again. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's 15 health again, or 15 strength. Yeah, 12.
Oh, you rolled a
So
1.
that is a nice
Does
17.
the whale concuss himself?
Or 27. 27.
27, and I'm at 41.
Jesus.
But does the 1 mean the whale has to roll for anything?
No, because
No, 'cause
the
it
doesn't have
one.
the
weapons.
So if you roll a 1 on combat, you can potentially get penalties, but
It says add attack roll as normal and apply damage.
Correct.
And then roll for
Correct.
consequences.
The consequences are all like dropping weapons or running out of ammo, stuff that wouldn't apply to, I don't know, a whale headbutting a ship.
Yes.
Unless a head is a weapon and he loses.
So 41 minus 27 is.
For 21 minus 7 is 14.
14.
Yes.
And what is the ship's hull? 15.
15.
Alright, so it survives.
problem.
Do we denote that it only has 1 health
Tranquilo.
left?
Yeah, how do you denote that?
That's a good question, actually. On the ship of Shara, where is our ship? It's still over there, I guess. Okay. I don't know that you.
It says hole. You should put
Okay.
1 hole in there.
We do have 1 hole, right? Because that's how much water we take on every turn. So mark that as 1.
Boys,
As,
come on, just let's whale this whale.
as
guys.
far as noting each part, that's a
Because it
question.
has 15 per hex. 15
Yeah.
strength per hex.
Well, I'm
So maybe it has
okay
to
remembering right now.
Punch a hole in a different hex, or
I'm okay remembering that the one next to this X has 1
Sure.
HP. Okay, that's fine for right now.
Or maybe it just represents that the ship was structurally sound. No damage.
It just
was
kind of
taken.
flexed.
do more
and
evil.
lived. I could see either being the case.
What does Tom Russell think about that?
Well,
Yeah.
Tom Russell doesn't live in a place with sea witches, so
Right.
I don't know that I would trust his opinion on this.
Yeah.
I will say
Everyone on the chat is
Oh, we
scandalized.
love Tom Russell. We
They
want
are-
to make Train
no.
evil with Tom Russell.
They're
This is-
scandalized.
Tom is great.
They're scandalized by Scott's meltdown on camera.
Where is this guy? Because he's right now in between. us.
He was here.
Okay.
Call on the table. AD&D Dungeon Master call. We'll say this has 1 health. I'm gonna remember
It
it.
is the one that he is
The
attached
one
to.
next
Stop.
to it is the one next to that.
That's not the one I'm attacking. This is the one
okay.
that I'm attacking.
Then that one. All right. Then it's that one. The one next to the boat.
2
All right.
west of Mastby.
We'll put it out here. So,
Easy.
all
Hey, so I
right.
got a chat update. No need to note each side hex.
Yeah.
It is only able to get whole if it ever hits 15.
Okay.
Okay.
So it refreshes.
So
each.
it refreshes
So
each
who
time.
said the structurally sound statement?
Thank you
That's
so
right.
much, Crystal Channel.
1,
Crystal
2,
Channel.
Is
3,
Crystal Channel, Nate?
4.
Yeah, can you ask clarification who Crystal Channel is?
Are you ramming our boat?
Yes, I'm not ramming.
I'm not gonna
I'm
ask.
just
Can you
butting
doc-
up against
Can you
it.
dox
Yeah,
our
why aren't you
I'm not
doxing
gonna
the
dox
people?
Crystal Channel, alright? Please.
Can you get like home address,
Alrighty.
phone number,
Yeah.
social security?
Question: Can characters move through each other?
Allies, I don't think so. I believe they block. Actually, no. I'm sorry. There's a stacking limit of 2. So yes, as long as you're not exceeding that stacking limit.
So this guy is gonna go 1,
Just
2,
if You
3.
cannot move through.
But
that.
you do have to stop at a space where you can.
Correct.
Did you enter a space
Enemies.
with the enemy?
Boys, we're
Enemies
getting
block.
boarded now.
Enemies block. So if you enter the same hex as an enemy tile, you immediately engage in close combat.
Right. Which I'm trying to not do.
Okay, so yeah, if you just go adjacent, you're fine.
Are you just trying to lend us your ship? We'd be very
So
thankful.
he was here.
Yeah, we'll-
This guy
We'll
has
leave, except Captain Burke.
Who is glued to the
speed of
wheel.
6, so he can go
And Benny the Steward.
1,
He will
2,
never leave
3.
the alley.
Look, Benny doesn't know what's
Who's
going
here?
on. He's in
1,
the galley.
2, 3,
It's like, I'm
4.
hearing some weird noises, and it's wet down here.
It's just sea noises.
Why are we leaking?
You can't pass through.
I went around. You can't pass through the boats.
You can't pass through enemy tokens, and I don't know because this is blue. It indicates to me that it's part of. It's like allied with us.
I think it'd be fine.
But it's a boat. It's not
true.
gonna
You're right.
stop
it
me.
is,
It's an
well,
inanimate
Yeah,
object.
so you're
that's fair.
fighting.
I could see it being hard to get through a boat because it's like it
Right.
goes in and out. But
You have to.
we'll say you can.
You have to
we'll
roll a
say you
d6 to see if you're able to, climb into the boat. And, like,
So you're fighting whoever this is?
I'm gonna
Or no,
fight.
this is-
can- Oh, no.
I'm gonna fight. Is
Lil
that
Jeb.
Lil
That's
Jeb?
Lil
Lil
Jeb.
Jeb?
He's got
Wow.
He's got a monkey
Wow.
fist.
Fighting the child first.
All right.
Oh wait, no. I have one more movement left. I'm gonna.
You're
I am
you're
gonna
engaging in melee with him.
engage on him. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack you with my knife as well then.
I'm attacking with my sword.
All right. Little jab versus the sea peoples. That's a 2. So
That's a 5.
2 plus 3 plus 4, 9.
5 plus 5
You
is
could re-roll the
10.
die if you wanted
Plus
to.
9 is 19.
Or you can just die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use some will to live. I think I'm not gonna do the math to figure out if I can even succeed, but I'm gonna spend a 1 point of will to live, which you can do to re-roll a die as Brett did before. That makes Lil Jeb go from 6 to 5.
You're making people wait for this
Oh wait,
kill card.
hold on. I have to.
Not looking at those cards. Not looking at those cards.
They didn't look good.
I need to roll a dice for. I forgot to summon an evil too.
Oh.
Goes here.
Come on, little Jeb.
All right. So Lil Jeb is re-rolling. I got a 3.
Wow, that's better.
Well, slightly, but I was hoping for a 6 to double. But all right. So
on,
3
Lil Jeb.
plus 3 is 6 plus 4 is a nice cool 10, which is still not enough to beat you.
So
You were at 13?
take 9 damage. I was at 19.
19. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh my god.
You don't have 19 damage. You have, yeah, you do. You have,
I have
Yeah.
9
12
plus
plus
7
4.
is 16.
no, you just died.
The damage is 9 though.
Yeah, because it's the difference.
that's the
So yeah,
difference.
damage in combat is the difference between the 2 rolls, with the loser, the lower result of the combat rolls, taking the difference.
Sorry.
So I take
tuned out.
9. All right, so I'm gonna take 9 damage on Little Jeb. I'm not. Do you want to? Should I Little Jeb re-roll one more time? No, I'm not. I'm just gonna go for it. All right, so I'm gonna go from 5. I'm taking 9. You said.
Did you explain that you can distribute the damage as you want?
Correct. So when I take 9 damage in this case, I have 7 speed, 4 strength, 5 will to live. I take that 9 damage, split as however I please between those results. If I drop to 0 speed, I can't move. if I drop to 0 strength, I can't add my strength to any roll that would apply. And if I drop to 0 will to live, it just means I can't use my will to live to reroll or increase stats otherwise. I don't die till I'm at 0 everything.
So is this gonna kill you?
No,
quite.
no, it will not. 19 would have, but 9 will not. I'm gonna drop from 7 speed to 5 speed, so that's 7 more I need to take. I'm gonna go down to 2 will to live, so that is 4 more.
That is 5 total. So yeah, 4
Yeah,
more.
4 more. Let's actually go down to 3 speed,
Okay, so 2 more.
and that'll be 2 strength.
Let's see an update on Little Jeb's card.
Let's see what Little Jeb is looking like right now. Put him on over at the kill cam. He's sitting at 3-2-2.
Yeesh.
Not great for Little Jeb.
Young
I think
man
these
is
other
hurt.
sea peoples are not going to do him any favors here.
Jared Davis asks, is there a limit to how many times you can use the Will to Live reroll?
I think it is once per reroll. I would have to. James is taking a look at the rules. I feel like I saw it is once per
roll.
per roll.
Yeah, I think there's a section that says you have to take the new result.
Yeah. You have to take the new result for sure.
Let's watch James look for the rule.
Well,
One will to live / kill can be used to reroll an attack roll.
Yeah.
Only the player using
It's a little
will.
ambiguous. I mean, you could argue that 1 means 1 period, or you spend 1 to do it, and you can do it multiple times.
Okay,
but
so,
it costs 1
so
every time.
this sea people is
I'm
going
just
to
gonna use
be.
it once though.
This sea people has a speed of
Yeah,
4.
it says their second result must be used.
Okay.
So even
sure.
if it's worse,
Not
you have to
ambiguous.
take it.
You gotta take it again. Okay.
Boys, I'm going to hit the head, but we're on the board, so you know.
Perfect. I don't like this like industrial music. We're getting raided
It's
by
very
sea people.
sea.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're
this
getting
guy's going to
raided
go
by sea
first
people.
with his speed of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And he's going to attack
Captain Burke.
Captain Burke,
Oh, it's our boy. What does Captain Burke have weapons wise?
he's got a knife and a gun.
knife and a revolver. Okay.
Ooh.
Draw his
Okay,
gun.
that's great.
So we are 1 space
I
away.
believe in you, Captain Burke, because your close range gun is 12.
No, I'm not, but no, it's 10 because I'm not.
You're 1 away.
I'm adjacent.
You're 1.
I'm not.
Okay. You're adjacent, not.
Yeah, but he's still going to use the gun.
Sit.
Come on, 6, bud.
Sit,
Captain
sit,
Burke.
sit,
6,
sit,
6,
sit,
6, 6, 6.
Sit.
5, 2.
All right.
Alright, so I'm showing
That
a
might
total-
actually be a what?
I'm showing a total of 12.
So when it comes to guns, as you might expect, rolling
don't
does
add your
not add
strength?
I do not
Okay.
add my strength.
Okay.
I'm not flexing
Then I'm at-
really hard while I'm shooting.
Then I am at
pull the trigger. That's how guns work. The harder you
14.
pull it.
I am at 19.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Will live, baby.
Yeah.
That's only 2.
Yeah.
You're gonna
All
almost
right.
certainly roll higher.
Alright.
Because I do get to add my strength. So 7 strength, 7 from being 1 away,
Plus 5.
plus 5.
Alright.
Yeah.
So Captain Burke will spend a will to live to
This
reroll.
goes from 8 to 7. Oh, 1 better.
That's not better.
That's 1 better.
Alright.
All right, so we roll a 3 there for Captain Burke.
Alright,
That's
so he's
still
going
a
to take
5 for
6
the city
damage.
vote. So Captain Burke, go ahead and mark Captain Burke down. I think
You were
Mixmaster
at
Mike
13
set
and I
down.
was at
19.
19, so
he
yeah.
takes 6 damage.
Yeah, you can disagree with
Um,
And
So-
with spending that will to live, it's basically a wash.
that. Kind of.
Right.
That's true. Because he lost 1 will to live,
Yeah.
but only got plus 1 total. Yeah. All right, Captain Burke, come on, buddy.
Alright. So he's going to take 5 from will to live and 1 from strength.
All right, so if you want to take a look at the kill cam, Mike is back. So if you want to take a look at that kill cam, Captain Burke. Oh, your multicam ran out. All right,
Yeah, he's looking not good.
Captain Burke is
He's okay. He's alright.
He's just his will to live is struggling.
2 will to live.
Captain Burke said, I know how to fire
Now
a gun.
remember, you can spend will to live to raise speed or strength, kind of going forward.
Yeah, I'm sort of counting on dumping his strength later.
that just
if
in
need
there?
be.
That's fine. All right. So,
So
sea
now this
peoples
guy is
still
moving
get to move.
5.
Yeah.
And he is going to fight Captain Burke with
Terrible.
his
Jesus
spear as
Okay,
well.
we had said before, last time we played this, we ran into a sea serpent, and we were saying the sea serpent was rough. These sea peoples might be worse.
It's because there's four of them.
Because there's 4 of them.
We got to just start getting onto their boat.
And a boat.
All right.
It's only rough because we
All right, let's
skipped
roll.
action for everybody.
Yeah.
That is true. We did lose that.
6.
No,
Jesus
so that's
Christ.
12. So,
So 12
Captain Burke's dead.
plus 7
Berg.
is
We're gonna do it on the
19, so
captain.
I'm at 27.
Do you mind if I bump some peanuts off here?
No, by all means.
All
They're,
right.
they're
And
on
Captain
shelf.
Burke is showing a cool 15.
Versus
So,
27.
so he takes 12
Jesus
damage
Christ.
Wait, why don't you hit that reroll though?
because the best he could get is 6.
Right.
Which
he
would
has-
be
he
a
has
wash.
much-
The math,
And it would have been a lot.
Mathematically-
Well, no, because it doubles.
Oh, yeah.
Or it adds 6.
Right.
so you would spend 1 to maybe
but,
roll a
but,
6?
Well,
yeah, but it's a
all right,
1 in 6
right.
chance to get that. That's
yeah.
not good
so
odds.
what are you
But you
showing?
are kind of desperate at this point.
What are you
I'm
showing
showing
total?
27.
No, we have once
27.
these people look. Once we get over Captain Burke's hilarious joke, we will
Addition
try
by
to not-
subtraction.
Addition by subtraction.
So Captain Burke is showing 15. You're showing 27.
Good as
So a
12.
total of 12, which means he'll almost be dead.
you have 14 stats.
yeah,
so you'll
I
have
have
2 stat points left.
So Captain Burke is actually just going to take the damage.
God, how brave! What a
Yeah,
brave,
I know.
sacrificial
But if our
captain.
captain dies, then we can just bolt the ship.
That's right.
Well, we could anyway, I guess.
Yeah,
Just let him
you could anyway.
drift off.
All right. So Captain Burke
Is looking
looks
rough.
like shit.
That's- Jimmy, I don't want to rag.
Am I reading this right?
Yeah, Jimmy, I don't want to rag on your handwriting, but that does say 002, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
That is looking bad.
002
least he doesn't have any
on
fungus.
Captain Burke. That's right. You know what? He's still my captain.
Right.
I still believe in Captain Burke.
Oh,
Yeah.
captain, my captain.
Oh, Captain. Our captain.
And I've left the will to live for the rerolls, even though it's just a dump stat at this point.
Yeah, so yeah, you left the will to live. All right.
Right.
So he can't move. He doesn't add strength to any of his attacks that could add strength.
Some sea people stabbed him in
But
the
he can
legs a bunch,
reroll.
and he's like, I'll go down with this ship, I will.
No, okay, all right. And so we could still recover that,
Yes.
as we'll maybe find out in a moment.
So, okay, so last sea person is going, and he is moving here, which means now he also blocks this.
Right, we have to fight him to get onto your ship.
yeah,
Unless we jump overboard and try to swim.
We'll be fighting you.
No, because we need ropes then. Don't do that.
Yeah, you need ropes to climb up.
You can still grab.
That
you can
ship
still
is
pick it up.
empty though. That looks
This rope, we can still grab it before we
good.
jump.
That's true.
You get on that ship, guys.
That ship is defenseless.
That's looking good.
Look,
Yeah, we'll
we
be
have
good.
we got Fiery Path up
Are you killing
front.
Captain
We
Burke?
have his boy Wong, the chef, hanging out with him.
No, I'm gonna fight. Is that Big Jeb?
Who's Big
That
Jeb?
is Big Jeb in the back there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Big Jeb. Jeb.
He's
on
got a
top
whiskey
of
bottle
boat.
and a revolver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fight
fight
Big
Big
Jeb.
A
Jeb.
double barrel revolver.
I'm gonna
choose
fight
choice.
Big Jeb.
Okay. All right, bring it on, bud. Big Jeb, the figment of Jeb's imagination. So you're one away from me.
You're gonna live. You're
So
gonna
I have a
regret-
revolver. I'm going to use my revolver. It shoots twice.
You will regret this decision.
That's a
Boom.
6, baby.
Okay.
That is
Right.
6 plus 6 is 12, but I attack again. And that's a 1 for the second one.
So you
So
get to
I do
roll.
have to roll on the table.
You
But,
apply
but
damage.
before we do that, it is 12 plus 1 is 13 for the revolver. All right. I'm going to roll now on this table. It is a
not
1 to
good.
6 table. If I roll a 1, 2, or 3, I lose my weapon. I drop it. And I can pick it up again, but I drop it.
You want to throw that table on the coat?
Wait, hold on. Let's resolve the first roll. Let's resolve.
Well, we resolve all of it together, I guess. So if we want to resolve the attack first, well, no, because 5 is I damage a nearby ally instead.
Okay.
So we should do that first. So let me roll on this
Roll the
table.
fumble. Yeah.
I roll a 3, which is drop weapon.
Right.
Add attack roll as normal and apply damage, then roll on the table. So let's apply damage to you.
Yes,
So that's
okay.
12 plus 1 is 13.
What about your first?
7 and
Yeah,
7
6 and 6 is 12.
Right.
Plus
and
1 is 13.
7 and 7 and 4 is 19.
14, 18. 7 and 7 and 4. 7 and 7 is 14 plus 4 is 9.
Yeah, it's not 6 plus 6 is 12. It's 6 plus 6 plus 10.
Oh,
So
right.
your first
you're
roll
right.
is
You're right.
22.
Oh, duh, of course. I forgot my actual revolver damage.
Right.
So the revolver one away adds 10, and I attack twice, so I'll add that for both attacks.
Yes.
So that's 12 as my initial, plus 10 is 22, plus 1 plus 10. So 22 plus 12, plus 11 is 23.
Those add up.
Yeah, it's because it attacks
It
twice.
says separately.
I feel
Twice
yeah. they sh-
separately in attack action.
yes.
So, but I rolled twice.
Right, but it's not. You don't add the two together and then oppose that. You oppose them separately.
I guess.
I think that's my understanding
I
as well.
think it ends up being
Okay.
Especially because Mr. Chandu.
No, because
lets
the
you
second
two
attack
knives.
I would win.
That's true.
Right.
Okay, true. Okay. So complete separate.
Right.
It is 10 plus 12 is 22 versus.
Versus 18.
Okay, so you take 4 damage.
Yes.
And then the second attack, I'm going to take damage, is 11 versus your attack. And what was your attack?
Well, then that would change this. It's supposed to be 5. No, that would actually stay the same. So it's 18.
Versus my 11, so I
versus
take
your
7.
11, so you take 7.
I could spend a will to live to reroll that second one, I guess.
Probably
But
for the best.
I did already roll on the table, which maybe passed by my chance to reroll it. I got excited about the table. I'll just keep it. I'll keep it.
Sure.
I'll keep it.
Can we see the table for some
Yes.
just so we know
Yeah,
what
so
we're
why don't we
looking
put
at?
it over there? It is pretty basic. It's drop weapon, drop weapon, drop weapon on 1, 2, or 3. And then I'll put it flat down. It's focused on the table.
Yeah, it's still kind of tiny though.
And then the gun runs out of ammo on a 4. 5 is I shoot an ally instead. And 6 is nothing special happens.
And that's you only do that if you roll a 1.
If you roll a 1, you then roll on the table.
Got it.
And
Which
this
again is very AD&D.
it is very AD&D loves tables.
Yeah.
All these tables, these little pieces of paper, these are things I just threw together so we had these handy. The game does not come with them. It has all of these tables printed on the bottom of the map. And depending on where you're sitting, they can be hard to see, so I just put them on a little piece of paper for all the
Right.
players. So anyway, you took your damage. I'm then taking 7 damage.
You are taking 7 damage.
All right,
Big
so I'm going to
Jab
mark
is
that off
taking
in
7
Big
damage.
Jab, and that is every evil's go, or do you still have other people?
That is the sea people's go.
Okay,
We have
so-
only moved the sea.
I'm going to note Big Jab's damage. Why don't you continue your turn?
So this is my sea people who lost 4 will to live, but he's a sea people. He doesn't really give a crap about will to live. My apologies. We were trying to keep this clean.
You can, yeah. Please, Mike, can you bleep that, please?
Yeah.
We will bleep it when we post it.
We're on a delay, so I'm just gonna believe it right now.
Uh,
Just kidding.
I do
Oh,
though.
that would be
I
awesome.
don't recall if it's in the rulebook or if it's on BGG, but someone said that this is a family-friendly game.
very.
As long as you,
As long as you don't flip over the kill.
yeah, it was like
This siren has exposed breasts.
Yeah.
So,
I should have said at the onset, this game is 18 plus. And we haven't really gotten maybe to the parts of the game that are 18 plus
Right.
yet, but we will, I'm sure, in a
Your
moment.
Sea Witch needs to move for sure.
See which end the old pissed off whale.
yeah, and the whale.
The whale
the whale
first.
went first.
That's right, because he didn't quite damage the hull.
Well, that's
Yeah.
right.
And then there's also this evil that
Yes.
can move.
And there's the
it
hurricane.
moves when he puts it down.
Okay.
So if it hasn't
Oh.
moved already, it doesn't move.
Oh, well, poop.
I think he just put
So
the shit
continue.
there. Not realizing.
If you want to move it, that's fine. I don't care
Yeah,
if you move it.
okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6,
Wow.
7, 8, 9.
That can only be
Because yeah, you
bad.
can, for the record, you can take your place a new evil at any point during your turn.
Oh,
So-
I thought I had to do it
You
first.
have
don't-
you have to do it, but you can do it. It's an action you take. So you can take your actions in any order. You
Because
want. So,
yeah, because in this it says summon one evil.
Right, but if you look at the rest of them, they're just the actions.
Yeah,
you
those are
can't
just
take.
the
It just happens to be the
If,
first
if
one.
you
not
notice
numbered,
in
I see.
sequence of play, it's
Okay.
numbered, but in actions it's
Got
not.
it.
Yep.
I was under the
So
impression I had.
we
to
can
summon
just
it
say you
first.
put this down
Right,
after
yeah.
you did the stuff with the CP.
Whatever it is very close.
We see it in fact.
Yes, you will see it.
Is it a sea serpent?
It is a sea
Oh,
serpent.
Jesus
no.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
fantastic.
Right.
This is what messed us up
Yeah,
bad last
this
time.
is the end of Whalers.
This is
certainly.
the end. No. Captain, come on. You're the captain. You can't.
I'm almost dead.
His will to live is he's hanging on by his
Guys,
two will
get
to-
on that ship.
Do you want to
bro.
see the
Yeah.
sea
I know, we
serpent, Mike?
gotta
You want to
get
show
on
him the
that
sea
ship.
serpent? So the sea serpent's combined strength is 35 plus 15 is 50,
Jesus
plus
Christ.
25 is 75, plus 20 is 95,
So we have
plus
to-
9 is 104.
So we have to do 104 damage to kill it. Now,
Big
when
whoop.
it comes to large creatures, which the sea serpent and the whale are, you roll on a separate table for doing that damage.
And
So-
you do like 5 max at a time.
That's
Not
if you-
just-
though you do it to all parts.
Right.
So 5 damage is actually worth like 15 or 20.
That's if you take it individually, I believe.
That might be right.
I think
Yeah,
so.
if it's a one person versus. A
So
large creature.
when it
range.
goes
Anyway,
out,
yeah.
when revealed, the head is placed on the revealed hex.
Right. So that's right here.
So it has these 2 extra,
a lot of the monsters, the big monsters, come with multiple pieces, and
just like the whale did.
just like the whale, it's sort of implied that the rest of the creature is below the surface of the water. So the head on the whale is sticking out, and its tail is breaching as well. Same with the sea serpent, the head is breaching, and then parts of its body and tail are breaching.
So I'm going to curve this so it is 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3.
And again, on these creature cards, it shows
Right here.
how they're supposed to be laid out.
Are you on the kill cam?
In the case of the serpent, it is 3 hexes
3
between each
yes.
segment. And you can sort of, as long as you can draw those hexes out, it can be like curved around. It's not shortest route possible.
And if you see this note, it says head can move onto ship deck up to midsection. So I could move this midsection here and reach across 3 to attack.
As long as the body segments are still within those distances, the head can get on the ship, which means it can eat us.
Great.
All right.
Alrighty,
Sea serpent,
so
whale. Why?
now-
Okay. Why are these sea serpents and whales friends?
Yeah.
That's what I want. Where's the
They're
sea
being commanded
evil,
by the Sea Witch.
Where's the Sea Evil webcomic where it explains the relationship between the whale and the sea serpent?
It's a real cat dog sort of situation.
Oh, it's one thing.
It's one thing. Yeah.
But in reality, it's being commanded by the Sea Witch.
But yes, the sea witch is standing there saying, "Do my bidding."
Yes. Which I will now move my Sea Witch. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna kind of hang out here and taunt you guys.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Total
Oh, yeah,
coward
yeah,
play.
okay. You know what? Here's what we need to do. We can attack together also.
Yep.
We can do flanking attacks that will essentially be several characters' attacks combined into a single roll. And that might be what we want to do to kill some of these sea peoples. And when the sea serpent and
Sure.
the whale approach, maybe that'll be effective as well.
Okay.
All right,
So,
it's okay.
lastly-
we can stick in this.
Yeah.
Lastly,
Yes.
we are going to roll for the hurricane.
Oh,
Okay.
great. I forgot about that.
So D6 to change the wind direction.
That's
Six.
6. Eye the hurricane.
No, this is for the
This
wind
is the wind
direction.
direction.
Oh, God. Okay. Yes,
So the
you're
wind
right,
now
right,
it is
right.
now it is right in your face.
Great.
So it is
So
minus 5.
We'll
Minus
repeat
5.
it again because
Yeah.
it's minus 3 base and then an additional minus 2. Come on, 6.
Yeah,
Right,
this is
I-
the
Nope,
effect.
this is the
okay.
You don't want a 6 for this, so you
I'm
don't
not the evil.
necessarily
I'm
want
not
a
looking
6.
at the hurricane card. I don't.
This is a 6. So it is a wave. If I roll another 6, the boat capsizes.
There's no way you're rolling 3 6s in a
Yeah.
row.
5.
Ooh, close. Close.
Okay.
That was a 5.
Alrighty. So
the
now
hurricane.
roll for the hurricane.
Yeah, we went to 6.
Nah, we went 6 and we didn't get
4.
it. 4.
So we are continuing on with the hurricane.
Is it 1 to 5 continues?
Yes, 1
Yeah,
to 5.
the 6 is the
It's
only
the
thing.
6
is the only
changes thing that
reprieve.
changes it.
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. And
All right.
So that is
No one has died
Evil's
yet,
turn.
so that's positive.
Yeah, well, I mean, Captain Berg,
He's
your
hurt.
loyal captain, he's
could-
going
but
to
he's not
die
dead.
very
But
soon.
he's
You could
not
use
dead
your action to get rum.
Yeah, you can
No,
increase
he
your.
can't move.
because he's
Yeah. He has 0 strength and 0 speed.
That's true. You lowered your speed to 0.
Yeah.
You can put will into the speed
That's true.
and then go to rum and drink. Because you can use the X's on the ship, and there are also 2 hexes in the galley, and you can use those if you're on that space. As an action, you can essentially drink the rum to boost your will to live by 1. So as long as you can get there, you can kind of regenerate stats because will to live can be transferred into your strength and your speed. So you can recover. Battery dead back there, Mike.
Switch it back for it.
All right, let's roll for evil events.
Yeah, because evil's gone, right?
First, I believe we fill this water up.
Yes. So
Yeah,
no,
water
no,
rising is
after
second.
that, it will fill up.
is after the event.
All right, event roll. Roll a d6 to see. We got a 4. No event this turn.
Now the water
Now
rises.
we add 1 more water token to our galley for a total of 2. And again, 7, boat flips over, or I guess sinks, but same effect. All right, whalers. We're not laughing anymore. Aesthetically. We are composed. We are ready. Captain, you are in a rough shape, so I may suggest that Hamish takes over immediate duties.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. If Hamish wants to go first, Hamish.
All right, Hamish.
Alright,
is
where is Hamish? I actually don't know.
He
Let's
is.
bring your Hamish to work today.
Is he under here?
No.
He's right here. He's right here.
Alright, we gotta
He's
attack
back
some
next.
fools.
Yeah, we gotta kill some of these dudes.
Alright, we will
You're 2 away right now. What, do you have a knife and a spyglass?
Yeah, more melee type stuff.
You can get up on him.
So we will move on. This fellow here is that. The stacking is only 2 allies, right?
Correct. So you have stacking limits on hexes of 2 friendly pieces. So right now, Hamish and I think this is Little Jeb. Yes, Hamish and Little Jeb are on the same hex, and there is a Sea Peoples with them.
So I'm going to attack now.
And
Jeb,
you can
Little Jeb could flank.
You could both flank, yeah.
I leave that up to you.
I think we'll go for it.
All right.
How does that work?
So you will add the 7 strength of Hamish and the 2 current strength of Little Jeb.
But does that count as both of their actions?
I suppose it
believe so.
would, yeah. Because as each character gets to go, so I guess that would be what they're both doing. And you contribute that to 1 roll. So that 1 roll against that. And here's kind of the big advantage of flanking is that any damage done to them is split between the 2. So if that Sea People's creature, if he does 10 damage, they each take 5 instead of 1 taking 10.
Right.
So because Lil Jeb is so hurt, that would help him live a little bit.
Sure.
Sorry, to flank. Oh no, never mind.
Yep.
This is range flank.
Yeah, close combat, they're on the same
Close
hex.
combat flank can only occur if attacker and defender are on the same hex.
They sure are.
Honoring stacking, a player can have 2 friendly characters on 1 hex, as described in stacking.
It's actually all written on this little cheat sheet that I got.
Great. The stacking, the strength of both friendly creatures' weapons, including any personal strength needed, are added to a single d6 roll.
That's correct. So the knife of Lil Jeb at 3 plus his 2 strength is 5. So whatever you roll
And my
plus
strength
Hamish's
is
stuff.
7 base strength and 3 for the knife, so
That's
I'm at 10.
Okay. And Shane, you just rolled. Looks like. So that is a 4.
Is this guy?
So
It
I'm
is-
at
yeah.
14.
So
plus
it is
Lil Jeb.
14 plus Lil Jeb's 5. So that's going to be a nice, cool 19.
Yep.
And you rolled a 2, Shane. I see.
So I am at 16.
Okay, so we have hit you then for 3 damage.
Yes, and I
Boom.
will take that 3 damage. That
Okay.
is okay with me.
Okay, so you're not going to use your will to kill, and
The math doesn't make sense
sure.
for me.
Okay, so that Sea Peoples is going to take 3 damage.
The money ball.
That's good.
Personally, I
Moneyball
think the
approach.
I think the taking a will to live to reroll really mathematically only makes sense on a 1,
One, maybe a 2.
maybe a 2.
Sure.
But
I understand. Or if you're desperate. If
Yeah,
you
or if
need
you're
that
desperate.
6, otherwise you're screwed.
like with Burke,
Yeah,
You-
Burke's screwed.
Burke would have made sense to do it because it's like you either go down to 2 only, or
Sure.
you risk it to you go for broke.
Alright.
That's legit. So Hamish is gone. Lil Jeb is part of that
Benny
attack.
the Steward is going to pail the water.
Please take care of it, Benny.
He needs to
Benny
roll.
is going to try to relieve the ship of some water.
He has to roll us to 4, so we're talking 50-50 proposition.
You got
And
a
I rolled
5.
way too hard.
There's a 5 over there. That is 5.
Like it's being combined 9. I don't know if that's worth any more on this.
minus
no,
9?
it is.
No.
It is an 8 to
But it does
10.
remove 1.
So you remove 1. So Benny is doing a good job of keeping the water coming into the ship at a nice standstill. Maintain that status quo.
So then Conrad Berg, he's over there somewhere.
He is right here next to the mast.
Should we? Well, I mean, what are we even doing here? We
Might try to get onto the Sea People boat.
Are we
in
trying-
Which case
are
he needs
we-
to blow a hole in this.
we're
sea
about to be
crystal.
blown straight backwards.
Yeah, because he can't go through here because of the stacking limit.
He can because that's a
Oh,
boat.
it's a boat. You're right, it's a boat.
Yes.
So he could go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can bypass this hex.
You would
You
bypass.
could get into it. You could
You
also
wouldn't-
stand near
doesn't
it and
it-
shoot him.
Don't you? If you
Hold on.
No, it was.
He. Yeah, he would have been there. Yeah, that's.
No,
right.
he was here.
Okay, so he's on the boat.
Yeah, I think the boats got fucked up.
Yeah, they just got knocked down. Yep. Okay. So he could go here and then into this hex.
This is supposed. This should be on this hex.
Oh, did that
So-
get bumped?
Well, the hex line is here. I guess you could. I guess
Yeah,
you
there's
could.
a line there that
Yeah,
connects.
Okay.
So that is the front of a hex.
Uh,
The bird could go on there. But this doesn't become the dominant ship until the majority of characters are on here.
and so I think there's a problem with our strategy here.
Yeah, well,
even
lay it out.
Even if we get on the ship, we have no way to steer this ship, and we're too far west.
It says this ship can always
Yeah,
steer.
you can always steer.
So you can always rewrite it.
Yeah.
You don't
Alright,
have a wheel.
Then we're good. Then we're
You just
good.
always can.
So yeah, I will move to the head of that ship.
Okay, so Berg, how much is his movement speed?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onto this one.
Yeah.
Here we go, boarding the ship.
And then
Captain Berg.
his action will be
Conrad Berg, now
to-
Captain Berg.
He's gonna strike this guy.
Okay.
With
and
his musket rifle.
Okay?
I have a spear, so I can fight back.
Yes, you
Alright.
can. Yeah, because that's the range.
So my base attack with the musket rifle at 1 hex difference will be 12.
Okay? And you're not adding strength,
Nope.
so it will be your roll plus your musket.
And I'm
Plus
about, to,
12.
I'm about to roll 6. So
You got a 5, put that over here. There's a
Oh, shit.
1. You can will to live that.
So
Yeah,
I'm at
holy
19.
Will to live.
Okay, so Conrad Berg, soon to be Captain Berg of the Sea People's ship,
Oh yeah.
is going
Captain
to.
Burke, on the other hand, is going to die upon
Yes.
his
This
ship.
time I'm rolling the 6.
So we're re-rolling that 1 and got a
That's a
5.
5.
That's okay, maybe. So we can almost ignore these 5s for right now, just in terms of who's ahead.
Mine was a 12.
So it's a 12 from
Mine
the
is
musket.
14.
So that's 2 damage to Conrad Berg. And you have to take it, you can't reroll again. So 2 damage to Berg.
Oh, he doesn't need speed.
And does that discard at all at that range? It does not.
No. No,
Okay.
it's a spear, so it's actually better
It's a
at
long.
1. It's better at adjacent than it is attack.
Sure, because you can get
right.
the leverage, the
The
reach.
full.
Alright, that was my 3 dudes.
Okay.
Can
Well,
we see an update on who just got hurt?
that was
Captain Berg.
that was
Conrad.
Conrad, now captain of his own Sea People's ship.
Oh, he's now looking good. 365.
365
I mean,
on Conrad.
you don't need speed when you're
Look
the
at
captain.
okay.
Yeah, he's not as hurt as some other people, but he's alive. All right. So now I have Fiery Path and Big Jab. Lil Jab already flanked, so let's have Fiery Path get in on the action. Because what are we at -5 right now? So we're gonna start going backwards.
Yeah.
Yeesh. I don't know. Do you think it's worth it to man the masts to get -2?
The masts are destroyed.
Oh, you're right. They're destroyed anyway.
Only
of them
two of
are.
them.
Two of them.
Only the middle one is good. Okay, well, we're gonna have Fiery Path move. He has a speed of 5, so he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't go there.
He can go on that one because that other
There's
shit is a boat.
Okay, he's gonna go here and he's gonna attack that fella
Okay.
with his knife. No, he'll use his tomahawk. He's throwing his tomahawk.
Okay.
You know, hold on. Let's back up for a sec. I'm gonna take 1 will to live and put it in speed,
Okay.
so I can actually engage you in melee
Okay.
combat. So I'm at a 4 will to live now, but I go up to a 6
Which
speed.
guy is that? That is this.
Boom.
Because my tomahawk is stronger, I'm not gonna lose it then.
What's the? Is there only one person in there?
There is a boat. It's a boat and
So let's have. Let's make it interesting here, and let's have Mr. Chandu move in there as
Oh.
well, and then we'll.
Okay, you wanna go
close
first
quarter?
on that?
Yeah, we'll close quarters flank.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can back up and say that. All right. So Fiery Path and Mr. Chandu can do a flank attack. I'm gonna keep making that joke. And I will go ahead and make my roll, which is a nice cool 1. I will to live that from a 4 to a 3 to re-roll this 1 as a 5.
Okay.
So that's 5 plus 5 is 10 plus my strength of 7 is 17. Compared to you don't roll for it. It's just your weapon and your strength.
Right. So I had both of these because Mr. Chandu can always use both knives in combat, so he adds 13.
So 13 plus 5 is 18. Plus my 7 is 25. Plus my 5 is 30.
Great.
So it's 30 damage to that Sea People's. What is your total result?
5.
15.
7 is
13.
15.
Okay. So you're at 15 versus 30. That's 15 damage to that Sea People's.
Okay.
You take it?
That's so infuriating.
Is he still alive?
Yeah,
he's
but
still alive.
what?
1 HP on him. Okay. Let's take a look and see what he's got going.
We only took 1 damage off him, or he only has 1 left?
He has 1 left.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, he took 15 off.
He's got 1.
That's actually
1
better,
speed.
because then if you pull the wrong card, then you just get
Yeah,
all
that's
the
true.
stuff back.
That's true. And
Good call.
with that in mind, let me have Captain Burke go next.
Is that a big jab? Okay.
This is a big jab.
Go ahead, Captain Burke.
Captain Burke is gonna shoot this wounded sea person right in the face with his revolver.
Okay.
All right.
And he's going to roll a total of 15.
So it's a 5 for Burke
That's
versus a
gonna kill him.
3 for the Sea Peoples.
Yeah,
and now,
he's dead.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
gonna
let's-
be enough.
Let's pull our first kill card.
All right,
the
okay.
entire
Time to
game.
pull the
So
first kill
now
card.
the thing that
here we go.
the thing we didn't I did not explain before. Whenever a character is killed, I should say killed with quotation marks, you don't necessarily kill them. It's going to be at the fate of this kill deck, which is why we kept calling this as a kill cam. We sort of last minute figured we should use this camera for other close up stuff, but
Yeah.
the name we gave it was kill cam. Shane, why don't you put that whole deck into that stack? There's a big ol' stack of cards that say kill on the back. And whenever a character is dropped 0 stats in every column, you flip over a kill card. On that card will be several symbols, and if it matches up to the type of weapon that killed them, in this case, you'll see that revolver has a gun in the lower right,
And a fist.
but the fist is only if you're swinging as a melee weapon.
Oh, okay.
So he's shot with it. So if the kill card has the gun symbol, he will be dead. If he is not, if the card does not have that symbol, they will return to the stats they had before that attack, and they get +2 will to live because they survived a near-death experience. They feel emboldened. So Shane, my friend, go ahead and flip over that kill card
And he
and
is.
give it a nice straight up. He is faceless.
His face has been blown off.
And you'll see on the lower left of that card is a gun. There's a gun, a knife, and a fist. That means shooting, slashing, and bludgeoning damage. And he took shooting damage. He is D-O... I guess he's on an arrival. He's dead.
Yeah, just regular death.
Just regular dead. He arrived, waited, and then died.
yeah.
All right.
Comrade Berg is just waving at you.
Conrad Berg, see ya, sucker.
Bye.
See ya, sucker.
So does this get discarded or just go to the
Yes.
bottom?
It gets set aside. So kill card, there are 2 of these sort of special decks, the kill deck and the water deck. We are playing the advanced game, which uses the water deck. The kill deck is once you flip it over, you set it to the side, and you will only reshuffle once you've used all those cards. The water deck, you reshuffle every time. And the water deck will come up when someone falls in the water.
And then Captain Burke gets
2.
2 will to live.
I think for killing. Oh no, sorry. He gets something. I think it is 2, but
Well, I'll figure it out.
yeah. When you kill an evil character, a whaler will get something. I believe it is 2 will to live.
That sounds right.
Again, they kill they kill an enemy and they are emboldened by that.
Yes,
all
will by 2.
Increase will, so he's now at 4 will to live, and you can go over your starting limit this way. All right, so that is 1 evil dead. Go ahead, Shane. It's still your turn.
All right, it's time to go.
It is
Oh
not.
no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that we were on the offense there.
Yeah, so Captain Burke and Mr. Chandu have gone.
Did we remove the chip from the board?
I did.
Yeah, it's gone, and it is not put back in the box. It is gone.
Jebediah.
I'm feeling good about this, you guys.
Yeah.
This is
If we
Coming
cannot
up.
go too far backwards and
Yes.
kill all these monsters,
just we have to repair the masts. We need to have someone on master repair.
then we have a good shot to win the game.
I think we should.
Fiery Path can do. He's got good strength.
I think we should abandon ship as Jebediah is.
That's
apparently-
also actually.
So Jebediah
Conrad
is
might
fleeing.
Conrad might
yeah.
be the man to follow.
Right. Jebediah is fleeing in the general direction of the
See people.
Sea People's ship. However, he cannot move any.
Are we gonna leave Benny the Steward under?
If he wants to go up, he is more than welcome.
Well, yeah, it's going to come up when we get past the stacking limit.
I guess he can jump off, jump overboard, swim.
Can you jump overboard when you're under the ship?
Can you go through a hole?
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's written
Right.
that you can swim through a hole of the ship, but Maybe.
And
I'm not against the idea.
Wong the cook is going to fire the harpoon cannon. He's going to pivot it 180
gosh.
degrees and shoot this sea person
All right.
on mast
the
C.
guy on Mass C, that sea person,
Oof.
the one
Okay.
with the curly
Firing
nose,
back onto the ship. That was
turning it
dangerous.
180 degrees.
That's dangerous.
Oh,
All
Wong
right.
the cook doesn't.
All right,
care.
Wong.
Wait, time out. Can he do that since he doesn't technically have line of sight?
He does.
What is? Yeah, I
he?
thought he can't see adjacent to.
I think he's lying. I don't see why. I mean,
From the harpoon?
yeah.
Because the masts
Wouldn't
are
the
in the way.
masts be in the way?
Oh, right.
Do the mass block line of sight?
They do.
Oh, okay.
Now, one of them is destroyed, but I don't think both of them are destroyed.
B is not.
B
A
is
and
not.
C are destroyed. Ooh, you might be right.
Yeah, line of sight. If
Line
you're
of
using
sight.
a ranged weapon from adjacent or several hexes away, You must have line of sight. If there's any obstacle in line of sight, if there's any obstacle in the way, you don't have line of sight. Characters, masts, ship, wheels, and boats are considered obstacles.
Okay, good thought. Anyway, good thought, Long.
Can you shoot the whale though? The
I
whale.
gotta say, line of sight's my least favorite thing in games. Just the worst.
I understand it.
Why shouldn't the world
I
work
understand
the way
it,
the world
but-
works?
Mike is speaking from Imperial Assault rules, which are bogus.
All right.
So
Are you shooting the whale?
Wong the cook is going to shoot the whale.
Are you,
The old pissed
are
off.
you shooting the head or the tail?
the head?
Okay.
So you can resist, but you
So
can
it's 10 to it. So
12.
total of 22.
Still not gonna be
43.
but hold on, but you are firing. Well, it's actually you're gonna check against the 1 versus range large.
Right. So
What's
you
your
take
total?
you take 2 damage
Yes.
altogether.
Only roll for range combat 1 character versus large creature. Roll a d6, add weapon and strength, and on a result of 20 to 23, you get -2 health.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and that is -2 to every.
Every
stat.
strength.
Yeah, every strength.
specifically.
Every strength.
Which I don't think we did last time.
We
did.
did.
We figured it out.
We did partway
Yes.
through. So when you attack a large creature, which is defined as a creature that has multiple counters that comprise one unit, you check damage against a table on the board, so that because that whale has 40 strength, there's basically no way one guy can ever do enough to hurt it. You check against this table, and it'll tell you how much damage you do, regardless of what they roll. So in this case, what'd you get? 22.
22.
22 on this table says he would take 2 damage, so the whale takes 2. And the large creatures, because he has a tail strength and a head strength, you take that 2 damage to both. You don't split it, you take 2 on the head and 2 on the tail.
Okay. So is any of your guys is left, or is everyone gone?
I got Big
my-
Jab.
yeah,
I
Big
got
Jab
Big
can-
Jab still. And Big Jab is actually going to... Maybe he'll keep fighting. He's got lowish strength, he's hurt, but
He's got that revolver.
he does.
I don't-
Big Jab is going to attack this guy. He's going to shoot him.
I'm not sure you can do that either.
Why is that?
Because he's on the friendly space.
You can't do a ranged flank attack to a friendly shot, but I think you can make regular range attacks.
Sure.
So I'm going to have Big Jab shoot him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll for that. That is a 5. Plus my 10 being 1 hex away is a 15 against the curly horn. The curly horned man.
Horn man. Okay.
Roll a 1.
That's a
Yes.
1.
Okay, I'm gonna spend that will to live.
All right, that 1 is gonna get spent as a will to live. It's 5 to 1, but he's
Roll
re-rolling
another
it.
1.
His will to kill knocked him down to a 3.
No, he saved
Okay.
the 1. He saved the 1 health.
So it's 15 versus
Just
your strength. You have no actual.
Yeah, 12.
So you take 3 damage.
It's come.
That was-
But that was my first. I have an attack too.
But he has to keep
You
out
have 2
3,
attacks?
right?
Revolver is 2 attacks. So my first attack is 3 damage, and the second one is going to be a 4 plus a 10 is
roll a
14.
6.
I think I feel like I just maybe compare it. Maybe it's 2. We probably should roll twice. So that's 6. Doubling is 12.
But I don't do any damage to you. I just don't take
You,
damage.
just don't, you won't take
I
damage.
just cut that bullet
Shing.
out of the air.
You did a
Cut it
quick
right
time
off.
event.
Some sort of Matrix reload.
Yes.
Yep.
To scare you guys.
Yep. All right. So you took damage. I'm fine though. That's
Okay.
good. And then I can move as well. So I am going to move 1, 2 to here.
Okay.
I have a move of 3, so I might as well not
Yeah, don't.
cram
Yeah,
this.
don't block up
corridor
the
up.
entryway.
Can I just say I'm really excited about how you guys are getting on this boat.
We're taking
This
the
is gonna
boat.
be
We're
great.
taking
This boat seems way cooler.
I'm super
Pow,
excited
pow,
about
and then running
this.
away.
I mean,
Yeah.
this boat doesn't have a whale attacking it.
That's true.
It
So
It also doesn't have any safe lifeboats, which is going to be
It does not.
maybe a
It does
little
not have any
interesting.
lifeboats. So if this is basically our last resort, if this thing sinks, we have to swim. We don't have.
Right.
We don't have a lifeboat.
Question:
But I
if
don't
you
know if
move
can swim
through, does that automatically initiate?
If an enemy
combat?
moves into a space with another enemy, it immediately is close
Okay.
combat.
Yeah, so now you have to fight us to get back on the boat.
It's a little switcheroo.
That's fine.
But we need majority on that boat to.
Also, if a large creature attacks a space, is it only attacking one person, or is it attacking everyone on the
It
space?
becomes a flanked attack.
You can attack. You can choose to
Yeah.
attack the ship or the
people.
character.
But
But
it,
if-
it would
but
be
if there's
both.
two
It is
characters,
both, I believe.
I would
It's
be
considered
attacking
a.
both.
I think it's considered a flanking attack still. So you attacking would split the damage to 2. I think. I
that
think. If
sounds
you want,
right.
you have the rule book next to you, Jimmy. If you want to take a
Yeah.
look, but that's how flanking rules work. If you're the attacker would take that. But Yeah, take a look for that. So anyway, because you might dictate
Okay.
the character.
Do you guys have?
We're out of guys.
You're out of
So
guys.
we now
Okay.
move.
I think we move backwards.
We
like
move at -5. We have no one manning.
Mm-hmm.
And so that will push us 5 to the south.
Now the question is, what
Oh, sorry, not
happens if
5.
you
It's
collide
half.
with the boat?
It's 3. If you collide with a boat, I think you do a attack against it. You use
Okay.
the
Well,
strength of
since
the hull.
since you're moving in this L shape, you wouldn't collide with the boat because this doesn't move.
Sure. So, we would go that way and that way.
Yeah. So,
So it's
it would be
3
3 each.
south and 3 to the east. Mike, if you want to update our tracks,
So I need to move
1,
it
2,
3 down.
3 south and 3.
You guys are going away from the lighthouse.
Though it's
Our
windy.
masts got destroyed.
It's our masts are just turning
Okay.
into
So
windy
this
outside.
goes
And then 3 which way?
1.
Back to the
Or I'll do
center.
it this way first.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. And then
1, 2, 3.
Yep. Goodbye, Conrad and Big Jeb.
Wait, so which boat am I updating on the track?
It is
And
our it's
then
the ship Ashara.
1,
Move
2,
move
3.
Mike, move the ship
1,
Ashara
2, 3.
3 spaces south
3.
Yeah, I did that.
and 3 spaces to the east.
All right.
I'm gonna go disrupt these cats.
There's a sea cat fight.
They have never been this rowdy before.
Sea evil.
They know the stream's going.
Yeah.
They probably actually don't like the cameras or the lighting.
Oh, definitely.
Cats know when you're looking at them and when you're taking pictures of them.
Yeah, that's.
So why
definitely
did this boat move this way? I understand why it moved backwards.
Because it doesn't move.
true.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I mean,
No,
it can,
this is-
but it moves relative to this.
Oh, you're
We're
right. It
moving
shouldn't.
this
It
way.
should have moved this way.
Yeah, it should have gone that way and that way. It's the opposite.
So it should be
So
there.
it's closer.
It's more this way because we're moving effectively this way.
Yeah.
So to represent that, everything goes this way.
Right.
Yeah, we've got a good question. Like, so you can't control that second boat until most of the people are on it.
Right, when the majority is on there.
Right. So the question was, what happens if the whalers make a break for it in the other boat? But they can't. They could.
They kind
as
of
long
can.
as most people, most of the whalers
right.
are on that boat.
So effectively, this is how it works. The majority ship, be it a boat, meaning our lifeboats, or the ship Ashara, or the Sea People's ship, whichever one has the majority of our guys on it, that is what we will track based on the north-south and east-west tracker. However, the other stuff still has movement, so on their turn, they will physically move around the map. You have it's sort of, it takes a second to wrap your head around it. Basically, the chief ship will never move in its physical location. Everything else moves around it. However, those kind of secondary ships still have movement values that you will move around the map, if that makes sense. So even though the Sea People's ship just drifted based on the Ashara moving, whoever's currently on the Sea People's ship can physically move it on the map. So as it drifts away, on its turn, it can still move back to the center.
Did we adjust our track to be 5?
We did.
Yes.
We moved it 4 down, or 3 down this way, and
This
3 over
might
this way.
not be 100% accurate. It might be a couple.
Okay.
Because we moved it incorrectly the first time.
It's fine where it is. We'll just go from there.
I mean, worst case scenario, it's
Don't worry
plus
about
or
it.
minus
Don't worry
one,
about
two.
it. All right. So we've done our ship movement. It is Evil's turn now.
Yeah. These are. Alrighty. So, what do I want to do?
While Evil is going, any other questions about the game, about what's going on?
Okay.
Is a lot of this making sense right now? Are people like? It can be a little hard to follow along sometimes. I understand. So what are you attacking with?
I'm summoning a new monster.
Okay, so Evil is summoned a new monster. It goes
And
in the
I'm going to
southwest.
reveal it.
Okay.
It is the Seaweed Man.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
Seaweed Man.
When revealed, he climbs on, placed on the edge of ship or adjacent to a boat.
Okay,
So,
so-
he is going to climb on here,
Okay.
adjacent to it.
It says ship. This is not a boat.
Adjacent
these
to a
are,
boat.
These are boats.
Oh.
So if
Okay.
he goes on the ship, it is this ship right now.
Okay.
Yeah, get off our backup ship.
Yeah, the ship I would say is the one that is being controlled by the tracks.
Okay.
And the boats are just lifeboats.
So where's the seaweed man? Did he get put
I'm
on
going
you?
to put him right here then.
Oh, okay.
Climbing up on the edge.
Yep.
It's better than the fungus.
Better than
It
the
is better
fungus.
That fungus was terrible.
That
Did he have the
fungus was-
So
fungus
now he
last
gets to
time?
move
That was
4.
terrible.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Trying to fight Comrade Berg.
Let me see.
Captain Berg, new
Let me
captain.
see Captain Berg.
Well, right now he's on the hex of a different character.
Oh, well, then never mind.
Well,
Yeah.
who,
That's
who,
Big
who
Jeb.
am I on?
Big
Big
Jeb.
Jeb.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
how he was Conrad Berg. Now he's Comrade
Alright.
Berg.
No, he's Captain.
Yeah.
He's Captain Berg.
Yeah,
He's got his.
yeah.
He's got his own
Alrighty.
ship.
He's the socialist
So-
captain.
Before close combat, he can grab items from enemies. Can
Yep.
carry 4
and
items.
you don't roll for that. You just take
I
it.
just take them.
Yes.
So I get your gun
He takes your gun
and your whiskey bottle.
Throw those in the kill cam there.
So Seaweed Man. Hey, did you put Seaweed Man up in the kill cam?
Oh,
We didn't
no,
see
I did
Seaweed
not.
Man either. Seaweed Man is stealing because he gets to. He
Yes.
just gets to
He
do
just
it?
takes.
grabs
He just
them.
takes straight away.
Now the question is can Seaweed Man shoot
Move it
a
all.
gun?
Move it all up like 2 inches. Up, up, up. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I
Is
can.
Seaweed Man a man?
Yeah, because it's seaweed.
He says
We are
man.
Devo.
Then
says
yeah,
man.
he could shoot a gun.
Is that
According to
that's the
Brett,
choice?
only a man can
No,
shoot
no,
a
no.
gun.
Earlier we defined human beings as something that's drownable, and I'm adding to that something that's drownable that
actually,
can shoot a gun.
Shoot a
actually,
gun.
mathematically, hitting you with the whiskey bottle would be better
That can't be
because
true.
he has 15 strength.
Oh, sure.
Versus
You don't
12.
add
Oh,
sure,
strength
yeah.
with your
That checks
revolver.
out.
That's fair. Seaweed Man is more well equipped with a whiskey bottle.
So
than a
I'm going to
revolver.
attack
Big Jeb.
Big Jeb with this whiskey bottle,
Sans whiskey bottle. Look at it. His picture even has the whiskey bottle and the revolver in it.
and I rolled a 6.
Oh goodness, this can't be good.
6 and 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15, so 30.
All right. All right. Jesus
And
Christ.
my respects to Big Jeb.
Draw a kill card.
Alrighty.
Yeah, draw that kill,
Kill card
Kill
coming
cam.
up for
Kill
Big
card.
Jeb.
Whiskey bottle.
It needs to be a bludgeon.
It is not. It is just a knife.
All right, so keep that there for a sec. So keep that there. So this hooked card has a knife on it. However, if you look at put the whiskey bottle on top of that, the whiskey bottle has the fist icon because it is blunt damage. That does not match up to that knife, which means it does not kill Big Jeb. I will not take that 30 damage. I will stay at the HP I was at, which is 342 from strength, speed, strength, will to live. And by surviving this near-death experience, I get +2 will to live, going from 2 will to 4.
It may only be one.
I gotta say that hooked card is gross.
It is. You are correct.
That is probably the grossest card.
You dirty so.
Well done, Big Jeb.
Alrighty, so Seaweed Man went. Now the Sea Serpent is going to go.
It talks about, like, not killing. Yeah, no.
So he is going to attack Berg.
Gain 1 will.
Okay, so, to retract what I said, I don't get 2 will, I get 1 will, so I go from 2 to 3.
Oh no, that's a sea
The
serpent.
Sea Serpent is going to attack Berg because he can get onto the ship.
Correct, as long as he is within the body of the...
It's alright, we got
Serpent.
this.
Yeah, I believe in you, Conrad Berg.
About to roll
So
6.
on the ship, attacking. That is a
It's
5.
not gonna matter.
That's a 1.
Oh.
That is a 1.
Even with a 1,
That is 36.
Well, I'm at 12.
Yeesh. So
Wait, hold on. I got the plus
with a
3.
knife. So you're at
I'm
7
at 15.
plus 7 plus 1. Yeah, 15.
So it is 21 damage.
21 damage to Mr.
That is 6.
Hamish.
is
So,
it Hamish? I thought it was
So
Conrad Berg.
Oh, you're right. It's
Right.
Conrad Berg. You're right. It's Conrad Berg.
is he dead?
Probably. But hold on. Because you could use this too. The musket rifle.
Oh, yeah.
That's stronger.
I could have.
Looking at the wrong one. So 6.
I was looking at the wrong dude.
That's no strength, but it's 5 plus.
Actually, this would be 9.
10.
I guess it's the same.
It's a 1 difference.
So you don't use the strength for the revolver,
Correct.
for the musket
Right.
rifle.
It's 10. So the musket. So we were looking at the wrong guy. It's not Hamish that's being attacked. It's
Yep.
Conrad Berg. Conrad Berg has a 6 strength, and he has a spear hook that
Oh.
uses strength.
The harpoon. Oh, that's harpoons, not
Yeah,
spear.
which he has. He has a harpoon.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's the harpoon.
Harpoon's close range is
Fours.
4.
But I get plus 2.
So that's
which
10
is
actually.
6.
That would actually be higher.
So we'll use the harpoon.
Okay, so Conrad Berg with the harpoon, it is a harpoon that has a strength of 6 or a 4. What was it?
4.
4. So the harpoon is a strength of 4.
And he loses it.
It is plus 6 strength, so that's 10. But Conrad Berg has this special ability. Harpoons always add plus 2 to strength. So it's
The
a
musket
12.
rifle is still
because you're melee, it's 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's 2
you're
more
right.
than that.
So
that's
it's 12
17.
from the harpoon.
And then you rolled a 5, so 17.
That would be 6 plus 4 plus 2 is 12 plus 5 is 17.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
You
and,
lose your
and you
harpoon.
lose the harpoon.
Yep.
So go ahead and cross that off. You did.
So you take 19 damage.
19.
Still enough till 2.
Oh, yeah, I still die.
You die no matter what.
Well,
all
you
that matters.
get the kill card.
All right, back to the kill cam. We're getting a string of kill cams here, and this is a what kind of damage does the dude do?
It's chomping.
It is
skull.
stabbing or chomping or fisting.
Okay, and it's got both bludgeoning and stabbing on Squid Ed, which I'll say maybe my favorite kill card in this
Yeah,
game.
it's really
Yeah,
good.
Squid Ed.
So he is dead.
Pay your respects, please.
Yeah,
Yeah, F in the chat, please.
yeah. F to pay respects.
Show us who died. Show us the-
Conrad Berg.
Hey, Conrad. Goodbye, my friend.
Our first death.
Second, Sea People's died.
Yeah, right. Our
Your first death.
Our first
The
death.
whaler's first casualty. So the Sea Serpent remains, and Conrad Berg, rest in peace. We can.
So I have a quick update
Please.
on the taking of the vote.
Yep.
So we have a rules update. It says all whalers.
It does say all
Oh, is
whalers.
it all whalers?
So,
I thought
but-
it was most.
But, and he says, but honestly, I would personally say all whalers able to be on the ship. If people are in the water, they don't count.
Okay.
But you have someone in the galley.
We do. We do.
Yeah,
Well,
so I
right-
think that does count
So we
because
have to
they're
get
still
out.
on the boat.
Yeah.
I think it's if you have the boat sinks, some people in
Right.
the water, some people get in. The new boat, then that's the new main ship. If you have multiple boats, it's gotta be all sailors.
Okay.
Got
Okay.
it.
Good to know. Good to know.
So now the old pissed off whale is going. So
Okay.
let's
Classic.
see. The serpent has gone and the seaweed man has gone.
You got so many guys.
Yeah, you
I
have
know.
100 dudes right now,
I
man.
think we will lose.
I have
don't
1,
know.
2,
Come on,
3,
you're our-
4,
well, you're dead.
5,
Our new captain's
6,
dead.
7.
Our whole captain is hobbling.
Our new.
Come on.
Okay. So the old pissed off whale is going to continue to attack the boat.
All right. Smash into it.
Wong the cook.
1
Plus 40
plus 38, so 39.
versus our
1.
1 plus 15 is 16.
That's 15.
That's enough.
Yeah.
All right. One more knock into the hull.
That
That's
mark
2.
that there are
There
two
are
on
2
2
marks,
holes.
2 holes now. Yep.
So we'll take 2.
You just
one
use.
per
I would
turn.
use
Yep,
tick
yep, yep,
marks.
yep.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Roman numerals. Oh, my marker kind of messed up.
That's fine. All right.
And
so
then
we
he
got
is going
2.
to move and get away from. Get out of range of the.
Smart whale.
Well, he's old and he's pissed off. But
He's
that
old,
doesn't mean he
that's right.
wants to get shot.
Didn't say smart old pissed off.
Yeah, I feel like pissed off implies he's not going to make optimal decisions.
As an aside about smart or dumb animals in games, I've been reading the rules for Insecta, Phil Eklund's Insecta, lately. And they try to simulate that bugs are kind of dumb. And if there's ever multiple opportunities to attack something, you don't get to choose what you attack. You roll a die and attack a random guy, or even if it's an ally, you attack a random guy. And I think that's funny.
That's
I
pretty
think
good.
it's a funny mechanic.
Okay, so I think I'm going to do the hurricane next.
Okay,
So roll a d6 to change wind direction.
that is a 3.
3.
Hey, that's great. Thanks, buddy.
Is that our butt?
Get rid of that other die.
Yeah. It's at our back.
You only sing songs for 4 seconds, or YouTube will take
Yeah,
down our
please.
video.
Yeah, no takedowns, please.
So we've got.
Okay.
So we've got wind changing.
yes, it is now in the 4 o'clock position, 5 o'clock.
Got it. Got it. Perfect.
And to be clear, the ship is in the 10 o'clock position.
Yep. It's directly across.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so.
10 o'clock Central Time.
Thank you, Brad.
Central
Alrighty, now I'm going to
Daylight
roll
Savings
for the
Time.
hurricane
Chicago,
effects.
Illinois represent.
I'm going to roll for the hurricane effects.
That's a
It
2.
is a 2.
That's not good.
Move all characters 1 hex east.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess it pushes a bunch of us onto this new boat.
We love this boat.
All right, let's move, baby. All right.
Oh my god.
All,
that
it says all characters, so
Yeah.
sea peoples and everything.
Does that include people on the galley?
I guess now the question
Yeah.
is
No.
does this guy go here or does he go here?
Where was he?
He's right here.
I think directly east.
If
That'd
possible.
be- this is the most, if we're talking
Yeah,
east north, and
that
this
is,
Gotta go
that
east.
is, that is
Directly
you're
east.
correct.
Yeah.
And Mr.
Mr. Fiery
Do the
Path? No,
same
is that
thing.
Wong? Yeah, it's
Does
Wong.
that
Yeah.
serpent head move get pushed off, or is that Because
That's a good question.
it's a big character.
It's a character. I would say it gets pushed.
Okay.
It says characters, right? All characters on
Yeah,
the ship.
Yeah, you got waves
Ships.
and stuff. I would say that.
Get out of here.
Okay.
We can do it. We can get on this boat.
Just
Can I see that
nature.
hurricane table on the kill cam? Because
Actually, we're gonna have a hard time getting off of this boat because Benny the steward has 3 speed.
Yeah.
So he can go 1, 2,
Yeah, so
3.
take a look at
But
that.
now
you
What,
can
so what
will-
did you
will to-
roll?
will
You
to-
rolled.
Will to live your speed up, baby.
yeah.
What did you roll on that hurricane, Shane?
I rolled a 2. Move all characters 1 hex east.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Oh, not all characters on the ship. It's characters,
All
period?
characters.
Oh, then everyone should move. Sorry, I thought you said on a ship.
So did some people go onto the ship?
Yes, people
Sure,
fell
if
onto the adjacent
yeah.
ship.
I think that immediately initiates a ship combat as well, right?
Is there a
It
ship
says
combat?
characters, not, and the ships aren't characters?
If the ship rams into things, they're damaged.
Yes.
If things ram into the ship, it's not necessarily the
But they did not ram into each other.
Right.
They are just adjacent to each other.
Right. Yeah, no, the ships are fine. They don't run into each other here.
Okay. So now the hurricane has gone. The sea witch is gonna just hang out sea witching.
Damn.
Just watch
Why
them.
can't she just shoot us?
Why
Okay.
doesn't she face us?
All right. What we need to do.
you know
Operative
what?
1
Hold
is
on.
take this ship. Operative 2, get on a boat, go kill that sea
Yeah,
witch.
Wong the cook's gonna get into a lifeboat and row out to the sea witch and lob a meat cleaver at her.
They even have a
She's only
grenade.
got, what, 18 HP?
Who's your 2 strongest guys? Send them out on a boat.
You know what she is? She's gonna go 1, 2, 3,
She's coming.
4,
She's getting arrogant.
5.
She's getting arrogant.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and attack at a range of 5.
Who was that? The captain?
That's
This
the
is the-
captain.
this is-
Yep, because his boat's underneath him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it to it.
All right, Captain
Captain
Berg.
Combat, that is.
Captain Berg doesn't have any strength.
Nope.
That's a 1.
That's a 1. That's not good.
That's a 2.
You don't have a weapon you can shoot with, do you?
He's got a knife.
And
Oh
a
no,
revolver.
he's got a revolver.
But it's not
yeah.
in range.
Right, it's on range.
Yeah, he's not. You know, just
Yeah.
your 1 is a 1.
So he just rolls this 1.
And I have a 8. No, I have an 11. So that's 10.
That's a dead Captain
Great,
Berg.
that's a
Well,
dead Captain Berg.
In theory,
All
we're
right,
pulling
what
on
we
the kill
got?
card.
Stomach problems
Stomach
2.
problems 2.
What
Oh,
kind of
wait.
damage you do?
Isn't that a thing?
No, stomach problems 1.
1 is the thing.
What is your head seal staff?
This music is
It's
perfect for
fire,
this,
which
by the
is
way.
on there.
Which is on.
Which is
there.
on there. Okay, so put the weapon.
But
there, so-
don't these also apply?
No, I think
No.
that's if you're attacking with no weapon.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and leave the kill card and show your weapon, your dead seal staff. So the dead seal staff has fire in the bottom right, and there's a fire marker on stomach problems 2, and so that is a dead Conrad Burke, not
Captain.
Conrad, Captain Burke.
Yeah, this is not Conrad Berg.
This is Captain Burke.
Captain Burke.
We like the other one
Rest
better.
in peace, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, F for Captain
Yeah,
Bird.
F in the chat for
F in the
Captain
chat,
Burke.
please.
Okay. So.
The good music for Captain Burke.
Yeah.
Yeah, this music couldn't be better right now. It's amazing.
In general, this music couldn't be better.
And this is his.
I
shit.
agree. Every board game should have a channel, a radio channel for the board
Yeah,
game.
most definitely.
So this is 1 hex away, correct?
That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Jason.
I'm gonna stab that homie.
Which one?
Fiery Path.
You got Fiery Path, and you have underneath him.
What did we
Can do.
decide? It's
We never, I don't think, came to a conclusion on that. If you attack a character or if you attack a hex.
I believe you would attack one character. I think it might be different if you were a large creature.
okay.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and attack one. Which one do you want? Fiery Path or
Who's?
Chandu? Chandu's over
7.
here. He's perfect health. Fiery Path.
I'm gonna
is-
attack Fiery Path.
Fiery Path's actually
Got 10.
2 health down. 1 health down, effectively. Because he
Yeah.
boosted his speed, but lost some with
And he's got a tomahawk that he would have to throw.
He does have a tomahawk and a
Didn't he
knife.
already throw his tomahawk?
No, he got onto your space to do that.
Okay. Or
2 friendly characters on the same hex can defend against a single attacking character.
Mr. Chandu can't fight back.
Sure, you can.
No, because
Not at range.
Oh,
you're not at range.
Oh, you have
So
a
I'm gonna-
harpoon. You have a harpoon,
He does have a harpoon.
which has a range.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
So
gonna
yes.
fight Fiery.
Alright, so are they both
Fiery
defending
Path.
then?
What's this?
It makes sense, right?
Pull that other dice. Oh, we were rolling.
2 friendly characters on the same hex can defend against a single attacking character.
Okay.
That's what it says.
So they're both. Then it's ours against you.
But that might be just for close combat.
Where is it listed?
Under
That says close combat, range,
Right.
flank.
Yeah. So okay, never mind. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think evil is fine to attack one of us.
Okay.
Yeah, for range. Okay, so Fiery Path, let's roll.
All right. That's a 1 on me.
That's a
Fiery
3
Path
on me.
also has a harpoon.
He does. But I mean, I'm going to use a will to live to reroll that.
Okay.
So that knocks me down from a 2 to a 1. I got a 5 now. So that is a 5 with my harpoon I'm using. Is at 1 away is 7.
Okay.
So that is 5 and 7 is 13 plus my strength, which is another 7. That's
12.
21.
12.
12, yes. So,
So you're at
12 is
20.
19. I'm at 19.
19. I'm at 8 plus 7 is
15.
15, so I'm at 18. So I take 1.
You take a point of damage,
And you lose your harpoon.
and I lose my harpoon.
Okay.
Okay, so Fiery Path threw a harpoon back at this Sea Peoples, and is continuing your turn.
How is Sea People looking now?
Yeah, how are your guys are in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they're in alright shape.
We killed the one.
You
right?
killed the one, but everyone else.
2 are a little hurt.
Yeah, the one that's trying to.
Kill cam them so we can see it.
They're strong. These Sea Peoples are not like they're numerous and they're
Right.
not that bad.
But they're like our stronger dudes, but a little bit beefier.
They're doing fine.
So they're like
And the
easy.
last one is perfect health.
Yeah.
Oh, they're totally
They're-
fine.
Yeah.
Compared to like the sea serpent or the whale, they're easy to kill, but
Swirl.
they're
They're
not
formal
easy to
too,
kill.
right.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah, we
this
gotta-
homeboy who is on here.
It's a little jab
With 2
and
dudes.
Hamish. So in close combat now, you'll defend against both.
Can I move off of close combat?
Yes, you can move off
Okay.
of hexes.
I'm going to
with
move on to that.
And you must immediately close
Yes.
combat that guy.
So you're fighting who?
That looked like it was
Little Jeb. Or Big
uh,
Jeb.
Jebediah.
That is Jebediah. Medium Jeb.
Regular Jeb.
Regular old Jeb.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go for it, man.
Who is. Alrighty.
It's me.
And I'm
Who's
I'm
gonna
gonna use
use-
my. Oh, I have to use my sword. This guy only has a sword.
You can use a sword or nothing.
He's gonna use the once per game whaler ability, a
Oh, yeah.
2-weapon attack.
Oh.
He's gonna add the strength of 2 weapons in 1 attack, including strength
Get it,
only once if
Jebediah.
needed.
Get it,
D6
Jebediah.
rolled once and added to the entire result. So he's gonna add 6 to whatever I roll.
7
plus
plus
his
6
strength.
plus
Roll
13.
6. Roll 6.
13,
Right.
16.
16 altogether.
Yep. And you can go ahead and just mark that off. Which one was that?
5 and 9
Two
is
of them.
14, and I also have 16.
Yeah.
So that is
Draw.
draw. No one gets hurt.
No one gets hurt.
Cool.
The bullets hit each other.
They're
Swords.
parrying
Perfectly.
sword attacks.
Should I use the will to live?
I don't think you can you combine that
Yes,
with the
you
once
should
per
use
game?
the will to live.
I feel
Will
like if
to live
you
is less
I
you
feel like
roll a
if you
combat
use
roll.
the will to live, you cannot use that.
Why?
You've already used it.
This is a reroll.
Yeah, it's a reroll. It's
Oh,
not
it's
a
a
new
reroll?
attack.
Okay.
It's a reroll.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
got-
the will to live.
Dude, you got 7 will to live. I'm sitting at 3, 2, and 1 over here.
My guys all want to die.
That's the exact same number.
Same roll.
3 is the
Fake.
same as 3.
So we
Alright,
got
so
3
it's a wash.
versus 2. It's a complete wash.
Complete wash.
All
Okay,
right.
so that is 2. Now one more sea person. Is this guy
So,
here?
to be clear on what just happened there, the Sea Peoples and the Evil, or not Sea Peoples, the Whalers and the Evil, they each have a list of things they can do once per game, and those are tied to sides. So even though Jebediah used a once per game thing, that is a consequence for all of the Whalers. So none of
Yeah.
us can use 2 weapons as one attack thing now.
Very selfish of you, Jeb.
As the command of Little Jeb and Big Jeb, I'll say that regular Jeb was okay to use that. Now, other
Fiery
abilities,
Path probably could get the best use of it in the entire game.
maybe with a tomahawk and the knife. We also do
Or,
have adrenaline boosts and dodge attack. We also changed wind direction if we need to, but
Yeah.
it's in a good spot right now.
No, it's not.
Plus,
It's right behind us.
It's right
it is.
behind you.
Oh,
It's perfect.
I was reading that.
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, there is. There's you can grab a battery for it.
Where is it?
It's right over to your right by that dead cat.
The dead cat.
Keep
audio.
going. We're on the board, so keep
Audio term. All right, so continuing on, we're replacing a battery.
Okay, one more C person.
We have a general lack of AC power for some of our cameras here, so we're working with it.
I have to like sneak in here.
The
3.
place
So
where we
he's
said no,
moving.
there we go. All
This
right.
guy is moving.
So continuing on.
And he's going to attack with his spear.
All right.
Who?
He's going to attack Fiery Path again.
Okay. Mike, could you move that mic too? All right. So attacking fiery path.
Mm-hmm.
With this guy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Make your attack.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to stay on this boat
Okay.
and attack Fiery
You're
Path
attacking across.
this way, yeah.
All right.
3.
5. I'm attacking with my tomahawk.
Yes.
So it's a 5.
Which you would have to throw.
I do have to throw it. So it's plus a 4 is 9. Plus my strength is plus another 7. So that is 16. Plus 2 is 18.
Great.
So that
What
is
is it, plus 2?
18. I have a basic thing my tomahawk always adds 2.
Okay, so you're at 18?
I'm at 18 total.
So 7 and 7 is 14, plus 3 is 17.
Okay, so you will take a damage.
That is fine. It is worth it
And
to
my
get
tomahawk
you to
is
lose your
gone.
tomahawk.
You're in a
So-
poor state.
This guy,
Yeah, and this
That's
got
fine.
away from
Here.
us quickly.
you can't see because our camera tech is.
Yes, we're doing
Working with
our.
another camera.
Mike is doing a little.
So I would just
Tech
describe it. This C person
But yeah, put it out there.
has only lost 1 will.
Correct. He is in very good shape. None of us are in good shape at all.
And I believe that is my turn.
Did you summon a new evil?
I believe you did. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it was the Seaweed Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so back to an event, right?
Yeah, so that is the end of Evil's turn. And we're going to go ahead and roll for an event. We got a 5, which means there will be
There
an
will
event.
be an event.
All right. Is
So
there an
go
event
ahead.
that wins us the game?
I hope. Maybe.
There's one that automatically
So
loses the
first,
game.
so it's in the 50s slot and 51. Event 51.
Captain Him, Captain if alive, sings wondrous love, folk hymn. Evil closest to ship is returned to the cup.
Wow.
But he's
what
not
happens
alive.
if the captain, is
Captain
dead?
is unfortunately dead. So, Wondrous Love. Do you know the song Wondrous Love? Do you know
Yeah,
the hymn
I
Wondrous
don't.
Love?
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
then you won't be able to.
This is like when you draw Merry Christmas and the Grizzled on like turn 1. You're like, well, great.
Yeah, lovely.
Alrighty.
So, okay, so just to clear that up, we rolled on the event table. We got an event. Unfortunately, it is predicated on the Captain Burke being alive, and he is dead. I believe he is squid-dead specifically.
He is. He was hooked, maybe.
No, Hook did not
No,
kill
he was,
anyone.
Captain Burke was squid-headed.
Yeah,
I thought that was
Squid-headed.
the other guy. Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's squid-headed. Either that or he got stomach problems.
right. Yeah, he got stomach problems. But that's
Stomach problems too.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
It's not coming through. Is this me?
Just turn it off, maybe. Just reach over. All right.
Water rising.
All right, water rising.
And there are 2 holes, so you get 2 waters.
Yes, we do. Well, we already added 1 actually, kind of preemptively.
No, but this is the new turn.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So you get
2 water.
2 waters this
2 water.
I don't know how you determine where they come
And
from.
anywhere. They're just in the galley.
Because you got the one when it happened initially,
Sure.
and
Yeah,
now
so
it's the water
yeah,
rising.
they just go in the galley.
All right. Whaler actions.
Okay. Whaler actions. So our captain is dead. Who is our default captain here? Would you say?
Our number 2 is dead as well. No,
Yeah.
first mate.
Hamish. Hamish is alive, right?
Hamish
Yeah,
is alive.
Hamish.
Hamish
He's
is
right
our
here,
first
I'm looking
mate.
at him.
Hamish is our boy. He's in perfect health as well.
Here's the thing. You are going to... Never mind. Never mind, I don't want to help
This
you.
ship is gonna sink, so we do need to get off of
I feel like Hamish should just jump overboard and kill himself.
it. Hamish should not do that.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Hamish.
I did a speed of 5, but I don't think I can. I think I can move. Is this 1 hex or 2?
That'd be one
Where are
hex.
you? I can't quite see. It looks
That'd
like
be
it's
one
one.
hex
Yeah.
there, Jason.
1, 2. Should I attack or just run away?
I think if you can attack from range, so you can
Yeah,
make these
we gotta
guys
kill
throw
these
their
guys.
spears.
Well, Hamish has a knife and a spyglass.
Okay.
No, then never
Well,
mind. Don't attack.
You have a harpoon.
All right. What's the optimal range for harpoon?
2. 1 hex away. I
2.
guess. So yeah, 1 hex away.
But if
7
you're
damage.
if you can be 2 away, then he has to throw as well, I believe.
Because he has a spear,
Right.
so he can just keep stabbing you.
All right, we're gonna attack this guy.
So Hamish is getting up to 2 away, and Hamish is gonna take a shot with his harpoon.
Yeah, the curly corned sea people.
I can leave that. I'll mess with it.
This for now, and then we can switch it back.
Okay.
I think it's about to end soon.
Yeah, it might be about to be death time. All right. Ooh, that is a hot 6. What are we on? What's our live camera
What are we
right now?
rolling?
This guy
It's on the board.
is fighting
Hamish is firing over there, so that's a 6 plus 6, because when you roll a 6, you add another 6, so that's 12. Plus your 7 strength,
19.
plus your harpoon, which is 7.
Oh.
So that's 14.
No, it's 5.
Oh, 5, you're right, because you're 2 away. So it's.
basically 12 plus 12, 24.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Oh, well,
Is this the guy that can't?
yeah. So 12.
So you take 12 damage. Because you roll a 3 and you don't get a weapon at that range.
Mm-hmm.
So
So that's
he
10.
pow blasts him with a harpoon.
7. Okay.
All right, what are your stats looking like right now? 0.
All
2.
he has is a strength of 2.
Oof, almost dead. So strength of 2 on that Sea Peoples.
So he can't even move. So
He cannot.
He's stuck right there. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Do you want to take your Benny, the steward action?
Oh, yeah.
If anything.
So he's gonna take 2 off his will to live to give him 5 speed.
Okay.
Because then he is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or actually, it'll go there.
That's a good call. All right. I think that Wong the cook actually is going to try to kill off the sea person. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Pile on top of him and swing.
Now are they flanking? Because there's another guy there.
That's a great question.
Say again?
There are 2 people. Yeah, they can flank.
I don't
'cause-
think we need a flank though. If that guy can do something more useful.
But they can defend against damage if he does more back.
I mean, he has a strength of 2.
right.
That's true. You're right. With a strength of 2, maybe it's not worth a flank attack. All right,
Yeah.
let's make it
Yeah,
happen.
so
Captain.
Wong, the cook, is going to swing with his meat cleaver for a total of
So it's 4 and a 2 for evil.
13 altogether for Wong
Okay.
the cook.
So let
13
let us.
All right, kill cam, baby. That is.
Damn.
He is dead.
What does that card say? Surprise.
Surprise!
Surprise!
It's a
with
meat
a knife
cleaver from
and
Wong the cook.
That matches up.
Yep.
Great.
Stab. See people stabbed right in the eye.
And you can go over your will to live
You sure
in this
can.
particular
You
situation.
sure can.
So Wong the cook now has a cool 6 will to live.
Wong the cook is
Wong the
maybe
cook.
our most resilient character at the moment.
Yeah.
I guess Hamish is doing all right. All right. So now it is. I think evils go. Is that right?
No, you still have several characters to go.
Yeah, Lil Jeb and Big Jeb, can they go?
Yeah, Jebediah can go as well.
Yeah.
It's really-
Let's have Big Jeb. Big Jeb is hanging out.
Everyone needs to get on this other boat so we can ditch these sea peoples.
Big Jeb does have a speed of 3, which is not great. But he's also not very far away.
Big Jeb is under the seaweed man right now.
Oh, he should just move away, I think.
Yeah, Big Jeb can walk away. Big Jeb can walk away.
Since he lost his weapons.
All right. Big Jebediah does not have any weapons.
And seaweed man took them.
I'm just gonna move away from Seaweed Man for right now. I have a speed of 3.
Oh.
Let's go 1, 2, 3. Over to here for Big Jeb. Just hang out back there.
And then Little Jeb is our...
No, let's actually go. Let's go hang out close to my buddy.
I think
Two
Little
buds.
Jeb is our only person...
Yeah, Lil Jeb is on the ship. He can't go to here, but he could go to here.
Mhm.
So Lil Jeb has a speed of 3. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3.
And then Jebediah is going to. What's the Seaweed Man
I can't
have?
believe we are making it onto this other
Yeah.
ship.
What sort of stuff does the Seaweed Man have? Anything? Oh, he's got a fucking revolver. Of course.
And a whiskey bottle that is better than the revolver.
Of course, Seaweed Man has a revolver. His signature weapon.
Jebediah will ignore the Seaweed Man, I think.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to deal with him at some point, but maybe when we
Right.
get away from all this junk.
Jebediah will hang out.
Okay, so we're all done. Whalers are done. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay, so it's movement time.
It is movement.
And to be clear, we have all of our whalers off of Ship Ashara,
Besides the dead ones.
except the
Besides
dead ones. But it is just the Sea People's, formerly Sea People's ship. I don't feel good calling it the Sea People's ship right now.
Yeah, it's the new Ashara 2.
Ashara 2, Ship Ashara 2 is now entirely piloted
Right.
by the whalers.
That's
New
right.
whaling ship. Let's start moving. So Shane, let me. Could I get that Sea People's ship card just because
Yes.
we're sort of in control of it at this
Yes.
point? All right.
Similarly, you can have the Ship Ashara card.
All right. So yeah, I guess also you are sort of in control of Ship Ashara.
Yeah.
There's that. So 1 speed per character. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Seaweed Man is a character, but I would say
don't think he
thematically he
counts.
wouldn't help us.
Yeah.
So a speed of what did I say? 9, 8.
8.
2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. And it experiences no wind, hurricane, or tidal wave effects. Can always turn. Maintain matching hex arrangement of the map. So, it has a speed now of 8. No wind, so it's 8. We're going northwest.
We can always steer,
We can, I guess.
so we can turn towards the
Can
lighthouse.
always turn.
Always turn.
Sure, I guess. I guess we could turn right now. Yeah. We would turn into the sea serpent.
It's
We're
probably
gonna-
bad.
We're
And
gonna
that's because then that's 15 hex.
gonna run into
side
it anyway,
versus the
though.
sea serpent.
Yeah, we're gonna hit.
We're gonna
it.
run into it anyway.
Well, what happens first? Do you go forward first or turn first?
So I guess because you turn. No, you turn during a turn.
You, I would say you can't turn right now because you would
yeah.
hit the ship. So
I
you'd
w-
have to go forward first.
Well, I would
Well, we
agree.
turn, yeah.
I would say we couldn't turn anyway because I think you turn during a turn, not during movement.
yeah, that's right.
So we would continue on this path. If someone can communicate differently in the chat, that'd be great. But we're gonna continue
I think
on.
you're right.
We're gonna continue on going this way. So let's head. It's 8, so it's 4 and 4. So 4 north,
1,
4
2,
west.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 north, 4 west. So we are almost halfway northwards on the lighthouse, and we are far off course in terms
Yeah.
of east-west.
Terrible.
But we've got a new ship,
So-
and everything else
Yeah.
moves the opposite. So 4
So-
south, 4 east.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which
Isn't there a good
means
likelihood that our ship immediately sinks?
This one?
this will
It'll
sink
start,
next turn.
This will start to push off, and then it'll potentially sink.
No, no, when
1,
the sea
2,
serpent
3,
hits
4.
us.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know. I don't know if we track this on that new ship.
You do.
I guess we have holes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
1,
We can just put them on the card, I
2,
guess,
3,
or start
4.
using that once that's gone.
4.
That moved the sea serpent.
Can I remind us that last time we got to like 4 away from the lighthouse, like 2
Yeah, we
turns?
moved seven.
Yeah, yeah, we
And then a
had.
giant crab ate us.
Yeah, we had the wind at our back last time, and
Yeah.
we just cruised.
We just cruised to the end and then we got stuck.
and yeah, at the finish line got messed up.
Right.
So the head is on there, and that's all next to it. So we turned essentially into the sea serpent that kind of got pushed further on board because it was already on there. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Evil. You are up, my friend. All right, I got a good feeling about this, you guys.
Is that a?
Shane, just take a seat if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
can you sit down, please?
Just cool it.
I'm trying to see the map, though.
I know,
Yeah,
I'm just
It's
kidding.
not
I'm just
particularly
kidding.
fair.
Evil just needs to start eating people, I think.
Yeah. So,
Guys, and remember,
I'm
Sea
working on it.
People's ship is not dependent on wind. Each person is +1.
That is right.
Right.
That's yeah. We moved 8. Period.
Yep. so I'm going to move here.
Sea serpent eating Lil Jeb.
Little Jeb.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. He's got
Probably a little
he's got
Jeb.
7 total HP right now.
One of his weapons is a ball of twine.
I'm sorry, it's a monkey fist.
Alright.
Please.
It does appear to just be some rope.
I think it's a rope tied. It's like a dense hunk of rope.
Did you do that? Did you do that last turn on your move? Did you ignore wind?
Yes, we
Yeah.
moved 8. We had 8 guys on board. We moved 8 spaces.
Nice.
So four north, 4 west.
Yeah,
So
monkey. What is that?
monkey fist.
Fist. It's just a ball of rope.
That's
like
correct.
A mace,
And I'm attacking with
basically.
it. That's a 1. I'm spending a will to live to ignore that 1.
I'm
Drop
at
me down.
47. Can you even mathematically?
No, but I don't want to. But I don't want to potentially lose my monkey fist. Because maybe I'll use it later. All right, Shane. It's a 2. That's better. All right.
But like
so-
mathematically, can
I know I'm
yeah.
dead.
Yeah, the kill
Yes,
card,
but the
of
kill
course.
card could potentially save me. So kill card coming up.
Oh.
Good
is
luck
this?
reading that one.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
It is.
honestly.
It is a fist.
But what's
It
the
says-
text? There is text.
Monkey paw rope kill.
Monkey fist right here.
So you killed yourself with your own
Yeah.
monkey
You
fist.
threw it, it bounced off the sea serpent and clonked you in
leave
the
that
head.
leave that on there for a second. That's just a beautiful looking card. Getting a guy getting
Yeah.
clobbered in the back of the head by a chunk of rope,
It
which
looks
is
like
what I
the-
was attacking with.
It looks
I'll,
like the scream.
It's a very
painting.
grim.
I'll plug the mushroom eaters. That's what a lot of the art looks like.
Oh, is
There's
it?
just
Yeah.
some pretty bonkers,
Yeah.
colorful artwork.
It's just the precursor to the yo-yo.
Yeah, just the monkey fist.
All right.
Okay.
Continuing.
So now
This is
1,
one
2,
dead little
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is gonna move the whale here,
Of course.
and the. I'm actually going to. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move here so I can tail whip.
Yeah, you can attack with your
You
tail.
know,
Fiery.
You know, lower our accuracy by 15%.
So because your
That's
tail,
right.
the whale's tail can attack on a ship, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, some of these guys are gonna start going.
So that is a 2.
Who are you attacking?
I'm
Ship?
attacking fiery.
Fiery path.
Fiery
Place
path.
that dice center.
This is my roll here of a 5, plus
Alright.
my knife is 4, plus strength is 7, so that is 12 plus 4 is 16.
I am at 24.
Minus 16 is 12. I'm fine.
Okay, then I'm going
Live.
to use
I'm not in good health, but I'm alive.
I'm going to use a will to kill to reroll.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
4. So now I'm at 26.
Okay,
That-
that is enough.
That is enough.
That is
yeah.
enough. I would have had 1 health
So
left,
kill card.
potentially.
Oh.
Tail,
It is
bludgeon, I think.
blubber cutter to the skull
Oh, other way, it's
God.
sideways.
Yeah.
Make it vertical, baby.
Ew.
with a fist and a knife. The
God.
old pissed off whale also has a fist and a knife.
Wait, what is that guy doing
So-
that he's hitting? Like, what is the guy? What was? Is he just pulling a rope up?
I think he's just pulling a rope up.
His artwork is amazing.
So he snuck up on him. And
This is-
hit
I
him.
Yeah,
said
this
so.
is amazing.
So I saw the Fiery Path is dead. I saw
right,
the
Path.
trailer for Freak Face,
R.I.P.
and the first thing it reminded me of was Twisted Metal. It
yeah.
looked so much like the cutscenes from Twisted Metal, the PlayStation game. It was that actually drew me in like immediately to this style.
That's a
of
good sell.
Clearly, Twisted Metal, you know, plagiarized their art from the
Yeah.
None of my
magazine.
guys are
Jump
particularly
forward
good.
about 20 years
Yeah,
into the future.
the seaweed man is gonna come fight Big Jeb.
Jeez, this is. Look, okay. What did Big Jeb ever do to you, Seaweed Man?
Yeah.
Can you be cool? You took.
Right.
We both like whiskey. You have my
Yeah,
whiskey
you
bottle.
take Big Jeb's. Oh, you already have Big Jeb's weapons.
6.
Oh.
That's 12 plus 4. It's gonna be a nice, cool 16 for me.
Okay, so 3 plus 3 from my whiskey bottle plus 15 from my strength
Jesus
is
Christ,
21.
15.
is
so
21.
minus 6. Yeah,
Minus
16
5.
off that is 5. So he's still alive.
Yeah.
But he's hurt.
Barely.
Let's go down to 1 speed.
And I don't think we can turn next turn.
How much damage did you did? 5?
Yes.
Get a character update on the kill cam.
Yeah.
Okay, so
2, and that is down to a 2 as well.
So technically, shouldn't we have repositioned
Here's a little character update for Big
this
Jeb.
ship to the middle of the board?
I think we should
Upside down. Upside down.
we should do that once this is out of the way. We can do that.
Big Jeb's hurting.
No, we can leave that as is.
Big Jeb's hurting.
All right. So Big Jeb's not in good shape.
Big Jeb is not in good shape. So, Sea Witch is gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She can move up to 6, so she's gonna stay there.
Okay. So Sea Witch is moved, and then you still have your Serpent, right? Or the Serpent? No, Serpent killed already. I think maybe every Sea Peoples are the only ones that.
Nope. Now I have Sea People, but I also can summon a new. So I'm going to summon this one. I'm going to roll for it. 1, which is right here, which is very advantageous to me
Move it.
because it is a siren.
Oh boy.
So the siren, she sings. Any characters within 10 hex range roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
that's all
8,
these.
9. No, actually, no one is in 10.
You said
Yeah.
9, in the 10 range?
Yeah.
Can you
3,
move
4,
first?
5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh yeah, I
9,
can
10.
move.
Yeah, nobody.
1, 2, 3,
Uh-oh.
4,
You could have moved
5.
when you were revealed, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean I just
Yeah.
revealed it, so we're still doing this. So now I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
That's everyone.
That's everyone. Alrighty, so
Now you have to sing a
everyone roll a d6.
Every character.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we? Let's go around. Let's start with James.
All right.
You have
So
Jebediah.
here's Jebediah.
Yeah,
It's a
6.
6.
You move full movement towards the siren.
It's 5 moves.
Hell yeah.
Full
Full
movement.
speed. Where's Jebediah?
Meaning his speed.
Right there.
Yeah. 1, 2, and then I think that's all as far as he's gonna move.
You
can move further.
you get so each space is now 3.
Right.
So you get one more.
step.
Okay.
Yep. And hold on, you fell in the water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Water cam. When you fall in the water, you're actually right here. When you fall in the water, we're using the water deck, which is from it's an advanced rules thing. Whenever you fall into the water, you flip over a card in the water deck and do what it says. So go ahead.
They're all bad.
There are a couple that are nothing happens. One actually might be good. There's actually a sea turtle you can ride that gives you better
that's
movement in the water.
Very helpful.
Go ahead and flip over that water card though, Shane. See what happens to Jebediah.
Dark waters, it has no effect.
See, there you go. So he falls in the water. Now shuffle that back up.
Shuffle it back.
Water gets shuffled every time you draw it out, and then he makes his move. Next person to potentially move is going to be Wong.
1,
It's a 4. What does 4 say?
Yeah.
on
What do
here?
I need
It's
to?
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
So nothing happens
All
to
right.
him.
And I'll have Mr. Chandu.
Got a 3.
Good for.
Okay. Then I'll have Big Jeb
R.I.P. Jebediah, probably.
potentially make his move. That's a 6.
So you
He only has a move of 1. So
You still have to respect stacking limits.
yes. So he's going to go there.
okay?
Actually, this would be the closest, I guess. So he's going to go there.
No, because she's here. You don't just. It's not close to the edge. It's closest to the siren.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess
But
this,
I would say this is probably the closest.
then it means I engage in close combat with that, right? Because once you move into a hex
Yeah,
with someone, you attack
do.
them. So it's Sea Serpent. It's bad news for Jeb.
Where's the other
I
dice?
got a 4.
Nice.
It's not going to matter because I only have 4 or 5 total strength
Okay.
or stats.
So
My
let
stats
us
are 5,
roll
so
on
go ahead
the
and draw it out.
kill chart. It is everything.
Exquisite
So
corpse.
You are an exquisite corpse.
Look at that beautiful exploding corpse.
Yeah.
Big
Man,
Jeb,
this
the
art
first
is
of
so
the
cool.
Jebs.
Big Jeb is the second. Little Jeb died
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
It's your final.
Rest in peace, Big Jeb. All right. Perfect. Continue on then. All my guys are dead. Actually, I have lost.
You want one
hang
to
on.
cook?
Do you want Benny the Steward?
No, go ahead and continue on. So Benny.
Benny
let's
is
say
rolling.
rolls the next.
That is
5.
a
That's
5.
move ahead, Benny. 5 spaces
Which one's Benny?
right here.
It's gonna put
So
him in the
that
water.
would be 1, 2, 3 into the water. Go ahead and draw a water card. That's 3, and he doesn't have any extra move to move in the water. So
Pulled underwater, draw a kill card. If water equals death.
it's the mouth, which looks the other way.
And it is.
Yep. All right. What was it called?
I
Rope
regret
and
at the beginning of the
Rope and
stream
anchor.
saying I wanted Benny to die.
Rest in peace, Benny.
All right,
So the water gets shuffled.
All right, Hamish.
All right, so okay.
Is he this guy?
Hamish is that one, yeah.
Wait, what did he roll?
A 6. Hamish rolled a 6,
1,
Mike.
2, 3.
You have to rub it in.
You know, you got two dice. You got two dice on the board. It's just hard to tell.
Well, they're both
They're
5
both
or 6.
equal. All right,
All
water
right, try
for
another
Hamish.
water for Hamish.
That was not Hamish. You move.
Oh,
Who'd you move this one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where was he?
He was at this space.
Hamish was here. 1.
Make
2,
3 attack rolls versus 9 strength. Any kill card kills.
3 attack rolls versus 9 strength.
What?
So if you die from this, you draw a kill card and you die automatically.
Right. So Shane needs to roll the other one.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your other die, Shane.
I get not. So it's 9
9
strength
strength.
plus this.
Yeah.
So I'm counting
Mine
my
has
strength of 7,
Yes.
Yep.
3 times.
Yep.
Yes.
3.
So
You're at +2.
you take 2 damage,
Oh, okay.
and you're gonna do this 2 more times. What was the name of that card?
It is
The water.
Throw those dice in the center there.
deep.
Sorry, I don't know where center is.
It's the ship area.
The ship.
So 3.
I can't.
So 3 for Hamish.
2.
So that is
you take 1.
1 damage to Hamish because again it's Hamish. That's a strength 7.
And I have a strength of 9.
Right. So it's effectively -2 to this roll.
Yeah.
Deep something beyond human comprehension.
See it. This says
5. So you take 2.
deep
All right. And then
horror. Deep lair.
I think
Yeah.
You
if
still have movement left.
if
right?
anyone
One more.
in the
Yeah, so you
chat
would go
can
right
try to
here.
evaluate this card, I'd love that.
Deep something beyond human comprehension.
It looks like it says LERROR.
Put it on the kill cam. Can anyone take a guess at what this might say? Let me actually zoom in a little closer here.
So
What? Hold on. Deep.
It's deep something beyond human comprehension.
So.
Deep terror?
Terror.
Oh yeah.
We did it.
Oh, yeah.
We did it.
We did it, evil boys.
Okay.
Deep terror beyond
So
human comprehension.
I'm still going to roll for the hurricane
Mm-hmm.
because the ship itself is not affected by the hurricane, but the people on the ship
That is
will
correct. That's correct.
I also think you have to.
be. Yeah.
So yes,
Is the heat-
blow us back onto the ship, please, at once.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll, my friend.
Okay, hold on. I'm still shuffling.
They're fine.
6.
Fantastic.
It is a wave.
If you roll.
Or no, I'm sorry. That was wind. So wind is now in your face, but the boat isn't affected by wind.
Doesn't matter.
So where do I move the wind? It doesn't matter, but.
It doesn't matter on the ship of Shara, so
10
don't
o'clock.
worry. We should
should still.
They're both like they're both 10
10
o'clock. They're both 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, now this is for the effect.
6.
6.
Wave. So roll again? To see
Yeah,
if
but it's for a
capsize.
capsize, but this isn't affected.
Right, but the ship of Shara might be, which it isn't.
Okay.
Okay.
And now hurricane
All those
length.
used in the water.
2. Okay.
Didn't he?
This hurricane coming out
This
early.
hurricane has
is
lasted the
nuts.
entirety
This
of the
hurricane
game.
is nuts, man. We're trying to. I don't know why we picked today to
Okay.
sail to the Lighthouse.
Alright, event
Meteorology
roll,
should
right?
tell us.
Well,
yeah.
remember from reading
are
the
you
comic,
done being evil?
I am done being evil.
Great.
Do we still have to worry about this?
Yeah.
We will, yeah.
Because it could still sink.
Because we can still
And-
get
and-
back to the ship.
And the sea peoples are on it. So,
Yeah.
all right. No
there
event.
will not be an event.
No event. will
hold on.
occur. What?
You didn't move the sea.
I'm gonna jump the sea. No, the sea people are gonna hang out on that ship.
Okay, let's continue then. So we roll no event this turn. We got a 4. We need a 5 or a 6 to have an event happen. So we put 2 more water on Ship Ashara. 1
Which
more
makes
water.
6.
6. 1 more water, and it is capsized. It's sunk. And it is now the whalers' turns. Now, let's for a second here. Let's just pause and take a look at what whalers we still have alive.
Yeah. Okay.
We have Hamish. He's in the water.
Drop him in the kill cam.
Here's
There's a lot.
Hamish. Oh no, put it on the for a second. Let's put it on the
Okay,
board.
alright.
So here's Hamish. He's alive in the water. We've got Jebediah proper right next to Hamish over here,
Also in the water.
also in the water. So their movement is now. It costs 3 movement points to go 1 hex. They have movements of 5
Yeah.
and 5.
Right, they also can't get back on the boat until someone throws them
They
up
need a
water.
rope. Someone has to throw them a rope so they can climb back on board.
There are only 2 people on the ship right
That is
There's
correct.
only we have 2
Then
people on the ship?
Yeah.
we do.
now. Wong the cook is
Speaking
also.
of which, we've got Wong the cook right here, and Wong is actually doing okay stat wise.
Yep.
To be honest, actually, all these guys are doing okay stat wise.
Wong is better than he started.
He goes, right, because he killed someone.
Yeah.
Or he survived. He survived.
No, he killed someone. He
And
killed
then
the sea
underneath
person.
the whale tail right now is Mr. Chandu, who is actually untouched.
Please throw me a bone here. Give me a rope.
Yeah.
So we have
Untouched,
these
and yet
four.
he has a whale tail on his face.
And then over on Ship Ashara, these are boats,
Those
these
are
hexes
boats,
underneath, and then a couple of sea peoples. The sea witch is hanging out over here. We've got a sea serpent stretched out this way. We have a pissed off old whale over here. And who's this?
That is the siren.
This is the siren, that's right. Now, the siren, if we can attack the siren, if we can succeed in an attack, she will go away. But she goes back into the drawbag. So she could keep returning.
Lastly, where are you at as far as the lighthouse?
We're very far away, my friend.
Very far away. In
And you have
fact,
to turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've made a net movement of 1, I think.
I would say it's time to turn back towards.
I
We
agree.
do. So on this turn, we're gonna have to make that move. Whalers, let's make this happen. This is the turn. This is we're in the fourth quarter here. We're down by 14, but that's all right. It's only two scores. Let's bring it back early.
I don't watch
guys.
football.
Let's
so
get it going, you guys.
I'll accept this
This
analogy.
is when your dad texts you.
Yeah,
and
this is
tells
when
you
my
to
dad's
pick
gonna be like, "What do you know about Club Dub?" And I'm like, "I don't know what I heard. The
Did he
Bears
text you a
are."
bunch about the Bears today?
Yeah, no, not today.
All
I'm
right,
like, I hear the Bears are very bad.
Whalers, let's go.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Anyone on the Bears has ever played Kate Evil?
Oh,
No,
definitely, dude.
I
Definitely not.
All right, Mr. Chandu's gonna
Rex Grossman was a huge KP
sprint
fan.
over, and Mr. Chandu is gonna throw a rope to Hamish.
Yeah.
That's fine right there.
And he is going to roll on this table called rope toss.
Don't you have to be? How many hexes can you be away to throw?
Maybe 4 away.
Do you have
It's
to
2
have a
away.
rope? You have to pick one up.
And
Yeah, I
do
don't
you
believe-
start with one?
You know, no one starts with a rope.
And
And
I
it's
doubt,
an action to pick one
I
up.
doubt
Action
there is
doesn't
one
pick
on. Is there one?
I
on
think
this
I
boat?
think the ships are considered to have those.
All right. Well, Mr. Chandu's going to do that and grab a rope.
All right, let's scoop up a rope, baby.
Okay.
So action to pick up a rope. You now have a rope.
Now, you know what? I see toss rope as an action, but I don't see pick up rope.
Pick up is an action, just in
Oh
general.
yeah. I
Pick
see.
up past weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and Miss Wong the cook will also pick up a rope.
Okay.
Okay, so both Wong and Chandu have ropes.
Do you want to write ropes on there?
Just put the rope card between the two of them, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll remember that. All right.
Jebediah will swim. He takes damage for being in the water, correct?
He does. Yes. It's standing water. He takes temporary damage.
Mm-hmm.
Once he's on board,
What are
he
these
will-
drown squares?
Your guys can attempt to drown.
Yeah, if you are
got it.
attempting to
And
drown
vice versa.
someone, it's 3 turns for that. Where's the rule book?
I have it.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, the evil sees you.
Now the okay, anyway, those are you guys. Brett, it is your turn. Go ahead. All my characters that I was in command of have died.
All right.
So
I have a speed of
Rest in peace,
5,
Jebs.
and I could tank my little live to a speed of 6. Should I swim over to the sea serpent? Can I grapple them and attempt to drown them?
you cannot drown the sea serpent, unfortunately. The only characters that can be drowned are basically humanoids, minus Seaweed Man. So the sea peoples can be drowned. Sinister characters, which we haven't run into any neutral characters yet, but if an evil neutral character came in the game, you can drown them, and any of our whalers can be drowned. But that's it. You take 2 damage from being in water.
Great.
Note somehow that you've taken that much damage from water because you will recover it when you're back on board.
So I don't see much to do.
So you're hanging out, you're in the water, you get closer to the edge here so that you can grab a rope. Otherwise, you can steer the boat. We need to.
wait, how can I steer from the boat from the water?
I guess you're not in the water.
Oh yeah.
You only have
With,
Hamish.
with
you're
that in
right.
mind,
You're right.
Wong won't pick up the
Oh yeah.
rope,
you
and
want to
Wong
steer.
is now the de facto captain,
Going
and
to
will
turn.
say, "We're turning the boat."
Okay. So you're gonna turn basically 1 notch.
Yeah, turning. I mean, how does turning work? Roll. Just I guess
Yeah,
roll.
it's the same thing. Go ahead and make a roll. We don't get masts or anything, so it's just the roll. Or well, this can always turn,
Yeah, it can always turn.
so that maybe suggests.
So I can just
maybe those
reorient it, maybe.
Yeah, you can reorient
You're
it.
gonna
That's what
bump
I would
into
say.
that though.
If you bump into it, you make attack rolls against the 2 of them. It's essentially 15 strength hull versus 15 strength
I
hull.
mean, does Does I
Yeah, you
clobber?
cannot turn.
You'd stop. You'd hit it
So I think you have to stay oriented this way then.
until the boat.
since you
Until we
can't
can
be
get.
oriented.
All right,
to
then
that
he
boat.
won't.
Yeah.
That he will pick up the rope.
He will pick up the.
Okay. All right. Backing up. He takes the rope. Those are all the good characters. Go ahead. Or no. Ship movement. We're at 2.
Yeah.
So that's 1 in each direction. 1 this way.
Yeah.
1 this way. So Mike, we're 1 north, 1 west.
So all the
That way, which they just will hit the side of the boat. So it's
Well,
North,
1 north, 1 west.
west again.
So we're kind of stuck going that way right
so
now.
they're right
You
here.
guys are almost maxed out on your west.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. All right. So
I
once,
think you should just go west. Just go west.
So we can't go due west.
This is gonna.
You can only go.
Yeah, but that
diagonals.
80s band, Go West.
Never heard of them. Never heard of Go West.
You ever played Dance Dance Revolution?
I have.
They
Long
had a
time
song
ago.
in there.
Oh, of course. Now I know. Now I understand exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
It's the one that requires you to do 2 crisscrosses in the middle.
No,
my
that's just
gosh.
doubles. You can do that with any song.
Okay, so
Your ignorance is really
I am
showing.
summoning. I am summoning a.
I've
I'm
never-
summoning a new evil.
Okay. So
1.
It's up here.
Boo.
That's not where I want evil to be.
Not the direction we're going.
It's actually.
You can move
It's
it. Right.
actually the best case scenario for you guys.
Kill us
So
all
you
this
can move
turn.
it if you want. I'll say I sort of am a little bit regretting abandoning Shipashara. We could peer to see evil up there. We had a harpoon gun. Harpoon cannon, I guess.
Shipashara is really nice, but these people came up in a real nice, like, speedboat.
What's he got?
Let's
Fungus?
hop in.
If so, okay, I'm trying to think here of a good scenario for taking the sea people's ship.
Okay.
You
So
know
I'm
why.
first of all
You
I'm
can do
going
it-
to
you can
reveal
do it
this.
immediately.
Yeah.
It is,
What is
a tidal wave.
Oh God. I remember.
So
this
the
last
wave
time.
goes across this way.
You pick. I think it's where it's coming from, right?
Yes. Well, it.
I think it would come from here, going that way.
That would make sense to me.
Wave size entire hex line. Move forward. Cannot turn.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think it would go from where it is in the direction. If it's coming from here, it's going this way. If it's coming from here, it's going this way.
Yeah. So it's just gonna hit everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all characters in the water move 6 in the wave direction. You've hit the boat, so you're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
But you draw a kill card for each of them.
Jesus.
For everyone in the water?
All right.
Yep.
So for
Right. Yeah. Draw.
What am I drawing
what,
for?
Drawing
Jebediah,
for-
what is
Okay.
the
Regular-
The
Jazz.
asphyxia, the drowning,
Yeah.
okay?
the mouth. Jebediah survives.
Great. Still
Okay.
problems
And
one.
you get plus
Some
2.
problems.
Plus 2 will.
Plus 1.
Plus will.
All right,
Plus
Hamish.
Oh, let's see that again. Let's see that again.
Yeah.
Hamish.
Let that live there for a second.
Hey,
Stomach problems
jeez.
1, which, to be clear, stomach problems 1 has a little text on the bottom. If the player dies from that, they become basically an evil character, an evil
Ugh.
disemboweled character that does bad
What
stuff.
is this picture?
It is someone being
It's
disemboweled.
stomach problems, man.
Okay.
We've all
I've had
had-
stomach
we've
problems.
all
They're
had
only
some-
like
So
that.
now Hamish
Chum.
has become chum
Oh, he's chummed.
and has died.
Rest in peace. That's this fella right here, Hamish. Taking him off the map.
You got
He's
chum.
hanging out, and now he's gone. All right, so that leaves 3.
All my guys.
All your James. It's up
We
to you,
can
bud.
divvy up these characters.
It's up to you, bud. No, keep it up. It's all on you. It's on your
Alright.
shoulders.
You've clearly done better with your characters
Yeah.
than I.
Yeah,
Character management.
you got it, James.
I feel good about this. There's a whale, a seaweed man, and a sea serpent on this boat, and
Sea
a
people's
sea
next
witch
door.
within
Swing into sense.
witch rifle range of the
Which
boat.
rifle range?
So, are you done being evil, Shane?
No, he just started being evil.
Oh.
He now has more than maybe triple our characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 characters to our 3. He has almost triple.
Scott, can I say you just got your first troll?
Uh
You're getting trolled on the chat.
oh.
Was that right?
Yeah, Knuckles1130 says, "Look at me. I'm watching a board game on the old computer." What an age to be alive.
What an age to be alive. Is that trolling?
Yeah.
It sounds like
That's-
someone commenting
It
on
feels
how
like
technology
trolling.
is funny.
That's someone who just woke up from a
Knuckles, you're all
mid-90s
right.
coma.
Don't listen to
Yeah.
Mike the Mixmaster. You're all right, Knuckles.
I think it's goofy, and I don't think they're trolling you.
You killing me?
It's
I'm gonna fight you.
It's just funny, analog
You killing
things being transmitted through
Mr.
social media.
Chandu?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
he gets to roll double nine.
Mr. Chandu.
No, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna attack.
Whoa!
Nope. Roll didn't count.
Yeah.
He changed his
gonna
mind.
attack
He
this
did
boat.
not see the
You're
one.
gonna take the boat. Just eat me.
Mm-mm. No. I'm gonna attack the boat. So
Nice.
it's just. Is it
15.
opposed?
It's 15, yeah.
15.
15 hex sides. That's a 1, that's a 4. So it's 16 minus whatever you did.
So he's just not killing us just outright.
Yep.
He's
Yeah,
sinking
he's
the boat.
toying with.
I'm toying with you guys.
Symbolism.
36.
Does the
gonna do
damage.
it, yeah.
One hole.
Throw water in there.
That's the 7th water.
No, it's not, because that's not the ship.
Yeah, there's one. I'm gonna put it over here, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Sea People's ship is not doing good so far. Better than Ship Ashara.
Move it onto the board so at least we can see this one, right?
Sure, you can put it there.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Okay, so now it is the whale who is going to attack the boat.
You want to kill us by sinking the boat.
I don't know.
We still have to do like water stuff to die. Then he can drown us, I guess.
5 to 3, so that's 20 on the boat.
And that is 41
It's
on
enough.
the whale.
It's another one. Ship Ashara is gonna
So
sink.
2 holes.
So
yeah.
the sea witch is taunting you more.
This is
The
terrible.
Sea Witch is within range to easily kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to?
This means we can make a desperation play to kill
No,
the
it's
sea
what
witch.
happened. The sea witch wants us to be pulled into her domain.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, seaweed monster and siren are going to do nothing.
Siren isn't going to try to pull us into the. Really?
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I can play.
You know what? Yeah, she'll sing.
Evil, you just got a compliment in the chat. Evil is a good evil.
I hate this.
All right, Jebediah is going to roll to see if he moves closer to the Siren. He does
No.
not.
Chandu.
Mr. Chandu will leap straight into the sea.
Sploosh. Water card, baby. How much is movement? 5, so he
5.
can stop.
Pull it underwater. Draw a kill card.
Let's see. Let's
It is a big gulp.
Big gulp! No!
It is a specific drawing.
Perfect combo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big gulps, huh?
Nice. Okay. And lastly,
Reshuffle the
Wong
water.
the Cook. Oh no.
So we have effectively lost.
Blue. Jumping Wong. We roll a 5 on Wong. He also jumps into the water.
Alright, so
New
draw
water.
a water card for Wong the Cook.
Jesus Christ.
Wong the Cook has been our most effective person.
it is the same card. It
All right.
is-
That's a different card.
Yep,
Oh, no.
and it is fish food.
That's all of them.
Eaten.
Wong the Cook. got
All
eaten.
killed by being. Like, how many of these characters? Okay.
Alright, Jebediah is still alive. I just
Yeah.
want to
You're
throw
right.
this out.
Jebediah is still alive. I believe in you, Jeb.
How's he gonna get back on the boat?
He can't.
Swim for it, Jeb.
And
make it,
he
buddy.
can move 1.
Point out Jeb. Where's Jeb?
Jebediah is right here.
He's close.
He's got like 18 spaces to go. More probably.
Does he draw a water card for every turn he's in the water?
No,
Okay.
you draw water cards when you initially land in the water.
Alright,
But he takes treading water damage after each round.
yeah. So, we'll draw an event, or are you done?
I am done.
Great.
So you gotta take treading, I guess. Or you already this turn,
Yeah.
didn't you?
So we'll roll an
event?
event.
5 or 6.
Wait,
This
no
is
event?
No event.
It's the whaler's turn.
Oh, I didn't roll for hurricane.
Okay, well that's important. You could kill me.
Wind goes to.
We can't
This
even
way?
get on a ship.
Yeah.
So wind is at the
Being
6 o'clock.
procedural.
6 o'clock for the wind.
2, move all characters 1 hex east. This is east?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's east.
Okay. Hurricane length. And it is the Eye of the Storm.
Oh great.
Great.
Is this a character?
Can't move. Baby.
No, it
Or
is
is
not.
that a thing?
That was the title.
That is the title. That is done.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, we did not get an event. We rolled for that.
Right. Whaler actions.
Jebediah.
Jebediah will take 2 more damage.
He's down to 3 will to live, 7 strength,
Throw him in the camp.
5 speed. Now knocked up to 2. I'm sorry. You knocked it up by 2.
He's doing all right.
Yeah,
he
he's
hasn't
doing
improved
okay.
at all.
He's hanging out.
He's not.
Oh, that
too
was your
bad.
damage.
Sure,
if you're,
that's my
you're
damage.
treading water.
And he's going to move 1 hex. Now, you know what? He's going to move 1 hex this way. He's going to kill that sea witch. He's got a knife in one in his mouth and a spear hook in his other hand. He's
Jebediah's
gonna
going
swing.
for the sea witch.
He's
This
going to
is gonna be
swing one at
epic.
a time.
Got
gonna be
evil
epic.
sea witch. I'm gonna stab her right in the eyes.
Yeah. You know what? He's
Adrenaline.
going to use adrenaline.
Adrenaline once per game ability. Whalers once per
Plus
game
Hell
ability.
yes,
To
you
a
saved
stab.
it too.
Adrenaline plus 5, and this is
he's gonna
adrenaline
go
fueling
1.
this man.
So what does
2.
adrenaline do?
It's plus 5.
I would
to
say
stats.
it's only 1 because oh wait no, it's plus
It's
5.
plus 5
to
to a
stats.
stat.
Okay.
So it's
That's
all
what I mean.
speed.
You can mix it up, but
Right.
so you're at 10 speed now.
Right.
So you moved another one.
Yeah. Another 2.
So
Another
so
two.
he's at
Yeah.
10 speed. It's 3 speed per water hex. So with that 10 speed, he can move 3 full water
Right.
hexes every
So he's
turn.
going to swim on over to the sea witch.
And next turn, he could get to her.
Yeah.
So now movement.
So now it is
Now ship
movement.
I don't
One
think
of
the ships
these
move.
Ships.
I mean, this is still gonna move because of the wind, right?
Right.
So it'll move this way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess if we have no ship, I'm not exactly sure how it's calculated.
I think
here.
the
But
ship
this
still
is still
moves.
affected by the wind.
Sure.
So
No, I have the hurricane, so no ship.
No, no
I have
ship
the hurricane, no
I have the
ship
hurricane,
movement.
no ship
Yep.
movement.
Yeah.
okay. So I'm going to summon an evil.
Yeah, I like that you're summoning an evil when you can just kill me.
It is a 5, which
That
puts it
is
here.
there.
Puts it there.
Yeah, one more. Yep.
Okay. And
You gonna move it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to reveal the Kraken.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So
Poor Jebediah.
we've got the Kraken, the sea serpent, and the pissed off old whale.
And the sea witch.
Yeah, I'm just talking
Right.
big creatures.
Right, yeah, but I'm just
yes,
saying, the
you're
sea-
right.
The sea witch is nothing to sneeze at.
No, the sea witch is essentially why this is all even happening.
But for real, Jebediah's about to kill the sea witch and win the game.
Oh yeah, no
That is
question.
the dream right
No
now. That
doubt.
Jebediah does his back-to-back 6s on every attack.
So the sea witch is gonna flutter away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh, you coward.
6. She's gonna hang out by her.
Ooh.
Total boo. That was
The whole reason I didn't kill you guys last turn is because I wanted the Kraken to come out.
Alright.
boo city,
time to
baby.
be evil.
Kill me with something.
Ooh, sea witch. You're wuss.
Sea
You're
witch is a
whalers,
wuss.
right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's do this.
Swimming around,
Oh, hell
smacking with
yeah.
that tail.
Murder me with a whale. What an age to be
Yeah,
alive.
you got your Moby Dick shirt on.
That's right.
That's a 5.
I got my
All
Kraken
right,
shirt
all right,
on.
all right. Let's do it.
That's a 4 plus 7.
So 43.
11 plus 3
Yeah.
is 14 for Jeb.
43.
It's not gonna be enough.
So,
Kill
well,
I might survive though.
Oh no.
Show it.
What is it?
Show it.
frozen to the wreckage.
That's everything.
Frozen to the
everything?
wreckage.
That is everything. Evil,
All right.
evil succeeds.
Evil succeeds.
Evil wins.
Jebediah.
That's it?
That's
That is-
Jebediah.
is
that game?
That is
Jebediah
game.
is
Yeah.
dead. That was
Uh,
our last person.
So when we initially played this, I compared it a bunch to both D&D and Betrayal at the House on the Hill. And the thing about Betrayal is that there's a little, hey, you lost epilogue. Does this game have anything like that?
Don't think it does.
All right.
Just only the Atlantis.
Do you want to
Only if you
monologue
sing.
a little bit?
Yeah, you can go ahead and monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Is this your victory music playing right now?
this is the second time I've played this game. Both times I've been evil, and it's a lot of fun. Just being mean is super
Yeah.
fun. Everything is so over the top.
What was the winning move? Who did you kill Jebediah with?
The
The
whale.
whale.
The whale's tail smashed Jebediah as he was trying to swim around the Sea People's ship to the Sea Witch.
To get the witch, yeah.
With an
I do see why Tom said that it's really hard to kill the sea witch
She
because
can just run away. Too.
yeah, she just
Right.
Hangs out.
So the she has to show up
Yeah.
when you draw her. but she doesn't have to do anything. Yeah, right.
Yeah, she didn't.
She
She
just has
attacked
to be
one
there.
person once.
Right, so it's like maybe bad if we all can really collaborate and hop in a boat and row out to her.
Here's the thing we can do. If we're, let's say we're on the Ashara, we can get everyone in the mast, everyone on the wheel. We can use our Pray to Neptune, which is another once per game whaler ability, where you move the wind to an adjacent space. So presumably...
Oh yeah, you didn't do that yet.
No, we never
Yeah.
did it. We never, I mean, there was never a super advantageous time to. The wind was often at our back or giving us a decent bonus.
Right.
You guys weren't even close, by the way.
No,
Not
we,
I think-
even
we made a
close.
net one move.
I think
based
what
on the
I
fact that
like
we were
most
going
about
west.
this game is that sense of false hope that you get. Because you guys all climbed aboard the Sea People ship and were
Right.
like, all right, this is awesome.
And
And
then we
then
all died
everyone died immediately.
Right.
Yeah, it was the hurricane that knocked us onto the ship. Well, so if you remember, the second that Sea People ship showed up, we were all like, let's take that ship.
Right,
yeah.
Like immediately. And we did. We ultimately got on board it, kind of only because the hurricane pushed us. But it was like one turn where we were moving 8 spaces.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, 8 spaces is better than the ship Ashara can move.
Yeah.
Which is, that caps at 7 based on if you have wind at your back, everything is manned. That's 7 spaces.
Well, and also, like,
That moved 8.
I think to Shane's point, you get the sense of, like, we're going to do it. That first game we played, we were moving 7 on the first turn, 7 on the second
Yes.
turn, 7 on the third turn, maybe.
No, you went 7 on the first 2 and then
Right.
screeched to
But
a
it was
halt.
like,
true.
we're doing very well. We were like shooting harpoons at the siren. And
we're the harpoon
then
cannon.
we, the seaweed man and the crab and the sea serpent all showed up, and the
Yeah.
hurricane started, and
Tidal
that
Wave
was it,
knocked us
yeah.
overboard too.
I wish.
The turtle man pulled I think
Yeah.
a little jab out to
Yeah.
sea.
I wish the fungus came out because the fungus is a lot of fun.
The fungus, the fungus
guy.
like locks off a chunk of the board
Yeah.
basically. Otherwise, you get infected.
I do love. No one used it in our last turn, but the idea of sacrificing 5 health points to no longer be infected is pretty great.
Right, you can cut off a limb.
It's very thematic too. Like I could very well see in any movie about an 1800 ship, 1700 ship, being like, "Oh no, I have this infection." Just cut.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Or even like I mean, God, there's a scene in like, what is it? Peter Jackson's Dead Alive.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he gets bit by like this Sumatran rat monkey, and they cut off his
That
arm.
movie's so good.
Yeah, Dead Alive is great. Not that this necessarily evokes Dead Alive, but it's got like a horror, a very graphic element. I mean, those kill cards are incredible.
Right.
The art on those.
Can we
is out
see
this
some of
world.
the art from the kill cards?
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like go
Why don't
through
we
them
just
a
go
little
like
bit.
one at a time through the ones we didn't see? There were only a handful we didn't see.
Yeah, just
Yeah, we died a lot.
So there's one.
This is bitten in half.
Yeah, that's a bludgeon and slashing. It's
Yep.
like someone getting bit by a shark. Which
the
is
art in
overrated.
this game is so good.
This is icy drowning.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's just
Like,
drowning.
that one's good.
It's just drowning.
Spicy
Just drowning.
Death by harpoon is really good.
Yeah,
Ugh, gross.
shot right through the
Yeah,
back
I
of the
want
head.
that on a t-shirt, but I'm
Yeah.
a teacher, and it wouldn't go over well.
But I mean, so am I, but I would wear it on the weekends.
Yeah,
you
Two
know?
people that work in education.
You also work in a college. You could probably
Yeah.
get more away with it.
That's probably true. You know what? You've sold me. I'm gonna get that harpooned in the head.
And
or
what's that
whatever it's
last
called.
one? What's the name of that last one?
This last one is the bloody plankton.
The bloody plankton.
So,
It's almost everything. No
I
fire.
do want to say, Nate, if you are watching this in the future, I know because you're at Essen, do you mind if we make t-shirt arts out of your art? Because
Yeah,
this is
there's
phenomenal.
a lot
Yeah,
of.
we
I
should
know.
just make T-shirts out of this.
I know. Like
There's some
there are a
t-shirts on
handful.
the KV.
Yeah, the Cave
website.
Evil website does sell a handful of shirts. I think a lot of them are low on sizes. There's like you were looking, Jimmy, at the
Yeah.
Astro Bomb
Right,
shirt
I'm
from
like,
Cave
I'm-
Evil.
I can't fit into the small. But
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have any more?
So
that's
that
all.
is
That's
it.
all the kill cards.
water.
We
We can do the
saw
water.
the rest.
Oh, we saw all the other ones.
We- yeah,
Cold
went through the
water, water chaos,
Slow down.
Water.
Slow
deep
down, slow down
terror.
a
We
little
saw.
bit. Slow down in a bit.
Nice.
Well, I mean, we saw the all.
Oh, those are the ones we saw, I see.
Nice.
Water thing is pretty awesome.
Water.
that
is
one we
great.
didn't see.
We got that
Bites
last
character, combat 7 strength.
Game. Just a weird like CG art shark.
We did not
Yeesh.
see Turtle Man come out.
Turtle Man's awesome.
That is absolutely the best.
Turtle
the
Man might be
best
my
water
favorite card. Period.
We
It's
That
did
not-
might be the best card.
Hobbled yet breathing.
What has to happen
Weird.
to
What's
go to
going on?
Atlantis?
When we go through this, we'll talk
This
about
has
it.
got a weird double print right up at the top.
I saw that. I saw
that's
that.
pretty. It's
Yeah.
kind of fun.
And then these two are just more of the
water cards. So the one thing we did not do many events in this game, and there is in the rule book the option of roll an event every single turn. Honestly, next time we play, I might roll an event every single turn.
Yeah, the events are awesome.
Otherwise, it's a third of the time you get one, and that's probably roughly what we got, maybe a third of the time. There is one event that is especially wacky, which Brett, you mentioned, of Atlantis. There's an event, it might be 66. Whirlpool. The Whirlpool makes your ship start spinning around, and if it makes, I think it's like a certain number of rotations or something like that, it gets pulled into the sea. At which point,
throw that on
the event chart. Yeah,
so we can see it.
66 is towards
Probably
the bottom,
won't.
but.
Yeah, we got it.
You get pulled into the sea, and you then, in the rules, there's another table for Atlantis. And I'm actually not going to put Atlantis on camera because I think it's kind of fun to check out yourself if it comes up. But it's another table you roll on, and weird stuff
I
happens.
think half of them are win the game and half of them are lose
it's
the game.
something like that.
Page 999.
Yeah,
is what you go
which
to.
is authentically like page 30 or something.
right, but it's like page 999.
These
That's
pages
awesome.
aren't numbered, so I have to
That's
count.
amazing.
But yeah, it's page 999. The only actually numbered page in this book.
So when we first started describing this game, we talked about how ridiculously unbalanced it is, and I think
Yeah.
that actually makes it a better game.
It adds to the narrative of the game. Like this didn't play out at all like the first one, but yeah, this is not a high strategy title, which I said in the beginning.
Right.
In a lot of cases, you're at the mercy of what the game throws at you. There's no way Big Jeb is going to kill a sea serpent. You can kind of tick away at it because of that 1 versus large range table.
Yeah.
You can tick away at it. If you get on the harpoon cannon while it's out at sea, you can kind of blast away. But for the most part, you're not going to win 1-on-1 or even 2-on-1 combat against a sea serpent. But there's an idea that in games where everything, and I'm not going to call it any game specifically, but in games where stuff sort of pushes towards the middle, everything is a sort of an equal way to get points, everything is sort of a valid way to win, you lose a lot of narrative strength, I think, and even big like strategy games like Splotter stuff. I think Indonesia creates a lot of interesting narratives in the game, or Container. We were playing Container just the other day, and you end up where someone is really focusing. You Brett, you were focusing hard on factory producing,
Yeah.
right? So like. The narrative of the game, the table talk, turns into you being like a factory owner, and other people are focusing on buying goods at port. And so even though it is a high strategy game, there's still story that comes out because of sort of imbalances that come up that players are sort of in charge of kind of manipulating.
So
This pushes it a little harder in a direction, obviously.
Oh, certainly,
The evil is very strong, whereas the whalers are not. But the rules say this game could take 15 minutes or 2 hours. If you just got weather stuff and rolled in our favor for the weather, we could just fly to the finish, right?
Or if you're right here facing this way and see which comes out first turn and you can shoot her with the harpoon.
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah, or if we hit 7 speed, we ram into her and then shoot her with a harpoon, and then we have a bunch of guys on the edge of our ship with harpoons all throwing at the Sea Witch. We could kill her, and it's reasonable that could happen, right? So
I'm still relatively new to board games, especially compared to you guys, but I've got 20 years, almost 20, probably more than 20 years of role-playing experience, and this feels much more like a fluid role-playing game because of that encouragement of narrative structure and the less emphasis on balancing a board game.
I'll generally agree with that as well. I think like this does a better job of telling like the D&D or the tabletop RPG experience than something like some of the official D&D board game.
Yeah,
graphics
I'm a
on them.
huge fan of the D&D Adventure System board games. I own multiple copies. I want to play them all the time. I think it's a great blend of role-playing and board gaming. And I think this does it better.
yeah,
You know?
Right.
What someone I saw, I think it was on Board Game Geek, maybe on Reddit. Someone called the games from Emperors of Eternal Evil. I think they were talking about Cave Evil, but I think it applies to this as well. that they're very like Gygaxian in
Yeah.
sort of their design. They're really imaginative. Just like the phrasing of like stomach problems is such a weird way of naming like your guts are falling out.
Right.
But there is something that evokes a little bit of like imagination to that.
Sure.
The name like old pissed off whale, right? Like weird names and like the art too is very Dungeons and Dragons, like
Yeah,
like first edition look
yeah.
at.
Well,
Like
and-
we play in an AD&D game and we've looked at the monster manuals and all this.
Right.
Like
right.
the-
See
a
people's
lot-
ship is in the monster manual.
Totally,
somewhere,
yeah, it's just
right?
a monster in
Yeah.
there. Like, there's a lot in here, either whether it is intentionally inspired by AD&D line art and all that stuff, or it just happens to match up with that.
Like,
It's great.
I extended the game a turn because I wanted the Kraken to come out
Sure.
because it's so cool,
Right.
you know. And now that I've played this game a couple times, I feel very comfortable saying this is my favorite game.
Yeah, it's a rad game. I'm excited to play more of it. I'm excited to play Psycho Raiders, which so thematically I wanted Psycho Raiders first because I'm a big slasher movie fan, and that appealed to me more. It was out of stock at the time, so I was like, it's October. I want to jump in on a Halloween game.
Yeah.
I also like the whaling, the sailing theme. I bought Sea Evil. Of course, Psycho Raiders went back into print like a week later, so I bought that too. But like, yeah.
Did they honor the bundle deal?
I wasn't able to jump on that. I didn't. I was on the fence about Freak Face.
Yeah.
I know you bought all three, but I'm happy with Psycho Raiders and Sea Evil, and we'll play Freak Face at some point with your copy. Yeah, I don't know. There's something very unique and imaginative about these games, or this one and what I know of Psycho Raiders. It inspired me to make custom boxes
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
which I
Speaking of
need.
which, you gotta show that.
Yeah.
Right.
How many
there it is.
people did we end up getting to watch? How many
So-
of there are you?
Here.
I was like 14 at one point.
So these are VHS clamshells. I bought this one, and that might be too zoomed in.
Yeah,
but
Kill
we can take a
Cam.
look.
Kill Cam.
So
Oh no, this is good.
so that's I took some movie art.
Not easy
Kinda-
to find VHS.
Yeah, I
cases.
actually had to go through a surprisingly long process to get my hands on some VHS clamshell
Dude,
art.
show the back.
Yeah, show it all. So I've got the spine. Yeah, there's the back,
He's got pictures on there.
and
That's amazing.
there's the spine as well, which might be
Dude.
just focus.
An old VHS tape is a perfect vessel for this
Right.
game.
It won't fit the map, but it fits
Correct.
everything else, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it
fitting
fits-
aside, it's a
Right.
perfect vessel.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You might, it fits all the bits, and then the map I put it in. So I made one for Psycho Raiders as well. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's a very inventive game. It's a very thematic game, and I'm usually a really heavy strategy, like
Nice.
economics game player. But for some, like, I love horror movies. You know, I don't know if I'd say I like black metal, but I kind of appreciate some aspects of black metal, and just the aesthetics of this really grabbed me quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, within less than a month, I picked up this Psycho Raiders and got a hell of a deal on Cave Evil. So Cave Evil, we'll have to play Cave Evil at some point.
I
which-
was tempted to get that on sale pack when you guys were buying it, just because
Yeah.
it looks so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not like a collector of board games. I was just like, that looks awesome, and I want to
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah, and I've mentioned this game to a few people, and they've said like I've never heard of Emperors of Eternal Evil.
Right.
I've never
Yeah.
thought about magazine games, but I am buying this pack right now
I
because
know.
this aesthetic.
I do
Yeah.
know a
Yeah.
couple of like metalheads who play in a D&D game that I bet I could say, "Hey, you should check this out," and then scoop
grab
it
it.
up on aesthetics alone.
Yeah, and I think that the aesthetics, buying on aesthetics alone for a game like this, I feel like the gameplay delivers
Yeah, I
on that
agree.
aesthetic. But anyway, so that is Sea Evil. It's getting late. It is a Sunday night.
It did take us about 3 hours.
About 3. That's fair.
But we were also explaining things. while we
sure
were
playing a little
doing
slow.
that, so-
It's always a little slower too when you're playing in front of people. In a
Yeah,
way,
we had some
but-
tech difficulties as well.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Off camera, we don't have a camera on Mike here, but thank you very much for.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, gotta give it up for
Thanks,
Mike.
guys.
Running a stream, dealing with our tech problems as off screen as possible.
We nailed it. I think we nailed it. Nobody had any idea.
So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. We'll be back. I'm trying to do this every couple weeks, every month maybe, but yeah, check out the channel, youtube.com/phasingplayer or phasingplayer.com for written stuff.
Did we get 40 likes?
No,
Brett,
we didn't. You don't have to go. You don't have to go see the movie.
Yeah, if this ever makes it to 40 likes, Brett will have to go see Lighthouse.
But you know what? We're gonna end on how awesome Shane looks with that red light. He looks. Give me your evil
Hang on.
face, and then we're gonna fade out.
Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Is there a mask?
I don't know how
Can
you're
we
not
can we
just
kill
like
that overhead light?
spewing water.
Yes.
All right, Shane.
So that light has to be hot on you.
Give me your evilest face. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.